Okay. So to intro. Okay. Oh shit. Okay. The first person to introduce, we have Giantwaffle here. Got some hearts and chef for Giantwaffle. Look at him with his beautiful setup going. Amazing setup, you know, radio host, the beard, amazing. You know, I'm Persian, I can't grow a beard. I'm full Iranian and I can't grow a beard. I'm not hairy. My arms have no hair. My chest has no hair. I can't grow a beard. I'm 27, can't grow a beard. So, you know, props to you, brother. Love your beard, love your hair. Sexy, amazing. I'm not gay, but you know, maybe one night we get drunk, who knows? Yo, shout out to Trihex here. Trihex, my boy Trihex. You know, the originator of the try hard emote, the best emote. You know, is that good to admit? It made me that. Maybe not. The point is, it doesn't matter. Okay. What up, Tri-X? How you doing, brother? Yo, you're muted, brother. We can't hear you.
Yeah, you're actually muted, bro.
I think his stream just sounded like an ouch type shit.
When you introduce me, make sure you introduce me as the #2 overall emote on Twitch. Only 30 million behind Kappa and over 20 million ahead of PogChamp.
Oh wow! So when you met PogChamp, it was like, you know, you're walking up like, yeah, what up, bro? You know what I mean? Like you're like, you know.
Actually, I had no clue what my ranking was. I looked up, it was just a coincidence that me and him were both back to back, #2, #3.
Oh, that's insane. Okay,
it fluctuates.
Next introduced, we have Pokimane, the. You know, as some, you know, I see it this way. The face of the female community. That's how I see it. I mean, I don't know. That's the way I see it. I'm not even kidding.
I don't want to be the face of anything.
Yo, listen,
but thank you.
No problem. Okay, next we have SFan TV here. He's at the stadium. He's at the stadium himself, right there. SFan TV, the long-haired Persian lion god himself. He can bench 800 pounds, deadlift 750. Squats amazing. He can squat me, Asmongold, Chance, all of us together. He can squat us all. It's crazy, insane. Next, we have Fedmeister. You're wearing the PlayStation long sleeve. Amazing. That's great. You know,
what Japanese writing, I have no idea what it says either. So if anyone can translate, let me know.
Yeah, you know. It probably says
PlayStation, yeah.
No, it probably says Xbox is better or something, you know, like on the side just to troll.
Some super chill.
Yeah, something great. But anyways, Fedmeister, I can see you shaved a little bit. Looks nice. You know, your eyebrows. You know, you have a very
less scuffed.
You have a very nice
fine arrows.
You have a very nice distinction between like your eyebrows and eyes. It makes you rather good looking. You have a nice little lip. You have like a permanent duck lip face. It's very cute. I like it a lot. Next, we have xQc. He looks bored. He looks pissed. He's like, why the fuck did I show up this early?
What's up, my dudes? I'm never bored about anything. I thought I wouldn't show up.
All right,
thanks for having me on, my dude.
Yo, by the way, X, bro, I've been playing some Overwatch, dude. Shit, dude, I'm telling you, Reinhardt, God, I'm going around, I'm flanking. Fuck frontline defense. I'm going around, I'm flanking that shit. I'm charging in with my cock out, dude. It's amazing. And plus, dude,
I mean, you should. Fuck one, yeah.
100, dude. Winston, easy. Dude, my Roadhog, I am the best hooker NA, if not EU.
Ooh, that's a big statement. Best hooker?
Dude, I'm the best hooker. I'm not even kidding, bro. Cheap, easy, done. Do it in the car right there. But anyways, yo, Destiny, we have Destiny down here. You know, I don't know what it is, Destiny, but, you know, I was telling you earlier, you got this daddy vibe, too. I like it a lot. Turns me on a little bit. I know it's getting weird, but I love you, dude. Do you want to say hello? You know, make it less awkward.
No, I'm good.
Okay. Next, we have Jakenbake. Jake plus the bake. Jake and...
This is his first time at a PC, by the way, ever.
I think honestly, so. I think it's first.
What a mouse was today. Like, it was pretty cool. I'm excited right now.
Yeah, we have Jakenbake here. Huge headphones. Are those HyperX headphones?
I don't know. Like, I said something...
They are.
Yeah, we have some HyperX headphones. Yeah, you know, okay, never mind. It doesn't matter. Okay, can't get my words out. But anyways, this is the cast. Asmongold's 20. You know, he's coming. He's hanging out with his dad. He's at lunch or dinner right now, something like that. You know, he'll be here in 2025, hopefully, maybe 30 max. And you know, as soon as he gets here, we'll talk about the whole IRL section being removed. But anyways, you know, the introductions have been done. Okay, let's get into, you know, how's everyone doing? How are you guys doing? It's been a week. It feels like 2 days to me. My schedule's fucked, you know. But it's been a whole 7 days that I haven't seen you guys. I mean, look at you guys. Amazing. How are you guys doing? Good?
Sean.
Yeah.
Feeling good.
Good. Try it. Yo,
we're supposed to be really excited.
Yeah, you're supposed to.
Yeah, dude. You're good, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess if you genuinely, my context here, I just came back from Evo. I don't know if everyone here knows what Evo is. I was just in Vegas for the world's largest fighting game tournament that happens yearly. So I just came back from that, and now I'm back on the grind.
That's nice. Yeah, I saw you playing that Yoshi game. That was actually one of the best games I've ever played. It's just, it was games like that, man. It was games like that that really made me feel just so good, you know, like when I was younger. I love that Yoshi game. You know, the eggs you carry behind you, it's like your little babies, you know, and you shoot them, and then you swallow like the ice stuff, and you shoot the ice.
Yoshi's Island?
Yeah. Yoshi's Island for Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
That's actually really cool. I didn't know you played as a kid?
I played as a kid. I also played Donkey Kong. That one of the best games ever. And on top of that, I don't know if you played, you know, the Spider-Man thing where you have Venom coming as your teammate, and then you can collect the shards of Captain America, and they come and help you out. You press select, and then Captain America and Wonder Woman come down, and they help you out and shit to kill the enemies. Amazing. I forget what it's called, but it's an amazing fucking game. And then Aladdin. Oh my goodness, Aladdin, crazy. On top of that, sorry guys, I gotta finish this last thing. There's this game I'd get. My dad would go to Korea or something. He'd get me these games. There was like 1,000 games in one. You know what I'm talking about? No one? Okay, let's move on.
Was it handheld, or was it like one?
No. I had that too. Like 1,000 Sega games?
Yeah, so for Super Nintendo, it was like 5 games in one. It was like Aladdin, like F-Zero Racer, and like Power Rangers and shit like that. It was great. Okay. Yeah, let's just go fuck myself. Yeah, awesome.
Well, I was gonna say, it's actually really cool you played it. That's probably what I'm most known for, is playing Yoshi Island really, really well at a very high caliber with an insanely high APM. But it's funny, you played as a kid. I didn't actually play until the Game Boy Advance port in 2003.
Dude, that's where the sub-sound comes from, right? Like when I go hard or some shit like that. Yeah. No?
Wait, what did you say?
Yeah, it's like a sub-sound you used to have. Or I don't know if you still have it.
Oh, the sub-sound. Right? Yeah, your sub-sound, Trihex.
Go on.
Yeah, that featured Yoshi's. That was just from like this one really funny SoundCloud rapper who was rapping about Dragon Ball Z, and I thought it was funny, so I made it my sub sound. I'll find it for you. I'll find it for you actually, because
hell yeah.
Yeah, Destiny, I see you giggling down there. You know what's going on?
I'm just enjoying the podcast. You know, I'm glad to be part of the experience.
I mean, listen, this shit. I'm just warming us up. I'm getting us. I'm getting a sense of community within community and togetherness. You know, like
that's good. I like it. What's your favorite Yoshi? Try hard.
Trihex.
Trihex. Oh my god. I don't want to be anymore. Just go to the next question.
$40, please.
No, listen. Funny thing, don't feel bad there. When I met the face of PogChamp, when I met Gutex at Evo at the after party just this past Sunday, I was pretty buzzed, and I was like, when we were following each other on Twitter, I was like, "Yo, what's your Twitter?" I typed in PogChamp, I couldn't find you, and I said that while he was streaming IRL while we were there, and I'm like, "Oh my god, dude, Gutex, buzz, I couldn't fucking remember." So it happens, man. You see my face all day, but you don't. You know, we spoken like once prior, so. It's all good. I take no offense to that.
I'm glad Destiny took the hit for that. I'm glad Destiny took the hit for that. It wasn't him, it was gonna be.
I didn't get it.
Honestly, I've had much more cringe people at TwitchCon. Oh my god, are you try hard the emoji? Oh my god, you're so
the emoji.
They don't know the emote. They don't even know I stream. Like, just like, okay, all right, bro. Cool fan, man. Anyways, I was gonna tell you that I found the song for you, xQc. It's in the Discord.
Yeah, I just read
it. Young Killed You Go On. Trainwreckstv. If you ever want to listen to some dope Dragon Ball rap, that's it's only a minute and a half long. It's really good, but that's if you want to.
Yeah.
And then finally, to answer your question, my favorite Yoshi, actually the brown Yoshi. It looks really cute. He has a special colored boots he wears when he carries Paper Mario around.
Cool.
So the brown Yoshi.
Yeah, very cute. I think that's very cute. You know, I love Super Mario too. You know, you eat the flower and you become the fire Mario. Amazing. Great game. Luigi, not so much. Not really feeling him, you know. But Mario, the best. You know, I used to run up the little the pyramids, and you used to get the flag, you know. You know what I'm talking about? Try and get the high score, but it didn't really matter at the end. That's it. That's it, dude.
I think you're confusing parts of SMB3 with SMW with like SMB1.
Oh, call the fuck out.
Like
what a gamer.
Dude, SMB, dude.
Like pyramids are contained in SMB3. Yeah. Flagpole is SMB1.
The
term you're looking
so
for
wrong.
for the,
do you even play games? You even know what Mario's dad's name is?
Oh, Asmongold!
Right now, it might be that guy.
Saved by the bell.
There is the boy Asmongold saving me as he always has. Always. I got caught up in a Super Mario SMB. It sounded some sort of S. It doesn't matter. The point is, I got saved by you. Just say you're welcome. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Anyways,
you're welcome.
Thank you. We have Asmongold here. Look at him, dude. I played your song as the intro. That is. Have all of you heard the Asmongold? Hey y'all, sup y'all? It's me. It's your boy Asmongold. It's your boy Asmongold. Have you guys heard that song?
Wait, I don't recognize it.
Actually, haven't it.
You guys haven't heard
it? The guy that made
Twitch memes, so you have to school me on this actually.
It's a song that some guy made about me, and apparently it hit the top 50 charts in Norway. That's what the guy tweeted out.
Wait,
no, there's no way.
I swear to God, dude, I can show you.
What's going on? Hold on.
Yeah,
give me a second. I'm having some technical. Hold on.
That's impressive.
Hold on. Give me one sec. While you were talking, I had some technical difficulties.
Okay.
Did everyone hear what he said? No, everyone heard what he said. It was my A50s. Never mind. A50s are trash. I'm sorry to tell you guys. But anyways, yeah, that is an amazing song. I listen to that all the time. Listen to it at the gym. Actually, I lied. I haven't been in the gym for 7 days. But I've listened to it. I listen to it everywhere I go, okay? It's an amazing, catchy song. That guy is amazing. I heard Untouchable. Untouchable is just as good, but yours is better. You know, don't want to give McConnell too much credit. And Jake, you're on the wrong side, brother. You're on the wrong side.
Jake.
Really? Fuck.
I'm excited to talk about I mean, I guess since you're here, we can open up with that. I feel like that's a great thing to open up with, or we can open up with something else. We have a lot of viewer raised topics that they want to hear us talk about. I thought that was a much better idea instead of us sitting here tooting our own horns, talking about topics we think is important. I figured why not have the viewers come up with topics. And I mean, what do you guys think? I mean,
let's do our topic. Fuck the viewers. If the viewers could think of good topics, they'd be here talking instead of watching us. So fuck them.
I think
go down your list.
I think some of them actually did have good topics. I was surprised because usually you're right. It's just a bunch of dumb shit that nobody cares about. But shout out to the people that are on Trainwreck's subreddit. They actually had some legitimate, very well put together. They even used bullet points.
They did. They did.
Bullet points. They did. Formatted, well thought out questions. I was impressed too.
And they also added edits in that described what they were talking about and keywords. It was actually amazing. I'm sitting here looking at this. It was better than my college. I'm dissing myself. Okay.
Same.
Thank you. See, once again, saving me.
On that note, for every time I see a "Would you rather" question, I'm going to take a bullet to the face. So as long as we dodge that shit show. Those are so unimaginative.
All right, well,
a TOS violation.
No, it's like an imaginary.
All right, well, the first
it's metaphorical.
Well, the first question we have here, it's actually directed to Trihex. Would you rather stream on Twitch or YouTube?
Wait, what?
No, I'm kidding. I'm fucking. I'm fucking with you, brother. I'm fucking with you. Okay.
It was a would you rather. That's why you said okay.
No, I actually got that. Was actually really good. That was a good one. I give that one a 7 out of 10.
Thank you, Destiny. I appreciate that.
That was a good one.
Thank you, dude. Again, dude, I turned bit sounds off. Are you kidding me? I'm so sorry, guys. Give me one quick second here. Oh, Jesus Christ! I turned all alerts off. This is insane.
See, I know the strategy. You say that.
Can we all like face each other?
I was gonna say.
Listen, I swear to God, it says no volume here. I'm telling you, it says no volume.
Oh my God.
There's no way another one will go on.
I swear to God, yo.
Double alert's gonna go off for
Listen, yo, guys, it's off now. Can someone try it real quick and make sure it's off? I'm just
Try it real quick.
Oh my God.
Okay.
The minimum is 10,000.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, here we go.
Can we all look? Like
it does work. It's still on. What the fuck? Okay.
Are you pushing save changes at the bottom?
I'm pushing save changes. My computer. Listen, I bought this. My computer's only $3,000. Okay,
just turn the alerts off.
That's it.
Yeah, I am.
Guys,
do you have stream levels?
Don't bully him. He has an Alienware, okay?
No,
that's
no.
Sometimes it takes like 2 minutes to register.
I bought a pre-built from iBuyPower, okay? And listen, let's just say I didn't buy power. And listen. You say, why don't you just build it yourself, Trainwreck? Listen, I don't know. I was looking up ingredients of how to build one. Thermal glue? What the fuck's what's thermal glue? What is this? Thermodynamics? Physics? Is this physics?
It's a really hard one, dude. I mean,
thermal
there's a lot of
glue
out there for different types of glue.
What the fuck is thermal glue? That's scary to me. It's scary, okay? So
thermal paste.
Yeah, I don't. That didn't make it better.
Thermal
bro.
glue is what you have to put it on the bottom of the processor to stick it to the motherboard. How do you not know this shit?
Listen, I'm gonna tell you a story real quick. Someone linked me a laptop and said buy this, and it said includes DDR4. I thought it was Dance Dance Revolution 4. Okay, like I swear to God, like I am not. Listen, it's not a good idea. It's not a good idea.
Who invited this guy?
Who?
Just wondering.
You.
Me?
Yeah, who is this guy?
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
Streamer doesn't even know about computers. What a loser.
Come on, bro.
Okay, listen. Okay,
Wait. You can redeem that, Trainwrecks. If you can like tell us something cool about cars, then I'll let the computer thing slide. If you like are mechanically savvy.
Cars?
Who cares about cars?
Yeah, who gives a fuck about cars?
I'll try to save him. I figured he was like Tony Hawk Creative Skater, where he put all of his swag,
all his points, right?
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Yeah,
Okay.
come on, you gotta.
Yeah, on a car, the exhaust pipe's located on the rear end. Headlights turn on automatically at 7 p.m. depending on your time zone. If you open the hood, you have the engine, you have the battery.
Wait, where is the exhaust at on a car?
Exhaust.
Actually, there's a lot of cars that have that stuff in the back. Like a Dodge Charger has the battery in the back.
Wait, if the exhaust is in the back, how does the gas get from the engine to the back of the car?
Wait, a Dodge Charger?
I think you meant that. Yeah, I think you said that.
Was that a sound? Like a soundboard or something? What was that?
Sorry, I was playing into the memes. It's it usually gets a couple extra views. Okay, anyways, that was a joke, by the way. A little cringy, sorry. Okay, anyways, let's move on here. Shit. Okay. So let's start with one question, okay? Before we get into the IRL being removed. Actually, you know what? Let's start with being IRL. Let's start with the IRL being removed. How does that sound?
1 hour past the start time. We get into our first topic of the night. Oh, God.
One eternity later.
Oh my God, it's 9:20.
Okay, listen. Okay.
West Coast privilege. It's almost midnight here.
Yeah, it's 11:23 p.m. here. Okay, let's get into the IRL topic first, and we can get into other stuff. Let's warm up with the IRL topic. So, as some of you know, if you guys don't know in this call, IRL is being removed. The section's being removed mid-September on Twitch, and they're going to replace it with 10 subcategories that you can go through. And it's funny because everything that's happening, it could be a total coincidence. But it's literally happened after we have talked about it and beat a dead horse for 4 different podcasts, and it's happening the exact way.
Yeah, it is because of me.
Yeah, it's happening the exact way. Listen.
I did this smile.
It's happening. No, it's happening the exact way we described it. So unless one of us has some inside information, then
I mean, like I said last time that I thought it would be a good idea to have subdirectories, right?
I think 10's too many.
I think 10 is way too many.
One's gonna be good. One's gonna be like really low. Then all the other 8 are gonna be completely dead.
Are we raising hands? I'm already ready for the pop off right here.
Go.
So what's important to note here is that how it's being presented in the Trello document. I don't know if you guys have read that or not. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So they said they're going to present it as the directory that we know now, where you see like Fortnite winning all day long, and the usual scrap for the top 10 that we have, like the directory privilege of just being discoverable very, very easily. They said that they're going to present it as 2 big sections, gaming and non-gaming. So it will no longer be IRL and the collective other shit all competing against the other shit. Games, non-games fighting together. It will instead be like you see 2 sections, and it's like, oh, so normies and like, I shouldn't say normies, like the mass viewers will instead see gaming and the shiny new toy, the non-gaming section. So it will just be the 10 IRL directories, or now new directories, competing against each other, instead of it being IRL versus everything else versus Fortnite versus League.
So that was a little bit unclear to me, and I don't know if you understand that a little bit better than I do. What I kind of envision that as being is that there would be 2 tabs up at the top, and one tab would be gaming and the other tab would be IRL, right? So let's say the gaming tab would have Fortnite, League of Legends, World of Warcraft, etc. on it, and then you can click to the other tab for non-gaming, and it would have ASMR and the talk shows and all of that other stuff. Is that? Am I understanding that right, or?
Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Oh my God.
You want me to link it?
No. Give me 1 second.
I think you ruined it.
Yeah, I ruined it. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 sec. I don't.
You know what it is? You minimized your Discord. If you minimize your Discord.
No. I didn't minimize. I tried turning nameplates on. And it got fucked. My OBS is not responding. Give me 1 second.
In my picture, I'm sticking my finger in my mouth like I'm doing in my picture.
Okay, we're back. Okay, hold on. Let me make sure it's back. Okay, we're back. Okay, continue. I'm so sorry. Listen, I'm using OBS Classic. Okay, it's a little font. Okay, continue.
Wow,
that's
a throwback.
Okay, continue.
Okay. Well, I actually didn't know it was separated. From my understanding, I thought it was just there's going to be more categories and IRL splitting up.
Allow me to link exactly what it says, because this is why I am vouching for this right here. In the Trello, we read this sentence right here. These categories will be added to the browse page, which will be updated to show gaming and non-gaming categories in a single view. That's the sentence. I
feel like that's sort of flawed.
So at that point, I'm seeing 2 sections.
Doesn't that just mean all the categories will be together as they are, as if every category was a game?
Well, the differentiation here is that they're removing the communities and they're also adding in tags, and that's going to allow people to basically make their streams more discoverable. Because obviously, whenever you're splitting up IRL, one of the big concerns that people had is the discoverability of each channel. Because one of the good things about IRL is that all of the streams that are doing anything similar to IRL are all under that umbrella, so it would be easier for people to get their stream seen by a larger potential audience.
You know, actually, you're correct. I assumed there would be like 2 section headers, and you're right. It might be the same bullshit from before.
I actually don't think that's a bad idea, though. Now that you bring it up, even though I don't think that's
the section headers.
Yeah. Well, no, not the section headers, but separating like gaming and.
As in IRL. Gaming. Yeah. I was hoping
spun off like a whole new website from Twitch for like IRL-related stuff.
Yeah.
What do we call it? Like Justin TV.
That's good. IRL isn't big enough. It justifies having an entire 1 or 2 type thing. I think it should still be like sort of IRL or.
Well, here's gaming and non-gaming. What about if like they have one of the categories is just talking? What if you're just talking about gaming?
Well, I talk shows as a category.
Then you would use.
Well, that would be a talk show.
Talk shows would also be in like the non-gaming section, wouldn't it?
Well, it would be because you're talking about gaming. Because gaming is not the category. The meta of gaming is the category, and that's the conversation. So it would be different than like talking about Fortnite is different than playing Fortnite, right? My opinion is that whenever you go to the directory and it says show me games, right, next to that, or like there should be some sort of a tab if they want to go off this way, because it seems kind of obvious to me that Twitch is trying to make a foray into making streaming something that's not just game related. So what I think they should do is they should have a separate tab entirely where instead of it saying Fortnite, League of Legends, IRL, you can click on that tab and it will show hobbies, art, ASMR, and talk shows. And I think that'd be a better way for people to be discoverable without having all of these larger games, because let's be honest, if they're all in the same category, most of these games are just going to bury the smaller IRL, subcategories. And that's the big concern that I have. And I think a lot of other people have too.
Yeah, I do actually. I stand corrected now on this whole thing. So I agree with you. Now we have a big problem.
Yeah.
Well, one thing that you kind of mentioned, I just want to go back to it before we move away from it, is talking about a game is different than playing a game. Right, but like in your case, you do all craft. I do classic cast. For me, I mean, and all craft is much bigger, but like not being in the WoW section for doing the podcast is kind of concerning for me because we're a little bit smaller, right?
Well, it would be bad for me too. In my opinion, I think that if you're doing a podcast about a game specifically, right? If you're doing like, I think Cutie Pie has like his League podcast, like we have all craft, etc. I think that those podcasts should be allowed to be in the section for the game that they're centered around. I think that's completely fine, and it's better for the creator, and it's also better for the game.
I imagine they're hoping that tags will fix a bit of that problem. Not that I agree, but I think that they'll still enforce the rule of having those kind of podcasts under the general talk show type of subcategory. But I feel like they're going to try to say that maybe hashtagging, if you're talking about WoW as WoW, it'll have it show up on people's like recommended pages, which like ideally is a good fix. And ideally we can have categories, like we can have podcasts in their own podcast category, but that's only if like Twitch makes the explore
But how healthy
algorithm
is
a
that,
bit better.
How healthy is that podcast category going to be? Because podcasts, by the nature of them, that isn't a long form 8-hour stream where multiple people are doing them. Usually podcasts last for 1 to 2 hours, unless it's this one and it lasts for 6. But generally, most of them last for a couple of hours, and that's it.
What the fuck? Am I getting hit? Am I getting DOSed? Yo, am I getting DDoSed? I'm pretty sure I'm getting.
We're back.
Am I getting hit?
It was Discord. No, it was Discord.
It was Discord?
Yeah, we're good.
Did everyone get that?
Everybody got it, yeah.
It's certainly not
Is Asmongold still here, or who's here right now on this side?
here.
I think Destiny left for a second. That was so weird. Wait, you're telling me Discord went offline?
Yeah, it was Discord. This happens.
There it is, dude. Good job.
Jeez, I was scared for a second. I was like, this is not good.
I did it wrong.
Okay, so Discord went offline for a sec.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Were all of you
One
hearing?
thing to keep in mind for Asmongold, what you're talking about is it's interesting is that they're like you're looking at categories in a different way than a viewer would. You're looking at it as a content creation tool, because when you guys talk about categories, you're talking about categories and how can I optimize my viewership. So, for instance, if I have a podcast about World of Warcraft, I don't want to put it under the podcast section. I want to put it under the World of Warcraft section because that's where people will find me, and that's like the best place to get viewers. But I don't know what the purpose of the categories is supposed to be. Is it supposed to be to drive viewership to streams, or is it supposed to be to help people find content that they're looking for?
Well, I think that you bring up.
It's good for the game as well, though.
I feel like it's only real. The only major thing I think people are going to gain from it are smaller. I think it benefits smaller streamers. Like, I don't really think it benefits.
What does?
I don't think I agree with that.
Having smaller categories across the board.
Probably.
I think it only benefits them if it's split up in a way that doesn't bring whatever subcategory they're in too far down.
Yeah,
if it
that's
splits
true.
it up and there's a decent amount of people, then yes, they will be further up on the list and therefore get more traction. Yes, Jake.
Yeah, Destiny isn't revolved around content creation, because if it doesn't benefit the content creation, then why the fuck would anyone use it anyways?
Well, the two feed into each other, right? So if it's good for content creators,
Jake, you're next. Jake, you're next.
Okay, well, let me at least finish.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
The reason that I think that it's good for content creators is because if it's easier for content creators to match with an audience of more people, then those people are seeing what they want to see. That's going to get them more views. So I think it's a circle, where if it's better for viewers to see content creators, it's also better for content creators because it helps them see viewers.
All right, Jake, go ahead, and then Destiny, you can respond. I saw you twitching a little bit.
That's good. Yeah.
Go ahead, Jake.
Yeah, I just want to say, as IRL streamer, I've never done a computer stream at all. I never really overlapped with anything other than what IRL has been. A huge part of my growth has definitely been the fact that there's a huge overlap from gaming streamers that just fall into IRL, and then they start to just kind of maybe casually browse it. Whereas if it's going to be, this is going to be the other side of the argument, and I'm trying to look at everything both ways. Of course, is if it's gaming, non-gaming separated, like you guys talked about before, I think that's going to actually it's going to be really great for having targeted viewers, people that are really interested in what you want, but those numbers might be smaller. So you might have a better audience for exactly what you do, but the numbers would be smaller for potential just eyes just browsing you. And for me, I think as our IRL in general, I guess as a bigger streamer in IRL, it's different for me than a smaller streamer might help them. But I feel like it's it's going to stop a lot lot of gaming.
The peak potential isn't as high as we are.
Jake, do you think this will affect your viewership?
It's not my viewership now, because I feel like I'm pretty lucky to have what I have going on right now. But growth, I think it definitely
the growth part. Destiny, Destiny, if you'd like to answer to Asmon.
Yeah, so there's Asmon posed this idea that if it's good for content creators, it's good for the site. But I think that it's actually kind of the opposite. I feel like right now the arguably a problem with Twitch is that it hardcore favors people that are already large. And right now, a lot of the changes that we're talking about, or rather a lot of the changes that we're hoping for, are just changes that would benefit us. So for instance, if there is a change that happens at Twitch that allows larger people to get more eyes on them, which is what happens when we put ourselves in certain sections, it kind of hurts other people that are trying to get eyes on them as well. That's why I took issue with Asmongold when you say like if it's good for content creators, it's also good for the viewers. I mean, on one end, that's kind of true, but it can feed into itself too much, such that Twitch favors people that already have large streams to such a great extent that if you're a smaller streamer, you kind of have no way to ever break in, I think.
Well, I mean, I think to the degree that you're saying, I mean, obviously there is a point where that does become true, but I think the point that I was bringing up with having a podcast about a certain game, being allowed to be in that game's subcategory, I think it's better not only for the people that are making the podcast, but also for viewers, because a lot of viewers that are in that directory care about that game. And because they're in the directory, I feel like it would be good for them to be able to see a podcast that's about the game that they care about because they're in that directory.
XQc, go ahead. XQc, then SFan.
Okay, so who would browse podcasts to go watch podcasts? Right. Hey, today I feel like I want to watch podcasts. Oh, this guy does WoW today. And I'm like, no, like, who does that? Oh, this guy does this flower podcast. Fuck it, I'm going to watch that. I want to learn about tulips. No, nobody does that. Right?
Here's my opinion, is I think the podcast should be a tag and not a directory.
True.
That's fair.
That's what
SFan, go ahead.
So I was going to say pretty much what XQC just said, but I also just want to add, I do think it is going to be really good for smaller streamers, because right now, kind of like Jake said, you have you kind of have like a lot of it's very top heavy, right? Like any section is very top heavy, right? So whatever you're doing in that section, whatever type of IRL you're currently doing, a lot of people will just like go to IRL and be like, oh, okay, Jake's walking around in Japan, whatever, I'll check this out. So it's a little bit more from a viewer standpoint. I think it's a little bit more of a you get a broader perspective, right? You get to see all kinds of different type of IRL streams, and you might see something, you might come across something that you wouldn't normally go in and search for. But if you're looking for something very specific and you want to, now I think 10 categories is way too much, because it gets too specific, and then like I might never go look at something.
Yeah, they're all gonna die. Like,
10 is a terrible idea. I think it's really bad. Yeah, but I think if it is like into like 5 subcategories, then somebody who's like 100 Andy doing arts and crafts, then they might happen to be on like the second row, whereas if they're on the total IRL section, they might be like 6th, 7th, 8th row, you know, and then nobody might see their stream.
I think that Twitch probably should be looking towards right now diversifying the entire website to incorporate things that aren't just gaming live streaming. And I think that at a certain point, separating the gaming portion of the website and the non-gaming portion of the website will be something they have to do. And I think this is probably a really good opportunity for them to do that. And that's why I hope they don't just add the blocks for this right next to the blocks for Fortnite and League of Legends. I hope that they create an entirely new subdirectory.
This is one of the things that, like, relating to this topic, it almost feels like how to do the IRL stuff isn't even really the discussion, but like the discussion should be like, what does Twitch want to be? Because I'm still not entirely sure what the answer to that question is, because, you know, on some days it feels like they want to be centered around gaming content and they design themselves around that, but then in other days it feels like they really want to branch out and do more stuff. And I feel like if they had kind of that, maybe they do at their offices, they've got like their fundamental mission statement answered. Like once that's answered, like we want to branch out and do a ton of things. Okay, well that makes more sense. We need to start like sectioning off the site or doing something that kind of like plays to those roles more, I think.
I think that's completely true. And I think it's a mix of both, right? Is they have to play obviously to their base, which is very clearly gaming, but I think it'd be naive for anybody to think that they're not obviously looking to increase their market share in live streaming in general, because that's obviously something that YouTube can do much better because they're not based off of gaming. So I think this would be something that they could use to begin doing that.
Jake and then Trihex.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, like, earlier this year, I heard, I don't know who it was from, but I heard like rumors that Twitch would be taking IRL and breaking it up between indoor, outdoor. And for me, I thought that was going to come in soon. I was actually looking forward to that. I thought that would be a really good move. And I thought when I saw all this news, again, I'm not jumping like so far on one in for or against it, but I think it's almost like they took almost like too many steps forward to try and like create it or make it very, very detailed, where in my mind I thought if they just separated IRL from indoor, outdoor, and then they use this tag system, which actually I think is kind of cool, just kind of like have like little sub tags per indoor, outdoor. For me, I thought that would actually, and just even right now, I think that theoretically could be good.
Hold on, wait, real quick, let Trihex put his point and then go ahead, XQC.
All right, so I actually want to elaborate further on that. I do very much agree that Twitch is extremely top heavy, and that like every new feature that comes out just helps boost them as well as smaller streamers to continue to grow. So it just seems to me like this constant scaling of growth for everyone involved, and just the people who are trying to get to that point of like sustainability, self-sustainability with like going full time if you're like working part-time or streaming part-time, I find it's really important to cater to those people so that the site grows and culture continues to develop and whatnot. But I've always been pondering here, like, this is actually a smaller argument for what ultimately I feel is like the problem of discoverability on Twitch. Talked about before on Greek's podcast in the past, where I feel like the metric that's overemphasized right now is view count. And I get there's definitely a worth to doing that. But I wish we could just live in a world where view count wasn't the only way to see things. Like virality of the activity of Twitch chat. You know, Twitch chat has spiked up 900% in this one stream. Come over here. You know, 500 subs happened in the last hour of this stream. Come over here.
Yeah.
You know, this person hit 1,000 views for the first time. Come over
unique
here.
Viewers.
So kind of like
so
kind of like
other metrics in general.
Cool. So kind of like a what's hot now, you know, like something like
trending,
that.
like a trending
page that.
I feel like a lot of that will still end up being top streamers, though.
It will be.
Well, like on Mixer,
you
Mixer
make it
had this idea where I think what they do is they'll take like they've got like these machine learning algorithms that watch people play like Fortnite and shit. If you're like in if you're in like a top 5 moment, your stream gets like auto front paged while you're like doing that, and then it cycles through streams that are like in top 5 moments of like PUBG or Fortnite. Something like that could be really cool.
xQc, go ahead. Sorry about that.
Oh, I mean, things get explained, so my topic, like my thing, like kind of loses its value. I just wanted to add on. It was like a quick thing to Jake's thing, where it was like I don't feel like it should be like outdoor, indoor. I just think it should be whatever and outdoor. I think sometimes I want to watch some dude get fucked up, you know, and drink some beer outside and go out of bars and something, right? And I watch all the actually outdoors. But like I said on the other podcast the other week, like sometimes, like how do you even find that? Like I scroll down, dude, nobody's outside. Nobody does shit.
Yeah, there's not a lot of like outside.
Where's Jake, dude?
Where's Jake?
Sorry, guys. I'm just.
He's just waiting his turn to talk. He's just waiting his turn to talk.
No, Jake's
Honestly,
usually up there. But continue. Go, Joe. Was that Fed or Waffle?
No. Honestly, I think they should just leave it the fucking same. And then when you go to IRL, you can filter through like what you want to see. Honestly.
So make the subcategories tags.
Yeah.
I worry that if they only add tags, though, no one will really use it, similar to communities. I mean, I know a lot of people do, but I don't think most people do. IMO, it makes sense to split IRL into outdoor, indoor, and ASMR for now. Because I feel like those are categories that can live and strive on their own, whereas anything else will probably just die and have like 100 views.
I would kind of agree with that, especially 2 of the categories that they had here is art and hobbies and crafts. Those are 2 different categories. I think they should pretty much be combined if they end up doing that. Yeah. There's a lot of overlap between those. The other point, the other category. Go ahead.
No, I'm so sorry. I noticed that I interrupted you. And I was like, dude, that's so dog shit. Fuck you. You know, so I'm done. Just, I'm not gonna do it again.
Wait. What?
I'm arguing with myself. Okay, just continue forward.
Go ahead. He was having an internal dilemma.
So, do have any of you guys thought of this? Do any of you think that through this system that they're kind of introducing in mid-September, do you think that they're trying to get something off of Twitch, to remove a category off of Twitch, but they can't because of political reasons? They can't because of maybe something that's holding that's tying their hands back. So through this system,
what are you referring to?
I'm trying to accommodate it.
What is ASMR politically incorrect?
No. I was actually not referring to ASMR. I was actually referring to
body art, baby.
Squeezing.
Squeezing it.
No, I was referring to people like me that sit there, maybe react to videos the whole time, or just sit there and do stuff like that.
I don't think they care. Honestly, why would they care? I think the body art could be an issue, right? Because there's I think there's an argument to be made that there's a sexual element of that. Yeah, I think so. But everything else, I don't really see a problem with.
Okay. Go ahead, xQc.
I was going to say, on that topic, I think something I wanted to bring up. I feel like it's so easy to, as someone who can pull viewers, right? Initially, on other directories, it's so easy to cheat and sort of scamaz the IRL. Like, actually.
Yep.
Like, every time I watch videos, sometimes I just want to watch trailers. I want to watch some videos. No,
I was watching you watch trailers like 2 hours ago.
Yeah, and viewership was going like this. I'm like, what are you guys doing here? Like, I don't deserve it.
People love it. People love it. People love just watching stuff with their streamer, like, or just watching stuff with any streamer. They love the reaction content. They love watching it. I don't know why it is, but it's
like I see it as kind of like how you want to get with your friends and watch a movie. You want to get with your friends and watch a YouTube video or something. And it's kind of like that, so many people who watch Twitch, think about this, like so many people are spending hours of their lives every week watching a streamer. I mean, you end up developing some sort of like, connection, some sort of connection to them. Yeah, it's almost like a relationship, but it's a connection, right, to the streamer. So it's like, oh man, I wonder what he thinks about this video. I wonder what she thinks about that. Like, I don't know. It makes sense to me, actually.
Yeah, but I do think, though, that a lot of these viewers are actually from the directory itself. And they browse, and it's a video. It's pure content. Videos are pure content.
I agree.
They're filtered. They're selected. It's targeted. It's pure. So nobody that joins will probably like leave that fast. So it's like I said, when I say cheating the directory, it's just like if you have initial viewership, you can skyrocket that bitch up and just keep it so high, and everyone at the bottom is just getting rolled.
I don't think that's a product of IRL or being at the top of IRL. I think that's a product of watching videos. Look how successful media share streams are. All of those are extremely successful. On top of that, I see the same thing happen whenever I watch videos in WoW. All I have to do is sit there and watch videos, and people love it. It's great, and they'll even donate it. They'll donate me, and they'll say, "Keep up the great work." Like it's the best.
Yes, that's right. No,
you hit 50K watching videos on 8.0 patch day.
Yes.
That's you hit record viewership watching videos while the WoW servers were down.
Yeah,
it's insane.
I think he's also maybe trying to say that there's probably a lot of people that go to the IRL section and they're looking for legitimate IRL content or maybe some other type of content aside from someone watching trailers. But because obviously someone like xQc will be at the top, they just like resort to that. Or not even just him. I felt the same way, like when we do group streams in IRL, even if it's not exactly the type of and this is like very specific to Twitch, even if it's not exactly the type of content that someone wants to see, if it's very accessible and it's at the top of the directory, like they'll just go to it.
That's absolutely true. There's a lot of people that'll click on streams and watch them because they're popular.
Yeah.
Whereas like maybe they could have enjoyed a smaller streamer's stream even more.
Yeah. How many times you're like listed high in list sections? How many times do people come in and say like, "Why does this guy have so many viewers? What's going on?" Like people do like all the time.
Well, I feel like you said resort to, and I feel like you used it kind of like as a loose term. But
yeah, I don't mean it offensively at all. I just mean that there's like hypothetically a chance that they could have enjoyed a smaller streamer's content more, but because the other stream was more accessible, they end up watching that.
So do you think the viewer just gets lazy and doesn't want to go through and look for like an actual IRL stream?
Oh,
personally,
hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
There's like web design, like 101. You put something in front of somebody and they're bound to click it. Some percentage.
You're gonna go for it.
Yeah.
And they see thumbnails and one's like an explosion with some dude like drinking tea. Like, dude, explosion, hell yeah.
That's right, dude. That's happened to me a lot, yes. I've gotten a lot of screenshots like on Twitter of like what they see, and it's just some crazy shit, and they just tune in. Like during the 3 days I did React streams, like normally I average 3K viewers, 3 to 4K viewers I average, like maybe a little less than that. But during the 3 days of React, I was between 12 and 16K all 3 days. Like it was insane. Like people love it. They love the Reacts content. They love the videos. They love the movies. They love the trailers of the scary movies. They just love that shit. It's just
you don't really gain that much from that, except for like like temporary like traction and like being you can sort of transform that sort of viewership into something you can gain from, but I feel like you're not really getting anything out of it, but you're hurting others while doing so, right? But I'm not saying that you're guilty. I do it too. Fuck it.
But how are you hurting them though?
I mean, just discoverability.
I really think that like. So the discoverability argument, I think, is partially true, but I also really worry with Twitch kind of creating their own winners and having different algorithms that artificially prop up different streamers, I think is against fundamentally like why the people are on the website. There's a reason why people that are popular are popular. And I think that's a very big mistake for Twitch to try to pick winners and artificially promote different people, because that's trying to direct their community and tell their audience what they want. And
but that's what's happening already, whether you like it or not.
That's bullshit.
So like if let's say I want to go play a new game, I want to play Enter the Gungeon. I play that game sometimes. When I go to that subreddit or whatever, the best content creators for Enter the Gungeon are being promoted. It's me, because I've already got more viewers, so everyone else gets fucked. I mean, like Twitch is promoting whoever has the most.
Twitch is not promoting you. The viewers are promoting you. Twitch has not done anything.
Okay, well, this is
what I'm saying is like I think that having a free market of viewership is probably better for the site in general.
Yeah, I agree. But the problem is it's not a free market. The Twitch has listed it by terms of who has the most viewers.
Well, so do you think it's better if they did like a first come first serve and do it by that order instead of filtering by viewership?
Well, the best way would be a sophisticated system that algorithmically sorts people based on your interests, based on user profiles.
Yeah, but how are they going to
that's something, and that is something they can do with tags.
Tags might help with that.
Pokimane, say that again.
I feel like they're putting so much weight onto tags.
That's why. Okay, so I've been wanting to talk for a while.
Wait,
I've been wanting to say.
1 second.
So patiently.
I know. One quick second. One quick second. Pokimane said one quick thing before. I want her to get it out because it's one of those things just to get out now, and then you can say it.
Okay, I was just saying, I feel like we don't need to only filter things by viewers or only filter things by some advanced algorithm that listens to all your Google inputs or whatever. Why not both? I feel like there just isn't enough emphasis and visibility on like the explore page, and I don't really know if the algorithm is all that good for it. I think people should be like, there should be the regular browse sections that we have now. You see the top streamers, all nice, but I think they should like suggest streamers that you would legitimately want to watch. It's just obviously like none of us know the back end of that kind of stuff, how hard it is to implement or any of that. But yeah, at the end of the day, have both, not just one or the other.
Trihex, go ahead. Sorry about that.
No, it's all good.
I love you, dude.
So
well, actually, hold on. No, I'm just fucking with you.
So there are many problems presented with IRL with this overstuffed like emphasis it's able to acquire because it's a broken tier directory at this point that's changing the meta on streaming whatever you want to stream relevant to IRL, killing directories and whatnot. And I think it's important to note that there's problems with it how it currently is now, and there are problems we're talking about right now with the proposed solution from Twitch currently that'll come in a month from now. And I feel like there's like a lot of emphasis here on tags fixing that, but we haven't actually discussed how tags will work. So I wanted to pause here and really go back and discuss how tags function or propose to function here on Twitch. And also, can we give like a brief comparison to how useful tags are relevant to other applications, namely the ones that come to mind for me are YouTube and porn.
I think
are tags working on those well?
I think tags work really well. They do. I think one thing that would be really good is that if Twitch users were able to put in the tags that they're looking for, and then Twitch could augment the discoverability with like the browse page or like the discover page with other streamers that fit all of those same tags. And that's a way that they could actually help discoverability that's not viewer count based. And I think that if streamers were able to create tags and everything.
Pause there. Can we? That's a big assumption.
No, you can't. You can't. They already have pre-selected tags, and you have to choose from those. But you can suggest other tags.
The only issue that I think that we could run into is that everybody choosing the same tags based off of what they feel is going to increase the most.
Well, you don't want people like SEO rigging it.
Exactly.
Then you don't sort the tags for viewership. Then if you choose a filter by tags, then you don't include viewership. Then people can't just sneak up there. No, fuck me.
I don't really know about sneaking up there. I mean, like going from like how much is up there, right? Are they going from 20 to like 200 viewers? How many people are actually going to go to that stream? And I think if they're really sneaking up there, they're not sneaking up there. They're working their way up there because people are seeing that stream. They're watching the stream and they're staying there.
So I think something like we were talking about the explore page. If they were to add more ways to sort streams in terms of like, I mean, it's pretty much just viewership and category now. If they added ways to like sort by viewership per follower, maybe you could sort, well, I guess not everybody makes sub count, not everybody makes sub count public. So maybe that wouldn't be a good one. But if you could do stuff like that, like let's say somebody has 1,000 viewers and they have 10,000 followers, like that's pretty good.
Yeah, that ratio is viral.
That's a really good ratio. So like you could be like, well, what's going on here? Why does this guy have such a good ratio? And then people can just sort it by that. And there's still all the old options.
This shit gets complicated. I mean,
all the people that do 10
follows.
It would suck for people who've been on it.
Well, I mean, it would just be an option, right? So like that'd be somebody who's like specifically looking for smaller streamers, who have a good ratio, like they want to discover somebody new, like that's what they would go look at, as opposed to like, oh well, like
that's such a niche thing, though. Only a power user even gives a fuck about finding a small
like
stream.
100 people a day would like actually. I want him to have like a brown hair, dude. I want him to be body painting. I want to be outside. Blonde hair, blue. Seriously, dude.
So on that note, since we're bringing up tags right now, and I feel like tags are very effective for searching, as in porn and YouTube, as I brought up earlier here. But the thing is, how often are people actually searching? Like what? Like you navigate directories to find what you're looking for, but how often do you ever search? And if we can search using adjectives starting on the update in September, would you search woodsmith or I don't know what woodwork?
How would you feel if they did something where they would prompt the user to put in tags of streams that they could be interested in, and then basically serve that viewer a browse or a discover list of new streamers that fit all of those tags? Do you think that would work?
Too complicated.
Yeah, one at a time. So, fed my stream. Go ahead.
I feel like no one's gonna like use the search, but I feel like it's just gonna be like, what streams are you watching, right? What are they? What tag are they under? And then they're gonna start recommending you more streams like that, or like those.
Right. Like how at the end of a YouTube video, when the YouTube video ends and there's like 9 videos that suggested there, shit like that is how it should work.
Waffle, did you have anything to put in?
Yeah, I just don't like tags. I think tags are kind of dumb. I don't know. I always base them off like how YouTube tags work, and they're fucking garbage, even like off related and everything. I just don't like the system at all. I think honestly, like Twitch is making everything so fucking complicated, and what they need to do is make it more simple for people. If, like the first like user experience on Twitch is awful right now, and it's super complicated. And I think if they make that easier, it's going to make it a lot more. I don't know, like
how can they do that?
A user stays.
You know, you're not wrong though. That UI with that dashboard, there are so many icons. Remember before when it was icons, not text on the left navigation bar? It was like a cluster. I didn't even know what the fuck all that shit was, and I'm a power user. And I'm like,
I actually get really irritated if I have to change anything on my stream. Like, how the fuck do I change my fucking header? I've got to like go through and click for it. I end up having to Google. I go to like google.com and I search for like Twitch stream key to like find the page.
I do get the key.
Every fucking thing.
And I feel like an idiot. I had to fill out some tax info, and I've got to Google like Twitch. Where do I fill out my tax? And then it links like /dashboard/ I was like, okay, thanks.
Dude, what about the bio? I haven't figured it out for months.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like
it's
hidden in like there's like 7 different things. I mean, like this is settings, this is channel settings, this is partner settings. Like, okay, what the fuck? Where the fuck are like my emotes at? You know, like.
I think there should be separate accounts for just users and viewers and broadcasters. I think broadcasters should have separate accounts on Twitch, and you should be able to upgrade your account to a broadcaster account. And that way, if you're just a user, it would be easier, and there would be less things for you to have to worry about.
You know, maybe a simple solution to this is make it like Amazon. Be like, users that watch this stream also watch this stream, or like a majority do this, right? If you bought this product, they also might be interested in this product. Maybe keep it that simple, and you don't need fucking tags or like a system you got to put in to vote to see like what your favorite type of BR is. So I don't know, just keep it.
I think that's kind of the point of tags. I'm just guessing, but I imagine they're trying to find a way to I guess describe certain streams. And I mean, they can't have someone literally watch every stream, so they have us describe ourselves with tags and then recommend similar ones.
I just serious question. And the example of the tags they give on the article is the LGBTQ plus community, and I was really curious if I'm going to get tagged as that. Like, I just don't know that. Sorry.
The thing is,
on that note, all right, so take a second here. Here's actually a thing I'm really scared about that you guys brought up earlier, is the meta of self-described tagging. If we look at the example here, you know, the Abysmal Failed Communities project, where everyone did self-described shit. You were self-described variety streamer community, self-described positivity community, all these like generic words that no one ever searches and don't really give a conclusive answer of what kind of stream you actually are. I worry that there will be a meta to how to optimize tagging yourself for reviews, and it'll all be redundant, useless shit that we're gonna have to add on to another layer of redundant, useless shit and being discoverable on a unoptimized
basically what you're saying is there oversight for who tags what and if it's a correct tag?
Yes, Trainwreck. You're going to be a positive variety stream, a positivity, comma, variety streamer, comma.
They have rules for that on YouTube, though. They do have rules for that. Like if you're playing Fortnite and you tag your video makeup tutorial, that is technically against the rules because that's how they determine and serve ads to your videos. So
I
Twitch
thought
does something
that's a valid point, and I thought that would get enforced for communities, and it never fucking did. So
I feel like it's hard to do it for certain tags. Like, what if you tag something like anime? That's the most popular tag, imagine. And everybody just tags their stream as anime but never talks about it. Like, do you think a Twitch admin's going to come to you and say, you better mention anime every 3 minutes or you got to untag?
Yeah.
That makes it really hard to monitor.
Thing, right?
Tags. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing it.
Yeah. It's a common sense thing. I feel like if Twitch has some oversight and they're like, yeah, when was the last time you actually did something in Fortnite, right? Are you just tagging yourself this for views, etc.? You're just sitting here watching videos and this is all you've done for the last 3 weeks.
There's too
Maybe
many people.
You should take that tag off.
There's too many people for that oversight for them to see that. The only people they're going to see are, once again, the bigger streamers with the most viewers. That's all they're going to see misusing tags. They're not going to see the 2-viewer streamer misusing tags, which goes back to discoverability.
Who gives a fuck? He's got 2 viewers.
Aren't you arguing discoverability for those 2 viewers?
That is true. Like, I mean,
the self-described tags sound horrible. Were people actually advocating this? I thought that the tags would be like auto-generated by Twitch.
Well, no, I think you choose them. I'm pretty positive.
Okay, that sounds like a horrible fucking idea then.
Yeah,
the entire purpose of like tagging is what you want to do is you want to create metadata about video content. That's the big problem with
But
Twitch.
that's how people do it on YouTube. So
no,
wait, tags will not be user generated, but you'll be able to suggest.
You might be able to put your own tags or description on YouTube, but a lot of that stuff is handled automatically on the YouTube backend. Like when I get like recommended videos at the end of a video, it's not just based on what people have tagged. It's like people that have watched certain videos watch other videos, and those people are more likely to click it, so we're going to recommend it. Just like a really sophisticated way of like recommending new videos to people that are likely to click through and see them.
Twitch already has that, I think.
Well, I don't think they do, because the problem with Twitch right now is they don't have metadata concerning streams. Like you've got like the title of the stream and the stream itself, but what is it about? Like if I were to search for your stream, there's no data that Twitch logs, or if they do, it's new. It actually describes the stream. Like for YouTube, if you go through like the elements or whatever that are related to a video, there's 50 million different fucking descriptive words and tags that they can use to sort of organize videos. Twitch needs that in order to have any discoverability beyond.
I actually, real quick, I actually completely agree with that, only because this same thing is going to happen again if you add tags and you don't fix the metadata issue. What's going to happen is you're going to add tags, and there's going to be one dominant viewer or broadcaster for each new tag 8 months from when tags are released. The same thing is going to happen again. Sure, we're going to add new people that weren't discovered before tags, but the same thing is going to happen again. Imagine an anime tag. Once the anime tag blows up for 8 months, there's going to be one streamer that's known as an anime tag. That's a top streamer in the anime tag, right?
But that's the point of having multiple tags, is that right now, that's how it works. Like say we have an anime section. Well, now we've got an anime section. If someone browses the anime section, that's it. However, if we've got multiple tags, say we've got an anime one, say we've got an LGBT one, and whatever other 50 million fucking tags, right? If I watch a streamer and they've got 12 tags on that stream and then that streamer ends, instead of just going to the anime section and seeing the biggest streamer, well, now the recommended videos are going to be people that are more likely to match up with more of those tags. Or
if there's the metadata, correct? Or are you talking?
Yeah, that would be the point.
That's why I agree with the metadata, but the metadata is not there from what I see.
So I specifically remember a time somebody came into my stream and they said that they follow Asman, and I think it was like Asman McConnell, a few other WoW streamers, and they saw my stream on their like front page of Twitch or whatever, like in the streamers you may like or whatever. And I think it's because the streamers that he follows happen to follow me. And that's why my thing was recommended to him. So I don't know if that's why it was, or if it's like the people who watch those channels also happen to watch my channels.
Well, it's hard really to know.
There's something there.
It's hard to know like what metadata they have and what metadata they don't have. I do think they actually do have some.
They have something, but I don't know what it is.
Do we know, like, is there a limit to like how many tags we can put? Does anyone know? Did they mention that at all?
You know, actually, I assumed there was a cap, kind of like the community's cap with 3. I'm not saying necessarily it was 3, but I have been assuming there's been 3 the entire time. I'm super wrong probably though.
For the tags?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm not
the
sure.
tags that go in the title, right? I assume like they already do for like the
communities
category.
They said title, thumbnail. It'll go in a lot of places.
I think it replaces or they said something about removing communities, instead it's something else.
Yeah, I have lower faith now, because I thought there was gonna be this whole section header where you just obviously see like section 1 gaming, section 2 non-gaming, and it'd be the 10 IRL categories fighting against each other only in their own little private island, and not the clusterfuck that it currently is right now. And it all would be on one view page, so that the I don't know, the directory viewers be able to easily see the new toy and click on it.
That's great. I think
fight against gaming.
I think that's a great idea. I mean,
but now
honestly,
that it's like, I'm scared now because I have no reason to assume that.
Well, realistically, that would just create another, monopolization for IRL streamers. If they put 10, if they put us on our own island, it's going to be a top 5 controlling that island. Realistically, don't you agree?
But then what's right now in what category? There's like 10 of them.
I mean, if I do a badass cooking stream now, I actually don't have to fight against IRL ASMR or fight against like IRL outdoor fishing, K-Kona virality or whatever. I can now put on the best cooking stream and have a fighting chance to get, my time.
But now you're at the bottom. Now you're on page 3 on the directory.
Okay, hold on. But you're defeating the purpose. There already is a food category for if you're cooking, right? So why are you using IRL?
No one goes there.
Food category. Exactly.
This is why everybody lists themselves on IRL.
IRL's there. Like IRL.
Let Giantwaffle finish. Let him finish. Let Waffle
finish. What always happens, right? Everyone's using the IRL category because it's at the very top, right? It's like next to like fucking Fortnite and everything. If you use the food category, there's like fucking 3 streams in there. Even though it's the correct category, it's not going to get you the views. That's not what you want. You need the discoverability to be higher up in the.
So it's like a discoverability within a discoverability. Does that make sense? It's like
kind of like you're not going to get discovered even if you're using the right category. It's actually better to be in the bigger category than
exactly. So it's a discoverability and a discoverability. Like once it goes down to section as well. If your section's if food's way down there, you want to be in a category that has more traffic. So for growth purposes.
Splitting IRL is basically going to do what like food is for creative or like IRL, whatever that is. Like it's going to basically put everyone farther down. And
but the way Trihex explained it, if it's right beside the other top categories, it has so much like surface area on the browse page that people will go to it more. Yeah. But I feel like that's a really big step to take because when you think about it, IRL is like, if you were to think it's one game, it's like half of League of Legends or something. Are you really going to give half of the surface area on the entire browse page to like one game per se? That feels like a bit much.
That's fair.
I think tabs were a bit of a better idea, and it's not as much of an investment for Twitch.
What if wasn't communities a tab too though? And that didn't. Dude, the facts are there. Communities, no one used it. It was fucking useless. 3% of people ever used it ever.
But it's also a tab on like following. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it possible?
Is separate everything? Is like the gaming and non-gaming?
Is it possible to completely remove how many viewers are watching what game and instead have a section through the metadata that Destiny was talking about? So instead of recommending streamers to watch, what if through past sections you've watched, there's a recommended new section to watch, right? So like if you've watched IRL a lot, maybe recommend on the side, watch the cooking section or watch this section, right? Like so instead of a streamer discoverability option, what if there's a section discoverability on the side? Does that make sense? Like a recommended section to watch to promote the cooking.
That's the explore page, I believe.
Yeah, but no one uses that. So I'm saying like, make it more accessible.
Because now you know something to be like, you might be interested in this.
The explore page? What the fuck is that? I'm being serious. I've never heard of this before. What's the explore page?
I remember seeing it before, like
I see channels, hosts, games, communities.
No, we're just saying that it probably exists. That's all we're saying.
Oh, okay.
It exists on mobile app, right?
Yeah. It does on mobile. It does on mobile.
I don't understand why it's not on PC.
I'm just gonna say, like, if Twitch has like some big streamers in here that don't know what their explore page is, you need some like UX stuff going on.
On the mobile it says Pulse right there. And then there's browse on top of that. Well, Pulsed is kind of Discover, even though it's not really Discover. That's what it says to me.
And if you're logged,
it's also Popular, which is basically just a aggregate like viewer count list.
Yeah, if you're logged in on the main Twitch page, you can see like live channels you may like, Overcooked 2 streamers you may like.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I've noticed is something that an example. I think it's an example to take that we can base ourselves from, right? And it's the language one that is sort of a tag on its own. It acts like a tag, but you guys probably didn't notice that much because I used to stream in French, right? Mm-hmm. And I prefer to put myself in French because I would rather be third on the French directory, which had way less viewers, less blood in general, than be 40th on the English one, right? So then I would get really good growth, really good new viewers, really good cycling, just by being in the French directory, and that was really good. So would you rather be first on some dog shit 20th directory, or would you rather be 40th on one of the highest directories such as IRL? Choose.
Well, that goes to Waffle's point. Waffle's point of cooking versus IRL section.
Well, I mean, if you have like the two, like, do you want to watch games or do you want to watch non-game streams? That kind of fixes the problem, right? If that's just like you got two big categories, and the subcategory of games is all the games, and the subcategory of non-games is all the IRL sections.
Well, let's pause there, because we're thinking about this from like a content creator POV and viewer POV. We're not considering the probably the most important one, which is the Amazon POV. How will this make money? This change with all this drama and all this bullshit, is this even worth dealing with and finding the right answer and wasting, let's call it 2 years of failed mistakes trying to figure out what works and what doesn't work? Will it make Amazon money? So let's go back here to.
I think it does if it. I mean, I think all of this is to have as much watch time as possible for the viewer. Mm-hmm. So if you can connect them with the right streamers for things that they really enjoy, then yeah, of course, that's good for both the streamer and for Amazon, because they'll stick around, the viewer will stick around and make money. But I think that's just so extremely hard on this platform, because how do you describe a full like 8-hour stream? You know, how do you metadata that?
Right? Yeah, I mean. Yeah, it's hard, but I mean,
they're not as good as YouTube. I guess.
I will say that the way I see like top streamers are like we're like products to people. Like we promote ourselves. We have our own brands. And what I feel like Twitch is doing here is they're like saying, hey, I want you guys to check out these other streamers that don't necessarily they haven't really like branded themselves super well. So give them the attention. And my concern is like, okay, if we give these guys all this attention, like, you know, when you host like a 10 viewer streamer, you know, like there's the potential of like a backfire. So I'm concerned that like that.
Whoa. Okay.
No.
I don't agree. Like, okay, I have to be honest with you. I don't agree like almost at all with that.
Okay, so here's two examples. Before you say that, two examples. Number one, people could donate or do things that would get that streamer banned because they wouldn't have enough experience with the website that would allow them to
chat. Racism.
Yeah, check ahead of time to prepare for that kind of thing to happen because they're a new streamer and they don't know a lot about the website. Mm-hmm. The second thing is you could just completely overwhelm them because they're not ready for that to happen.
That's my biggest concern.
Yeah, I feel like that's completely legitimate. Do I think that this community thing or the tags thing will create this? No, but obviously if you're hosting some guy that usually gets 10 viewers for 10,000, yeah, there's some bad stuff that could happen, absolutely, because you know there's a lot of malicious people on the website.
Yes. Is that what you were referring to though, Fed?
I don't think it's referring to that, yeah.
No, I mean 10,000 people, like 500, 100, 10 people, like you could, like one person could do some real damage to someone, you know? It's a chat after all. They can just donate.
One more thing here.
I don't think that's a reason not to add it, like.
Well, no, I'm just saying it's a concern.
That's what you meant by backfire. I thought you meant like, you know, you're gonna like lose your viewers and shit like that.
Oh no.
Because I heard it before. Some dude was on my directory and he was talking about that. I was like, dude, are you fucking insane? If you're so insecure about hosting someone because you think people are gonna go out your channel and they're gonna watch it instead, then you're content's dodge in the first.
Actually, real quick.
I'm just worried that they'll like get bullied or like mistreated by like chat. I don't know.
Real quick,
I think that's possible. Go ahead.
Could this be a possible? Could this continue, Fed? Finish your point.
Oh no, because they're not full-time streamers. We don't know. You know, they could be like part-time streamers, and they don't know how to deal with people. You know, I feel like YouTube and Twitch are very different, and like chat can be sometimes really scary.
Could it be possible?
They're dangerous.
Could it be possible, since everything is kind of, what's screwing up discoverability are the top sections, kind of, and that's why people kind of tag themselves in the top sections. Could it be possible to just have 2 sections on Twitch, or to have certain sections on Twitch and erase the view count? When you, for example, okay, imagine an IRL section amongst gaming sections. You clicked IRL, and then in the IRL section, you had all of the sections that are included right now: cooking, creative. And there is no in parentheses view count. There's just sections within the big section that has all the viewers. And then in that section.
But then how do you order?
How do you choose what goes in the top left?
Some sort of metadata algorithm through Destiny. Through Destiny's points, based on what you watch. Based on what you watch, it's what's first, second, third, and fourth. I don't know. Or advertisers, whatever they pay. I don't know. But
I don't think it's a bad idea to aggregate things based off of how many people are interested in.
Well, that's the biggest problem for this whole discoverability argument. That's the biggest thing. Everyone's going to the top viewed section. Everyone wants the top viewed section. Everyone wants the top viewed streamer, right? Like isn't that the biggest issue right now?
Do you think that's the issue that's driving the IRL thing that they're doing now?
That's the issue that I'm getting from what you guys are arguing.
If that is the case, I think that Twitch right now should start trying to distinguish their IRL and non-gaming content from their gaming content. They should start splitting up the website between gaming content and non-gaming content on a very fundamental level, where those two things never compete with each other at all.
Okay,
But
respond to what Adam Gold said last, and then we'll switch topic.
Wait, I have a really important one though that you guys will. It's insightful. You'll love it.
Just close on it and then do like an exit with it.
Damn, harsh. Okay, exit with it.
Let me use the restroom.
No. Okay.
Well, what is it?
So we haven't talked about the one like a big tool for first impression when it comes to this whole discoverability thing, and that's the fact that thumbnail generation. Is that something we want to talk about? Is that something that can be considered?
That's a really good point. That's a very good
come on, babe. Come on, QC, have faith in me, baby. Big IQ here.
I love when you talk because you always have like this notepad and you have all these shit coming out of your head. See that shit?
Well, hey, that's better than what I'm doing.
What are you talking about?
Next level. This next level. He's saying it's not scuffed enough. That's why he's concerned.
The thumbnail generation, like I think yes and I think no. In a way, because it's a live broadcast, having the thumbnail be a recent clip from the stream, like just a screen grab from the stream, I think is fine. It's like if I go on Fortnite and I see somebody or PUBG, I can tell what map they're on based off of the thumbnail. If I go play WoW or I watch the WoW directory, I can see where they are in WoW. And that's easy to do. I think that in a perfect world, maybe they could allow for custom thumbnails. I think that's probably kind of what you might be alluding to, but that might not necessarily be a good thing because then it would just create a bunch of people trying to make these super overly clickbaity, obnoxious thumbnails that don't actually have anything to do with the game. Right? Like imagine, here's an example. Here, I'll give you guys a good example. Let's say you win one Fortnite solo. You screenshot that and you make that your thumbnail.
That's what I'm screenshot Fortnite.
Yeah, but like, here's my thing. Like, okay, so I just opened up World of Warcraft, and literally, like, if I look at the World of Warcraft section right now, I see like Boogie2988 is streaming, and his thumbnail is literally like I think he's flying somewhere because all I see is a close up of a tree, like a tree got in his way. It's like clipping in front of his camera and his face in the corner. So it's, I mean, like, I don't know. I think that the auto-generated thumbnail, like, sometimes it works, sure. But other times it's just, like, trash. Like, half of these are just, like, they're on their Mount in Dalaran.
It's the best solution we have.
What if... It might be, but it's not good. That's my point.
What if you could...
I wasn't alluding to anything in particular. I actually was open to hear if there was, like, maybe somewhere other than, like, YouTube has something else.
Not that Pornhub has one, like, if you just kind of scroll over it, like, shows a little, like, you know, like... Little...
Exactly.
Does Twitch do that?
Yeah, that's a very good idea.
That's a good idea.
The Pornhub thumbnails are great.
I didn't want to say Pornhub. I was saying Pornhub does that really well, actually.
Oh wait, does Pornhub or Twitch do that?
Pretty much any like live stream.
Twitch should do that, yeah. YouTube started doing it. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and it shows like just like
yeah, it shows
before.
Yes, it shows what's going on currently right now. You go over and see what's going on right now. Now another thing could be, before we move off topic here, something. So where the bits are right now on chat, the top bits in the top. Have you guys ever had issues where you're talking about something that happened, whether it's a, you know, personal issue, whether it's, you know, someone comes in, what's the stream about? Or someone comes in and asks you a question. Let's say you're, you know, God forbid, your pet died or something like that, a family issue or in-house drama. What if something was implemented where you could do top clip? So you know, you explain it one time, you clip it 30 seconds to a minute, and you pin it as your top clip on where the bits are.
Oh, look at the top of your chat. Yeah,
on the top of your chat. So now whenever anyone asks a question that's been asked 1,000 times that you already went over in the beginning of stream, the top clip is right there where the bits are. They click it. You tell them to go there, and they click and they watch. Does that make sense?
I love that.
Under the bits or replacing the bits? Sorry, replacing the bits or under the bits?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, just like right next to it.
The point is that
either way, yeah.
Well, I think it's a big deal.
Like the bit banner.
Yeah, like either above the bit banner or below the bit banner, like a top clip of the stream.
You don't get rid of the bit banner.
Because if you get rid of the bit banner, Twitch ain't. Yeah.
Well, that's
no, but that's not what he's saying.
Incentivizes people to do bits, right? Because they want to.
Again,
I would take it one step farther. I would say that even if the streamer doesn't pin their own clip that they want to use, they should allow the viewers and have them put up the top like 24 hours, like the highest viewed clip in the last like 24
Well, the problem
hours.
with that is if let's say a dick clip comes on and you know what I mean, like they're gonna.
Well, you can set a cut. Like if you pin one, the pinned one takes priority. But if you don't pin one, then I mean you'd have the option to turn it off. Like you have the option to turn off the bitboard in your chat.
If you're sleeping and you know a dick clip hits 200,000 views and that's clipped while you're sleeping and 10 hours goes by and it's breaking TOS, you're just fucked. So maybe leave it to the broadcaster or maybe leave it to moderators that broadcasters assign to do it. But I think putting it in viewers' hands is a bad idea.
Like don't show your.
Well, like you can you could set, like I said, you can set the bitboard on or off in your own settings, like in your partner settings.
Yeah.
So you could do the same thing with this top clip.
Wait,
My issue with. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Wait, Wait, is this your idea? Did you just think about this?
I did. No, I thought about it. I talked to Asmongold about it. I thought about it maybe like it was during some drama happened to me where people were asking the same question for like a week straight, and I already went over it, and I didn't want to talk about it anymore, and because talking about it brought the mood down. So why not just pin one clip and say everyone stop asking, go look at the clip, and just end it. Idea. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I think it's a great idea. It came to me like,
I like the idea. Yeah.
You could even do it like if there's something specific going on like that week, you could be like, oh, like on whatever at this time we're going to have the podcast. And you could just have that as your top clip and just pin it there.
Exactly,
for like the whole
something
week.
like that. But anyways, let's move topics here. This is does everyone feel safe here or do you want to talk about, do you have something else to say, Trihex?
Safe.
No,
Are we good? Is everyone good?
We can zoom right along.
Okay, cool. So this is, to the viewers here, if you go to reddit.com/r/Trainwreckstv, you can kind of put in what topics you want us to talk about, what you think would be amazing, what you think would be awesome. There is a top thread set up for you guys. Now, this is a question from a viewer, and I think this is such a huge question, which I'm so interested in for you guys and every other streamer, and no one ever talks about it. And it's life after streaming. Life after streaming, and when would you ideally like to retire from streaming? When do you see yourself stopping streaming? And what is your life after streaming? Are you gonna get a job? Are you gonna invest, become a banker, become a real estate? Like, what are your guys' plans or goals after that, right?
All right, Destiny, go for it.
Why me first?
I can start. I might quit if my stream ever sucks or if WoW dies. Like, what would I do? I don't know. But at this point, it just kind of depends. I don't really. I think with a lot of people, they're kind of just playing things as they go. Streaming is such a new industry that nobody really knows what's going to happen. Streaming could be around in 20 years from now, or in 10 years, there could be something completely different. We have no idea. Like 15 years ago, streaming wasn't even an idea in people's minds. So I think that the idea that, that people are like planning for the future and like a second career, I think that depends for each individual. But for me personally, like I went to college before streaming or before making YouTube videos. And I guess if I ever stopped, I might continue doing that or something else. I'm not sure.
All right. S-Fan, go ahead. I was going to go.
Well, I was going to say, like, and I haven't been around for very long, but the way I see it and just looking at some guys who maybe have been around for a little bit longer or seeing people like how they conduct their stream, there's different types of content, and some types of content are a little bit more conducive to basically the more like politically correct, a little bit more straight edge content. And you see those guys, like they might have a lot of sponsorships, they have stuff like that where they're developing relationships with companies or gaming companies, whatever they are. They are maybe putting themselves in a position to where whenever they're done streaming, they could possibly be a spokesperson or work for the company as some kind of quality control position or whatever.
That's happened a lot with WoW streamers. There's been a number of people that have streamed and played WoW professionally that have moved over to working at Blizzard.
Waffle, what about you?
After streaming?
Yeah, like what age do you see yourself stopping? Like, let's say everything goes well, your stream doesn't die,
So my end goal is to make $3 million, and then at that point, I could live off 4% interest of 6-figure salary, basically for the rest of my life. That's like my actual like hard number. That's what my goal is.
Jesus, you got that shit all planned out.
Well, like that's just like a simple, like if I need to give a simple answer to someone, right? But like I don't really see myself ever stopping this, right? I started it for fun. I still do it for fun. Yeah, it's got a lot more serious, but like. I don't know, man. Like, I've moved across the country away from my family. I have like a company now. Like, I've been doing a lot of things to like kind of secure this as a job or a career. I work in a studio. Like, I have to like drive home after this and everything.
Oh,
I feel like
well, thank you.
all of us are working on a way to make it more of like a serious career, right? Like make it more of like a career than a job. I'm like a lol.
You know what?
And that's gonna last as long as we can.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
I hope this sticks around for a long time, but I think it's also dependent on like how like serious we take it. If we don't take it seriously, then it won't stay around very long. I think the medium of entertainment is changing quite a bit to online, and it's like we're here at the perfect time in the perfect medium. So
true.
Just keep going in it. So as long as my content stays interesting and I can still support myself, I think I'll keep doing it. But I mean, we're all realistic, I think. So if we can't support ourselves on it, we'll probably stop and do something that we can.
True.
And most of us, I don't know. I don't have a college degree, but I think with the experience I've gained off streaming, I can probably get a job without one. Probably. And just do fine.
Well, thank you I appreciate you coming on. Jeez, you drove here for that. I love you. I love you. Thank you, brother. xQc.
Oh, I was already. Yeah.
Oh, you're already there? Oh, okay. Well, then let's pretend you. Thank you, anyways. Yo,
well, then never mind. Never mind.
Yeah. Damn.
No, thank you, anyways. xQc. What about you, brother?
Oh, dude, for me, every time I think about it, like I'm like, dude, this is so smart. I'm like, that's so dumb. Right? And then I'm like, dude, you know what? Just my intuition will guide me, dude. And I just can't think of it in the way that it's so many things change so often and so drastically. All the cogs get switched up, boom, 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 boom. And it's like, dude, how can I make any plans if all of it is just always changing? All I have to do is just adapt, and it's just, but if you were to think of it, the other guys, with the guy with the beard, Waffle dude, the thing is, it's like, I feel like if I have that, I need 3 mil, dude, right? And it's just my goal. My mind will be this. I need to make 3 mil, and all my projects and my goals will all be towards getting that 3 mil. And I think that's where it's flawed, right? Where I think, yeah.
Well, I think some people.
Saying,
yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm saying you're saying setting limiting yourself is bad. Is that what you're saying?
No, not really limiting myself. I just feel like I always have goals that are like never monetary or whatever, right? And if the monetary becomes the reward, then so be it. And that's sort of quantifiable, right? But I feel like if I set myself as like I got to make 3 mil, right? And that's like the goal, then...
I mean, that's because you make way more than you need. Like, that's why you're not setting monetary goals. It's monetary goals aren't a thing for you anymore, right? They don't need to be.
True. I guess that's true.
He just says, true.
Monetary goals are important because we've got an uncertain...
I just felt like, I don't know.
That's true.
I just felt like that was the goal, like almost like since the beginning. Just because I feel like as like a home streamer, like just like a streamer, whatever, I feel like the content rewards me, and like the content in general. Whenever there's a stream, it rewards me and fulfills me in so many more ways than money would ever fulfill me, right? But also you have to look for your future also.
That's nice, but you don't have any money, like you're probably not going to be very fulfilled, dude. I mean, like that sounds good, man. Like back in the day, I didn't have any money. I was trying to save up money to buy $1 drink at Jack in the Box. I wasn't fulfilled at all. It sucked. I mean, like,
I think he's trying to say past both, a livable point, we probably shouldn't make money our top priority, maybe.
Here's the thing with streaming is like you don't know what the hell's going to happen, right? It's like your channel can get banned. Of course. Like people can get banned, and that's why Waffle was saying, he's like, yeah, if I have 3 mil, I'm good no matter what. So there's a lot of people. It's like, imagine like going to work at some company and being like, yeah, so what'd you do for the past 4 years? Well, I yelled at a computer screen, and they're like, well, what was your name? Like, oh, this is your name. And it's like, wow, why is all these, like bad YouTube videos about you? And like, why are you putting cookies on your face? We don't want you in our company. Get out of here.
I mean, he's French Canadian. They should understand, right?
Yeah.
You never know.
You see what I'm saying? I don't have really plans. I don't have really goals. I don't have any structure for future.
I don't either. But I mean, you want to still get. I mean, like it's going to happen. Like you don't need to have structure and plans and goals to know that you want to have money.
I think realistically,
you don't need a 5-year plan for that.
I think realistically,
I think they're talking past each other. I think that what Waffle said is right.
Yes.
You obviously want to have some long-term financial
also
goal,
what XQC
especially if you're going to
too.
consider retirement. But what XQC is saying, and I'm pretty sure Waffle would agree with it, is XQC is saying he doesn't want to make the center point of his stream focusing on accumulating some amount of money. And I'm sure Waffle agrees with that as well. Your goal is
Yeah.
I think I got out of touch with the nature of the question while answering in that way and towards his response. But what did I want to say?
Can I go pee?
Yeah, go ahead.
I always feel like
Back in high school.
I feel like in general, whenever I set myself like a plateau, like dude, I need to get that plateau. Whenever I get there, right? I hate to feel like, oh, dude, look at me, I'm on that plateau, right? I think it's just like it's never ending and there's like no cap, right? Like, you understand? So it could go like 3 mil, dude, could be a fucking joke, dude. Fuck it, dude. You know, it could be 20, you know, like zoing like that. You know what I mean?
I think it's reflective on like how a person is, how your life is structured, how you're raised as far as like discipline goes, and who you are as a person. Like I feel like people like me, you, and Asman, like we're kind of more like, I wouldn't say we're in the moment. We think ahead, but we're in the moment. We kind of go with our feelings. We have a good time, right? Whereas Waffle, I can look at Waffle. I could tell, he has a schedule. He has a plan. His life is more structured. He's thinking, okay, you know what? This there. Like same with Destiny, right? Like. So I think both sides are right, and I think both sides have the same general idea. We just go about it differently, so we think it's different, but it's really not. Does that make sense?
I guess it's because it's anecdotal or experience or whatever.
Yeah.
If this is a 0 and I was there, I got there with intuition, then I'll get there with intuition too, right?
Yes, and he gets.
If with plans they grew, then plans will all make sense, right? But I feel like whenever I start thinking, it's just all dog shit.
Everyone's different. Exactly. I think everyone uses different ways to get there, but we all we have the same gist and same general idea. I think
it makes sense. Yeah.
But anyways, Destiny, go ahead. What about you, brother? When do you think you're gonna stop streaming, standing in front of a computer, and doing your thing? And at what point? Do you see, or what do you see life after streaming?
I think I'll probably do similar stuff to this for as long as I can. I mean, I still enjoy it. So I'm not like, if I had like $10 million today, I would still stream.
Same, yeah.
Well, 100%. Then I go stream on YouTube, I guess. Why, do you know something I don't fit?
Actually, I forgot YouTube's a thing. So.
Yeah. Obviously if I get banned, I wouldn't be streaming anymore. I would have to find some, I think as a lot of people said, there's like parallel work that exists that your streaming career should be complementary to. Hopefully everybody here looks like pretty like individual in that like you've managed your own brand, your own business for some point in time. So hopefully you've picked up some skills that you can use in a different kind of job. I think even though streaming didn't exist 15 years ago, not even really, kind of sort of 10 years ago, I mean, it's only gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. I don't see streaming going anywhere. It continues to like massively grow and expand. So hopefully that continues into, into the future.
I feel like as maybe like this like some sort of like a god syndrome or whatever. Not that much, but I feel like people that get to the top of Twitch at some point, right, and people that strive there, I feel like some of them, it seems like they just like know stuff, like whether it's like exciting ideas, marketing, or whatever. Like it's very translatable. Like I see some companies doing some marketable shit, like with some they do like ads and stuff or whatever, and just like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? And a bunch of esports are doing like events and like, dude, what are you guys doing? Like this could be so much better. Where I feel like my own input, I could make their thing like 3 times better. Right, and if that's not a job, then
except whenever they read your resume and they look you up and they say xQc kicked out of Dallas Fuel for something racist, right? Like,
well, right. And then I got on the front page of fucking Washington Post, and what did they get? They can't even get on the fucking front page of Twitch on the fucking bottom directory.
Yeah, I know, fuck them, right? But that's not what they're gonna think. That's not what they're going to think.
Yeah,
and I think that's the whole point about securing your future on Twitch, is because you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what people are going to hold against you later on. And like all kinds of dumb shit that we think is stupid, other people think isn't stupid. And that's why a lot of people get very concerned with, like, what am I going to do after Twitch? Because they see what happens out there, and they see people lose their job over stupid stuff like that. They see people get turned down over jobs for stupid shit like that. I mean, do you really think they wouldn't consider that? Of course they would. No, but
I mean, it depends on how endemic the company is, right? Like if it's somebody like Coca-Cola, it might be a harder sell. But if it's like some SteelSeries or Razer or even Logitech or something, you've probably got a little bit more pull, a little bit more forgiveness.
Try not to bring up Try not to bring up the Kotaku issue because I want to talk about that after this. Yeah.
I just think we got stuck on sort of like a negative sort of part of what I was talking about. I'm gonna give another example. It might ring a bell. Let's say, how many viewers did LCS get? Like 90K, 100K, some shit like that, right? Tyler won out of his fucking trailer with a green screen made with fucking scrap wood, right? Got like 60K on his tournament, right? If that's not a skill on its own to be able to gather that many people, make it that much excitement for an event as this, if that's not like a skill and enough to make a job, then I don't know what the fuck a job is. I think he's very qualified. If someone was to hire him as a fucking creative director or some stupid shit for an event for esports or whatever, of course I would hire that in a flash. I mean, I get banned off fucking links, so what do I know?
I would argue about that too. I definitely would. And all I'm saying is that the rest of the entire world is not there yet, and that's my main concern.
It's the politics of it all.
That's all I was trying to say.
It's just how
I'm not saying that you're wrong.
You're not wrong.
I'm saying that they're wrong.
It's just the politics of of the company views and all that shit. It's a different conversation. It's a whole different conversation. But anyways, Jakenbake, Fedmeister, Pokimane, and Trihex, and let's move on to the next topic. I really want to talk about the Kotaku thing because I think that's a serious thing, especially with you recently, xQc. I think that's just terrible, and it ties exactly into this politics we're talking about. What it means, what it could mean. Do these websites understand what they're doing, and they're damaging people for what, a couple views or 1,000 views? But anyways, Jakenbake, continue. What do you see yourself doing after streaming?
Honestly, I've been streaming for like a year. I have no idea. I don't know, dude. I've had ideas like goals of what I want to do, as far as like where the stream could hopefully be in the future. As far as like some dude that just travels like across the world and eventually like just live streams all my adventures, not specifically in Japan. But long term, I mean, would just be, Giantwaffle had like a set monetary goal. I could say for me, like feeling comfortable and setting some money aside and just investing properly along the way. I don't have an end goal. I have a degree. I worked at a marketing job before I started streaming. I didn't ever think I was gonna like be a streamer or whatever you want, whatever. So it's kind of just like for me, I'm kind of maybe the outlier, and I don't really know. Kind of new.
Very cool, yeah.
And go from there, I guess. I think it's what I do like those IRLs pretty new. I feel like I've gotten lucky to like be in the position I am with like the whole IRL, even though I guess it's going away. But just in general, like being some person that's allowed to like live stream their life, I feel lucky with that. So I feel like it has a lot of room. So hopefully it continues to keep going.
Normally I'd ask Fed to go next, but for the sake of everyone, that's gonna make what? Never mind. Yeah, Fed, go ahead.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna ask Trihex to go next, but. Yeah, you go ahead, then Trihex and Pokimane will end it.
Life after stream, kind of similar to Jake. I'm in this situation where like I've been streaming for like 7 months, so it's hard for me to really imagine. But kind of in the same boat as Destiny. Like if I was banned, next day, I think I'd probably transition to YouTube. But let's say I couldn't stream on YouTube. I think I'd do my best to like brand myself in a way that. I think I want to get into like clothing. I don't know. It's really hard to like imagine this scenario, but I hope that like life after streaming is that I'm financially capable of taking care of everyone around me. I think that's like my primary goal.
That's good. No, that's good. It's definitely a weird thing of life after streaming. It's weird, especially as a broadcaster, especially as a personality. I mean, think about yourself, xQc, or me, or like Aswin, like someone who talks to the computer, like not just plays games, but the almost 90% of the content is just talking, conversing. That it's insane to think about what you're gonna do without streaming, right? Like so much connection and socializing goes on for personality streamers. So it's definitely weird thinking of what's gonna happen after life. But anyways, Trihex, go ahead, brother.
Hey, what's going on? So the thing, okay, so there's a little retread here because everyone's agreeing that broadcasting and live streaming is a very, very new profession. At best or at worst, 15 years old. At soonest 10 years old. And so I've also had the similar thing here too, where not only is it tough to really specifically define what I would do after streaming, when I would stop streaming, but also like even what am I currently planning to do? Like I don't think anyone here I would argue here, for example, is a small little derail. Does anyone here have like a 5-year plan with streaming? Like aside from like the monetary goal, which I think is a very tangible and respectable.
I don't even got a one-day plan.
I have like a 6-month idea because there's like a game I want to play in 6 months that's gonna come out. But like beyond game releases, I have no fucking clue what I'm doing.
When I wake up on Sunday, brother, I have a maybe 30-minute plan of what's gonna happen in the next 30 minutes. I'm not sure what's gonna happen.
Good.
I mean, yeah. Is that good, xQc?
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, like only because I'm conditioned by the Games Done Quick series and these upcoming speedrun exhibitions. So I know like, okay, I have like 6 months to get good at this game. So I need to like practice and get good and be phenomenal at it. And beyond that, it's kind of like fuzzy. But back to your thing, to answer your question for the fun answer. Like a couple of y'all here, I went to college. I went for animation. I actually had my career path prior to streaming was actually to I was pretty realist too here. It was by age 40, I work at Pixar. Before Pixar had their little slump now, and you had the John Lasseter fallout and all the other bullshit I can get into if you want to talk about all that, all the animation lingo and whatnot. Whenever I realized as a 14-year-old that Toy Story, Monsters Inc., and Incredibles 1 were all from the same studio, I immediately knew that I wanted to be part of that. I knew that there was a great quote from Steve Jobs where, like, you know, you can design an amazing iPhone or a peripheral or electronic, but it will ultimately end up in the landfill. But a good movie is a good movie forever. And something about the legacy fulfillment of being part of the production of making a great movie and or being part of the company that made me feel moved the most at Pixar at the time had me very excited to commit my life to the career path of doing my thing and graduating here, eventually getting my ass over to West Coast and going to attending Cal Arts, where Disney often hires out of, and then getting on to Pixar before age 40. That seemed realistic. I feel like I have the euphemisms and mannerisms to carry into being a storyboard artist, and I wanted to do that. So that was the plan back in like 2011 or whatever, and then streaming happened, and here I am now. So I feel like if for whatever reason streaming fell apart, or I even feel eventually it could even segue into that. Like I could eventually say, fuck it, I'm done playing games. I make enough money, or I'm secure enough. I feel enough confidence in my legacy of streaming the last X amount of years. I can just segue into building my art swag and becoming one of these hot art streamers now. I would do that. I would then go into doing that.
Animate on stream.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah.
That would be the category IRL right there. Yeah, there you go.
I wanted something. There's something that I realized whenever like I got like kicked or whatever. I don't know. It's sort of off topic, but I sort of felt like as streamers, actually we're so blessed because there's so many things that they can do like differently, and so many areas they can touch on Twitch. So many things you can try. Right, you can try a billion things and fall and still come back. You know, like, you're not gonna lose your viewers. You're not gonna hurt your brand that much. If you know, today I want to do a cooking stream. It was complete fucking garbage. Yo, delete the VOD. Try again tomorrow. Right? Like, I love that. I feel when I wake up in the morning, I'm like so fulfilled with I don't know, freedom and like yeah, man, I want to do it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think it's really nice.
No, that's really nice. That's really good. All right, Pokimane, go ahead.
I guess I kind of see it going one of two ways. And although streaming is relatively new, I feel like, at least personally, I kind of look to see what YouTubers did, because I feel like that's been established and around a lot longer. And I've seen a lot of people just end up having their own companies sell, whether it be clothes, or I've seen streamers have like coffee companies, or food companies, whatever it is. I feel like having my own company, if things with streaming and my branding works out, would be nice. Otherwise, I did study chemical engineering in university, so if all else fails, I'd probably just go back to school and end up sticking with that.
That's insane. My mom's
Jesus Christ, hell yeah.
That's nuts. My mom's actually a chemical engineer, and my dad's electrical, so that's a hard degree. That's a hard degree.
Yeah, I'd finish my degree and then hit up Trainwreck's mom for a job.
No, it's actually crazy. The jobs are all in like, you have like Texas, and then you have like, it's all the oil areas, right? The chemical engineers make I think it's like 150,000 plus a year for like, if you get
depends
to the right
on
place.
what field you work in, but yeah.
Well, I have a question. Who here is a fucking bum?
Who's what?
Seriously, who's like a bum?
In what regard? Like, no degree? Are you saying
like no degree, no, like, just like, if it was all donezo, you're donezo, like you're just dead.
Well, realistically, so
I mean, probably me.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
I'm a bum. You're a bum too?
I'll go next. I mean, realistically, probably yes, because of everything I've done, right? Like, I'll go next, and it'll feed into your question. I have 2 degrees as well, right? Believe it or not, you know, I know what I've become on Twitch has kind of made me into ape equals dumb and question mark Andy, and now they're gonna say you are dumb though, Emega lol. That's fine, okay. But there was a point, you know, I have 2 degrees. I have a BS in biochemistry. I have a BA in analytic philosophy. So, you know,
so you're not a bum.
Well, the thing is, my goal was actually IP law, and hence the 2 opposite degrees, you know, science and philosophy. That was my goal. But obviously, with all the clips of me on the internet, you know, the whole excuse my language, Twitch, the whole slut thing of the rant I went on, you know, they made articles about it saying I'm a feminist and sexist. That stuff, you know, obviously the law dreams over no matter what, realistically, as far as top firms and, you know, top schools. So I guess in that sense, yeah, I'm a bum. I mean, if this ends, I mean, realistically, they do one search of Tyler Nicknam or Trainwreckstv, and both of them are connected because, you know, I have everything open. I don't really care about my information, which is probably an issue, but I've been doxxed. I mean, the WoW section is such a toxic place. And if you come from the WoW section, you've already been doxxed. You've already been, you know, the worst has happened to you. And I don't want to, you know, say what else has happened because they'll just, you know, bring up people toxic. Anyways, the point is, yes, I'm a bum in that case because the things I've done for content, the things who I am on stream, where I kind of have no filter and I just say and I do that, you know, I'm not thinking long term. The future me is not going to be happy. I'm going to look back. I know I will. And the future me is going to look back and say, what the fuck were you thinking? You know, like, you immature piece of shit, right? Whereas now I'm you know, that's the difference of living in the moment, or like Giantwaffle, having a 5-10 year plan, you know, setting goals for yourself and, you know, making decisions today that your future self is going to thank you for. That's the difference of living the way we do xQc and the way that Giantwaffle or Destiny or other people do, like Pokimane or Trihex. So
I feel like it's I don't want to cut you off. I think for me, it's like a conditioning thing, conditioning, or like I think I've conditioned myself where I've been rewarded. I've been rewarded for doing like shit on the fly and shit that I feel like, dude, you know, just go with it, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I was gonna go on something, but
I was gonna say
that question mark.
No, like what you're talking about right now, Trainwrecks is like actually hits like it's something I always think about. Like and I know for every streamer, like just being online or anyone that just makes content online, you always fall into the potential trap of like doing something wrong and gets blown up. Streamers specifically because it's live. I don't know if it's me specifically, but IRL being outside, like so many more variables, and also me just being an idiot outside. Yeah. It's dude, like I mean, I have a lot of shit that's happened to me, and I know other IRL streamers that I don't know if I can talk about, but I'm sure all you guys can guess. I have any streamers that also are abroad that have had like really crazy shit happen to them, and if you look up my name or someone else's name and you get a lot of like, you know, all the initial comments or the people looking at the surface, it's pretty bad. But
yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, for me, like, mentally to counter that, because I mean, I have a lot of business professional friends that have talked to me before I even, actually, when I first started streaming, and they said, like, you know, I got to watch out for this kind of stuff. Kind of a little bit of mentoring advice to me, which is nice. But I try to outweigh it in my head to hope that, you know, it might be worth it in the end. And I guess how I mentally battle that now is just when I get the messages from the people that actually watch my stream and know who I am and say things like, dude, like, I know people give you shit for this or that or whatever, but like after watching your streams, I can tell you're whatever. And it, you know, they say, like, you know, whatever the nice thing is to me, like that is like my mental counterbalance to everything. And, but long term, it's like, it's honestly kind of scary. Like if you just Googled, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but my name too, it's like, there's always some good and bad, and of course, bad
exactly. And see, the problem is, and I think Destiny can elaborate on this because of his recent 30-day ban. The thing is, and this goes to Asmongold's point to xQc, it's that the things that we do in that moment, they're not malicious. They're not in a way where, you know, they can be translated into bad things. Maybe, you know, like you talk to a girl and you say something funny, and maybe in that moment her face doesn't show, you know, content, and she looks a little frustrated, and someone translates it that way. Now you're labeled as a right? Like, there are so many things that can be translated into. So what you're giving as a Twitch streamer versus the job security as a Twitch streamer sometimes is terrifying, especially for an IRL streamer, especially for a personality streamer, and especially as an entertainer. And I think Destiny with his recent 30-day ban, I mean, does that not scare you that you've kind of put so much time and effort into this, where you know, does that, do you see the gist of what I'm kind of going after, Destiny, or not really?
A little bit, but Twitch also, right? Oh, I cut you off. The question was to you. I answered.
xQc, go ahead. No, listen, brother.
Hey, fuck you, dude. Let Destiny talk, dude. Destiny, your turn.
No, honestly, bro, I'm looking at Destiny's face, and it's most likely about to be another clip on live stream fail. So xQc, you answer for me, and you pad me a little bit.
Well, no, I was actually going to counter you a little bit, because I feel like as much as you're not wrong, you're housed under Twitch, and them also have, when it's a big company and they've invested a lot of things into this shit, and having you doing some really, really dumb, stupid shit on their platform could hurt the whole infrastructure. So them severing you off is I feel like them having you on their platform when you do stupid shit is way higher risk than you're taking your own risk by doing streaming as a whole.
Imagine if your org had a connection to an Amazon investor, and they got you, and they got you in trouble for tryhard emote, saying it's racist, and you got permabanned. Would you feel the same way? Probably not. Like that's the problem. It doesn't come down to doing stupid shit. It comes down to doing stupid shit to the wrong investor, and you just get canned. Whereas someone else is the same thing, but it doesn't matter. So that's the issue. I'm talking about job security. I'm not talking about set in stone racism. You say the N-word out loud. Like sure, you know what I mean. Like you get permabanned. I'm talking shit that. Does that make sense?
Yeah. The things that even the community has like a power on how they react to it.
Yes.
Like a lot of people have like a lot of win, and you're just like, dude, yeah. Destiny was gonna roast your dumbass. So
yeah. Go ahead, Destiny. I'm ready for the roast, brother. I'm pucking. My asshole's pucking.
Well, I don't know if I'm roasting. Wait, so you're basically just asking? You're worried that you're gonna get banned for like some random dumb shit?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying, do you ever question, or does the amount of job security ever scare you? When I say job security, I'm using it very loosely. I'm not using it in like this terrifying manner.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, for sure. The last 30-day ban like actually fucked my mind. For the first time in my whole life of streaming, I actually had like actual problems with my head related to that. It was very scary. But I mean, I think I made an effort to reach out to Twitch people. I went to San Francisco, had dinner with my partner, contact and everything, and we talked and everything. So I think I'm hopefully good. So I mean, for me, I guess like the most important thing that I would say to anybody in general that does this kind of work where the job security is not necessarily guaranteed is, I guess, diversify your revenue streams as much as possible. If you're a big streamer, I don't know, looking at the faces here, if you don't have a big YouTube, or if you don't have a YouTube, you absolutely should. Holy fuck, yeah. My biggest regret in life, I say I don't have regrets, but like if I could change one thing, it would have been like starting YouTube earlier. Like I think like 8 years ago, I had a YouTube channel with 75,000 subs and I didn't do anything with it. And now building mine back up to like 120 has been like so fucking hard. And starting out that far ahead so long ago would have been huge.
Yeah.
But you know, like I have my own website where I manage my own subs, so I can move around for that if I need to. You've got affiliate links, you've got sponsorships, you've got YouTube revenue. Like, yeah, I just keep your revenue streams as diverse as possible. Don't have all your eggs in one basket, and then do what you can.
That's good advice.
Smart fuck, yeah, big man.
Let's move on to the next topic, which just kind of translates into, or kind of, you know, some fluidity to it, I guess you could say. It's, you know, some of the online media, I feel like, is very unprofessional, but they're not getting the heat they would you know, in real life. When I say in real life, I'm referring to bigger news or even smaller news stations, but
so let's just say it
held accountable. So Kotaku, basically Kotaku, this week or at some point, xQc, when was it exactly? Do you remember?
It was 2 days ago.
2 days ago, they made an article and they said that he said fucking the F word, correct? We're referring to. Yeah. You know, the
new F word, yeah.
And did you say it?
Wait, which one?
I did not say that. I've never said that.
Can you clarify?
So basically,
it was the F word you got banned.
I said to a person that was gay at some point. I was in the game. It was heated. I said, go suck a dick, right? And that was the premise.
Well,
and then
you were just saying it because you were just saying something to like just. You were angry and you wanted to say
it. But then I was like, listen, it was a million. I said he would probably like it. Is what I said. I don't laugh. Why you guys are warning me? Fuck you guys, man. Why are you warning me?
We're not. Like I do not think you should get banned for that. But anyways, continue. I have your side on that. But anyways,
so anyway, continue. I mean, I paid the price. I did whatever, right? But then but then some other person at some point later on, a couple months later, said someone caught him on a VOD saying stupid F-word kid to another player on his own, just exiting himself out loud. And on the article, they said that I said that. They said that
And it wasn't you.
Stupid F kid, yeah, and it wasn't me at all.
Stupid
So then I
fucking
was like,
F-word
dude-
kid, yeah.
Yeah, and then I was like, dude, I would never say that. Like, and it puts like, I'm not, unless you ask me to, I'm not going to go over like the whole why it's really fucking bad what they did, the article. And even though it's like a small sentence, people might think it's nothing, right? Like that's like a small mistake. It's ridiculously bad. I could explain over it, but we'll just continue with the topic.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, obviously there's a lot of companies that are going to see that and they're not going to want to have you be on their team, etc. because it's like, man, this guy's like saying all this bad stuff. And like, here's the thing, man, is like, where is the oversight? Like, how does somebody get away with putting an article out there that says that somebody is saying a word that people lose their careers over and it's not true? Like, in my opinion, I think that anybody that does that should be banned from writing articles on whichever website that they wrote that article on, because it's damaging not only to them.
Completely agree.
Yes.
It's damaging the whole website.
Yeah, I mean, it's bad for them, bad for the website, bad for the person they're talking about. Like, people don't understand the breadth of their words. And this goes for anybody putting content on the internet, not just journalists, but especially journalists. They're kind of put on a pedestal and like, oh, like this person is from a legitimate news source, and then they go and say something like that. Like, you have the power to attack somebody's career, their livelihood. Like, that's so, like, people don't understand what they have in their hands.
But
it's so ridiculous.
Even if you look at it from the perspective of just the organization, people are saying Kotaku sucks. They're not saying the author sucks. They're saying Kotaku sucks. Now xQc has just shown thousands of people that Kotaku published something that was false. That makes their website look worse just because somebody wanted to get a few extra clicks for being a little bit more edgy and breaking a story that's a little bit more, engaging to people, because it's using words that are more appealing. People want to see that.
But just to counter that, but just there might be someone that xQc has like a pretty big following. He's pretty well known and has some like pretty loyal people. But if he was like a little bit smaller, maybe doesn't have that pull, let's say, then now the article overpowers him, and now that
I would have gotten rolled over, of course. Now I'm thankful that now I have a voice that I didn't have before, and now when shit happens, I get to roll them over too, and that's just that. Not everyone has that, and I can see them sometimes, and it sucks to see them get rolled over.
Yeah, but they're not going to write an article about someone who doesn't have that kind of force either, because what's the point?
Oh, yeah, they do. They do that all the time. If somebody can write an article that will allow them to push their own personal political agenda, it doesn't matter if the guy has to.
Especially if it'll get. I agree.
Yeah.
Did Kotaku come out and say like they fucked up, or?
Yeah, they did. They
apologized.
I believe the editor made. I believe. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, then I'll retract this. But. And this upsets me a lot. I believe the editor that has, a fraction of the exposure Kotaku, as the editor made an apology on her Twitter, on her personal Twitter, which I think is ridiculous. If you're going to post something on Kotaku with 1 million plus followers and you make a apology on the personal editor's Twitter, that's an issue. That's a huge issue. That to me, it's a half-ass bullshit apology.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So the editor-in-chief or whatever, the guy that's above them wrote, but still, it's still not. When I went to bed, the post had 8,000 likes on their site. When you have to make an account and so I don't know how many do. That's a lot. Like 80,000 people went on their website, made an account, went to the article and liked it. So how many people actually viewed the thing? And that's crazy.
A lot more, yeah. Right? 100,000 plus. 100,000 plus.
The damage done was crazy. But if people think, there's no damage done, it's just like a thing that the thing is, if that shit went on like the Google directory, people type xQc, they see that. It's a stain that's forever there. It's garbage. It might be hundreds of thousands of dollars lost like over time to spawns and shit. It's so bad.
Yeah,
it's so bad.
It is. It's terrible.
They don't know. They'll read that and they'll just write you off right off the bat.
They will.
Go read
they will.
There needs to be accountability for that. If you say things about people that are untrue, that are damaging, I think that you should suffer consequences. In my opinion, if Kotaku has somebody that's putting up there literal like damn. I mean, like I think that I don't know. Like, do you think that you could have sued them? Like, I don't know enough about the law, but I think that if you publish something about somebody that's untrue, that I mean, I think it's very easy. You can make a case that that's damaging. I think that you could have sued them. So the person puts Kotaku potentially in the case to get sued. I don't think that they should be writing articles for that website ever again. You should just fire them. Yeah, you should just fire them.
Yeah.
I mean, not having a source, not having a video source, not having proof, and writing that article based off of hearsay is in itself showing that you don't have the credibility to work there. You don't have. Think about that. Like as a journalist, that's your number one thing, to have a source of proof in case shit hits the fan. And when you don't have that and you write it anyways, it's showing the true intentions of Kotaku, and they're not pure. It's not news. It's to get as many views and attention as possible, and that's wrong.
Yeah.
Well, it's like
in esports, things start small and they grow fast, right? Like orgs and articles, and I guess a good, not even a good argument, but an argument people could make is like, you know, they didn't replace the people that they hired, you know, because when you're small, you can't afford like big fucking publishers or big writers and just, you know, you start small, whatever. But as a company and stuff that grew, it is, I think, their responsibility to adapt to their growth and cycle out and get rid of people that are less professional and less good at what they do and get better ones, right? As they grow, they get better people, right? Which is what I didn't do with the stream, where I was getting growth and traction with my own stream, and I would still say the same things that I would say in the past. And I was like, dude, if there's an article that that is made, I'll get fucked over. And I did, right? And I did get fucked over, but I then understood that you have to adapt to the growth and stuff. You just got to do it, and it's part of it. Just learn over time.
I want to hear Destiny, Pokimane, Triax, Giantwaffle, Fedmeister. I want to hear Jake. How do you guys feel? Let's start with Waffle here. Waffle into Destiny, into Pokimane, into Trihex. Jake, after that, how do you feel? How do you feel about this? Or do you not care? It doesn't affect you.
This situation has never really happened to me.
It's happened to me once where there's been an article. Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Go ahead. Just finish your point and then go ahead, Waffle.
It's happened to me once where there's been an article written about me, and it's worded in my case, it was worded in a way that made my community and my brand look really bad, and they had no sense of like balance in giving credit and then attacking I guess my brand. And I don't know, when it comes to like journalism, especially in esports, I feel like everyone's just super fucking like inexperienced, and I don't know, it's super hard to like deal with that shit.
And they're also giving like a lot of credit to like, oh, like they're verified, like they're like they have all these titles, but they're nothing.
But they're just like a fucking 22-year-old chilling in their room,
trying to make it off your misfortune or whatever.
Yeah, who got his job off of fucking like E3 or some fucking con or some stupid shit, right?
Waffle, go ahead.
So, not exactly the situation, but because I haven't had like that exact situation happen to me, but recently, my 21st birthday, it's not unknown. I got a little drunk and I ended up puking on stream, right? When you YouTube Giantwaffle, that's the first thing that pops up. So, I didn't care about it, right? Because I did it on stream, I was young, whatever. But like just recently, I discovered I'm actually on Netflix for that.
What?
That's cute. That clip of me is on Netflix.
How?
It's on a show. I forget what it's called. The something Hail. Fuck, I'll figure it out. But it's on Netflix, right? That like 10-second clip of me, and it's almost like the pinnacle of that episode, right? And it has Markiplier, and they're going through, like the Joel McHale show. That's what it's called, and like that wasn't like a moment that was like very malicious, right? Specifically, but it's used as a humorous thing. But that is definitely a damaging image of me.
People might think you were drunk or something,
or whatever, right? I mean, that was like 4 years ago.
Reflects character of not being able to, there's a lot of things I could see.
So like that's the situation I find myself in. Of course, I'm not gonna like try to seek financial gain off that and everything, because it did happen and it was open content that I released and everything. But you have to, like, everything you do, you have to be really, really careful about, because there are people out there that will take advantage of it and use it in whatever way they want. So I don't know how you like hold people responsible besides what like ever you can do out there, like, making sure people have like the best writing morals and stuff like that. But I feel like the best solution is just don't put yourself in situations where that's going to even happen, which I don't know if that's good advice, xQc, but like even remarks that were close to that, I think is what they latched onto, and they try to like take advantage of. I think that's what they did. But I mean, it's kind of inevitable with how much content we put out there. Like a third of our lives are online, and it's kind of really hard to filter and edit that out. So, I mean, it just comes down to us trying to keep the standards as high as possible and hold people responsible to their words.
Yep. No, I agree with that. Destiny, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously agree with everything that's been said. People that write stories should obviously do their fact checking and make sure they're not misrepresenting people and anything like that.
I think that I want to get to a place where people that have a damaging article written about them, it doesn't hurt them. And I think that's probably going to be the best place to be at. Mm-hmm. And that way you take the power out of people that are kind of the proverbial gatekeepers, and people are able to create their own destiny and their own narrative about themselves without being told that by some sort of third party.
I mean, that doesn't happen even in the real world, though, right? Like,
well, it's something you want to work towards.
Ideally, right?
Yeah. And
well, yeah. Yeah, sure.
I mean, obviously, it's something you want to work towards, and I think the good way to do that is have streamers supporting each other whenever something like this does happen.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And not cannibalizing each other.
Yes. Yeah. And that's a huge, that's one of the reasons, not to go off on a tangent here, that's one of the biggest reasons I truly believe personality streamers are a dying breed versus gameplay streamers. Personality streamers, they are known, I can't explain it, they're known to cannibalize each other. They are just known. I don't know why, but the community is just known to cannibalize each other. Whereas I feel like gameplay streamers, they support each other. I mean, during the whole doc thing.
Wait, what? I think personality streamers have gotten more and more popular. It used to be back in my day, there were only gamer
like
streamers.
Top tier gamers.
Yeah,
I think he's saying they tend to like fight.
I'm saying they tend to fight more drama.
Because drama equals views.
Exactly. There's more. I'm not talking about growth. Of course, IRL streamers have grown, but because of what Pokimane just said, of her understanding what I was saying, it's that the drama, there was a point where drama was views, and the drama between other IRL streamers together was views, and that's the issue. I never saw that in gameplay streaming. Rarely, even through the whole dog thing, Shroud and everybody had, no, they had his back. They had his back. They removed the emote. They said they didn't make the emote for this purpose. Everyone else, every other person streamer played onto it, including myself. It's just, I'm telling you, like, there is some sort of cannibalization or some sort of, maybe it's what Pokimane, brought up about the more view thing. I'm not sure what it is. But that's why I think it's a dying breed, because when something happens to an IRL streamer, it seems like the others either don't say a word, or they hop on it, use it as drama, talk about it, talk shit about it, and then they move on from it. Whereas gameplay streamers don't talk about each other in that light. If they do, it's full support. And that's the biggest reason I think.
When something political happens, though, they tend to fuck each other over.
Who does?
There's no loyalty on, because they're like fighting for directory and shit. I feel like
for IRL or gameplay?
Gameplay, full gameplay streamers. Dude, I saw King Richard like roll fucking TP over for the thing he said, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like he was generally apologetic and whatever, and just he didn't have to put a word on it. And he just like just like crushed him, dude. Fuck it. And I see it happen sort of often in those things.
True.
In those directories, dude, if that dude's not online, hey, I go up, dude. I go up, and it's just like nobody gives a fuck about each other.
Let's go back to, we went off on a tangent here. Yeah, let's go back to, I believe it was, was it?
Me?
Trihex, I think it was Trihex.
I think it was Pokimane and then Trihex, since we switched off.
Yeah. So just to recap here, the topic was about, like, have there ever been, like, wrong-mouthed from the press? Right?
Yes.
Okay. So one thing I want to bring up here before I get to mine is the fact that, I actually didn't know how editors or amateur writers, like how the whole process sort of like shopping an article. So whenever you ask about low accountability and who's actually like making intentionally further clickbait, sensationalized pitch pieces to pitch to Kotaku or Polygon or whatever, I didn't even know how the whole thing worked. I didn't even know that until like about a year ago, because I never gave it time to actually think about it.
Could you maybe detail that process a bit? Because I don't think most of us even know.
Yeah, I don't know at all.
Yeah.
So it's very, very simple. So the idea is, if you are like a writer or whatever you want to call it, an editor, well, not an editor, but like a writer, you are savvy in the thing you really understand well, particularly I guess Overwatch or Twitch culture or whatever. And at that point, you'll make an article, like you'll make like a thing, like let's say you make an article on your hot take about in defense of keeping IRL as it currently is now. Like rather than Twitch's like new changes that are coming, you're having a hot take that's going to like bring up some unpopular perspective on why IRL should remain one monopolized section, right? You will then make that article, you'll completely draft out and everything, and then you will pitch your 15, you're gonna use like, dick pic traits here. Like it's a 15,000 word article. It features, it name drops this person, that person, and that person. You're using all these marketing traits of your article, and then you pitch that to X editor at Kotaku or Polygon or wherever, and then you negotiate back and forth with how much money you're gonna get paid for it and whatnot. So
the person writing, are they contracted to Kotaku, or are they just
some are
internet journalists in general?
Yeah, some are, some not. It generally varies. If you're really good at what you do, if you are a consistent banger and you get like hella views on your shit, it's not unsurprising to see them get picked up full time by Kotaku or Polygon. But some of them
not necessarily.
Yeah, I've seen people who dance around between ESPN Esports to Kotaku to Polygon to IGN to wherever the fuck they go, wherever they get the money is, honestly. Now, with that aside, though, so now you guys understand maybe a little bit more about the background there of how these articles happen, because there's plenty of incentive to make it as clickbaitful as possible, because that's getting you more money. It's getting you callbacks to write more articles like, oh, Pokimane, you did that really sick article about Twitch culture. Well, shit, can you give us a hot one on IRL? They'll call you back. And that's like the ultimate, like, because there's no like longevity, consistency with like that kind of thing. So you want to get the bangers out there. So you want to get the callbacks there, ultimately. Now, with that aside, I linked here in the Discord for you, Trainwrecks. I was consulted about is Tryhard racist from Kotaku way back when, and I knew I was hopping in the lion's den. I did prepare adequately for their interview. And the funny thing is, the entire thing here about as far as misrepresentation goes, is I admit I wasn't yet woke to being on this level of a spotlight. And there was a point where what did I say? I used the word cuck in the interview. Now, I used the word cuck.
Adequately prepared.
Yeah, I thought I was good. The only thing though, like the context of when I said it, I was jokingly, what was it here? I was calling the person interviewing me was asking me about like, how do you feel about banning Tryhard? And I was like, oh, you feel free to do whatever in your own space. If you want to ban the emote, I understand. The context of someone like I'm a cutie pie having 20K huge ass chat. There's not really much you can do because you have like a freaking 30-line display per second chat room. You need to have some kind of overarching control and whatnot. But then I let it. I forgot how I said it. I have to reread the article to get the details right now. But I had said like if you're a snowflake, and you let some one-off shitter get to you, then you're getting cucked by that one person or something like that. I forgot how I said it, but like I used the word cuck in a lighthearted way. This was like a while ago, so it stings more to say it now than it did back then, at least relevant to my usage of it altogether here. I also never associated with being anything alt-right because I don't even consider myself. I'm so not anything anywhere near that. I never thought about,
I mean, it's a word, right? It's just a word. Like I don't understand why it has to be related to any sort of whatever.
It's
right?
the internet now. It's got to be black and white now. It's never any nuance whatsoever. At least as far as these kind of things go. Well, anyways, I used the word cuck and. And by the way, when I used it, the editor I was talking to on Discord for the audio interview laughed. He thought my usage of it was funny whenever I was using it for the context relevant to the thing about some whatever negative person I was talking about. And then in the article, if you read here, they self-describe it as so then Trihex said, in the very words of the that are uttered only in the alt-right circle, he said cuck. And I was like, oh. Dude, you laughed at it with me. That was a funny joke.
Yep. I have a similar story to that. Yeah, I have a similar story to that. Yep.
Put the article Control F alt right.
That is dog shit.
Oh my god.
Squad W dog shit.
So I've learned to like you have to go hyper PC. I'm saying the right word. I don't know. Hyper careful. Because man, tone don't mean shit. They will Fox News the fuck out of you on these things, man. Real shit.
Yep.
Damn.
And by that I mean like they'll selectively edit it out.
I was getting media training for that shit. And you watch like they give you like a media training. They tell you all about that type of garbage.
Yeah,
right?
You're completely right, dude. I was in before we go to Pokimane and Jake's outlook or opinion on this. I was in the same category. I did an interview. So Kotaku reached out to me during the whole rant thing I went on, and in the DMs and in the interview, they told me they understood because I explained. They said, "Oh, we get what you mean. You know, it's not that bad." Blah blah blah. But then in the actual article, I was labeled misogynistic and sexist, and how I'm this man that hates women, and you know, blah blah blah. Where, you know, I have a girlfriend. I have a very close relationship with my mom. I have a lot of girls I'm sub to, and girls are sub to me. Like I have a lot of people I support and I'm friends with, and it's not the case at all. But here's the thing: if the community didn't have my back, if I didn't have a certain viewership that had my back, and I was hated, that would have been with me until I died.
Would have been bad.
It would have followed me everywhere. It would have followed me off Twitch. It would have followed me everywhere. And I just feel like I know this sounds like baby rage, but that's not fair, nor is it right, in my opinion, just for them to get the views and for them to exaggerate and twist it into that without any prior context of my stream, of my speeches, of the content produced during that time. They took a 30-second clip and they based everything in my life of that 30-second clip. Now you could argue that's life, fine, but I don't think that's right at all. So
did you talk about it last week already? Because I was out of town, but I don't know if you already did. But the episode of
the catfish thing.
Yeah, did you bring that up last week?
I think I brought it up last week how catfish they
faked your name.
They faked my name, and they said that I called a girl, you know, slut. I call her that. They basically used.
What you didn't do. Basically, you didn't.
They basically used the drama of the Kotaku stuff and thought it would be huge if I said it again. And they edited my name in there. It wasn't even Twitch chat. It looked like Twitch chat, and it wasn't even Trainwreckstv. It was Trainwreck with a Z. And they said a big
your in-game name.
Yeah, it was my in-game name, not even my Twitch name. And they said, big streamer Trainwrecks here calling this girl a slut, a totally different girl just for their show, calling a girl on there a slut. Like, it's insane where people and organizations and companies will go to get the extra views, and not caring who they ruin or who they're using. And it's just terrible. It's so fucking wrong.
I just think all those media companies are garbage, and I don't want to have anything to do with them at all. They're all liars. They're going to throw you under the bus just for a few extra clicks.
Yes.
And they don't want to see you succeed. They're just terrible, and I don't want to have anything to do with them.
Oh, completely. I mean, I didn't even say that word to that in that context. It's just crazy. But anyways, Pokimane, what's your outlook on, or what's your view?
Yikes, this is why, like, I hate taking interviews ever, but I would say, I mean, this is kind of a game that is played online in terms of clickbaiting, but also in person, you hear about fake news or whatever all the time. And I think for starters, it's good for us to set this culture of like fact check for yourself. Don't just believe what you read or what you see on YouTube titles. But in my opinion, the biggest problem is when there's legitimate websites that are dedicated to reporting news that can't fact check themselves. That's what's actually fucked up. You can tell people not to believe YouTube clickbait as much as you want, and they may like believe what you say, but actual news articles, everyone feels like that's a bit more legitimate. So I feel like those journalists definitely do need to be, I don't know, reprimanded in some way, shape, or form. Can we all just write off Kotaku? They've written so many shit articles. Just forget about it.
Well, people should start giving a fuck about what these websites say. Who cares what they say? It doesn't matter.
When you guys are interviewed for an article, you know you can ask for a final editorial rights to the article, right?
Really?
Did not know that. Actually.
Will they like actually give it to you?
Yeah. Will they cancel? Yeah. Will they cancel the interview?
Have them agree in the interview. If they're going to interview me, then I get final editorial rights to this article, so they can't badmouth you.
Make sure you get it in writing.
That's
smart.
Make sure. Yeah, definitely.
Going through those troubles, they probably won't.
And when it's a breach of legal contract, that's even more rights against them. So.
Yeah. See, I think when it comes,
I worry they would bail on you though, right?
Sure, whatever. Then they don't get the article. They don't get the clicks. Whatever.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
My thing is, when it comes down to it, if somebody is going to be able to say something that is damaging, threatening, whatever to a certain person, they need to be willing to take the blowback for it if they say something that's just not true. Like the equivalent level of blowback for the thing that they say happens to that person, they need to be able to take that. Like that's just how it should work.
It's on these websites to enforce that, though.
Yeah.
You know, I can't like go to journalists' house.
Nothing good can come of these websites.
Yeah.
Nothing good will ever come of them. They will always be toxic. They will always cannibalize people.
Yeah.
There's nothing good about them at all.
I feel like it's kind of stupid, and everyone's gonna say, yeah, no shit. But I feel like in just gaming in general, or like in esports or whatever, the bad stuff always comes like so quick, so easy, so fast, and so much good shit just never appears anywhere. It's like, dude,
the news, man.
Yeah, that's just the news in general, honestly.
Yeah, but
People
why,
love
dude?
drama.
Why?
Drama.
Because people want stuff that's abnormal.
That's
People
fucking
don't want to
retarded.
It's
that's
a
the way
human
of the
nature at
world.
this point. That's what people click on the most, and therefore what companies will cater to the most.
Yeah, you lose $20, it's gonna hurt you a lot more than gain $20.
Why do you think you see all these YouTube videos about Jake Paul? I mean, it's because
None
people
of them are
click on him.
positive.
Right, yeah. It's not like, oh, wow, I can't believe how great Jake Paul is. It's something bad that he did or some fight that he's getting in. Like, all of these kinds of things, they reinforce this behavior and, you know, this, like, toxic whole world view.
Yep.
And,
Dude,
yeah,
life
I feel like,
sucks.
go.
At the
Oh,
end
you
of the
said
day, I
everybody
just want
sucks?
people to
Nice,
really
life.
try to fact check for themselves.
Especially
so-
if, like, sorry, especially if, like, something like this is on, like, it's career damaging. Sorry, Mom.
No, all good.
Pokimane actually brings up a really good point. Like, the responsibility should be in the user and the individual to be able to critically, like, evaluate things and say, this is true, this is bullshit. And unless that's happening, it doesn't really matter. Because
That's
there's always going to be,
literally
that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Well, it is impossible. You are right. I'm not saying that's the solution.
But we should
but
still
I'm saying, like,
encourage it.
yeah, that's not the only thing you should do, right? That's why we have laws. But that is something that should be enforced and promoted, and I don't think it is enough.
Also, if I may here, can I clarify? Actually, I didn't say cuck. It was I said cuck lords. That's why the word I threw out there.
Thanks for the.
Yeah, it was funny. What I actually said
So
was
good.
Oh, well, that
Cucklord is
changes
funnier.
things.
the
It actually
actual.
does kind of change it. Cucklord is funnier.
Okay,
Dude,
okay, yeah.
that's one of my go-tos. I love Tuck.
I have the quote here. Here's what I said. Tryhard's a great emote that in itself does not promote racism. So for those who want to get rid of it, it also, by the way, this is all over audio. This was not written down, so I didn't know it was gonna be quoted like verbatim. For those who want to get rid of it, dude, your mods suck. Your mods are cuck lords. You gotta talk to this community and clean this shit up. It can't be done. Or change your snowflake values of what you get offended by because it's all over the internet. That's what he asked me this like really loaded question, and I was like, oh well, if it was like, what if some guy like goes to your channel? Like he asked me, what if someone goes to my channel and tells me my emote's racist and I should ban it? And I was like, oh well, in that case, yeah, that guy's a snowflake completely. Yeah.
Well, it's just moral grandstanding. They're trying to take the moral high ground and make you look bad.
Yeah.
That's
In
all
other
people
words,
do nowadays.
high roading.
He finessed the crap out of me on that question there because we were laughing at each other. It was like a lighthearted thing.
He was laughing. Well,
Is it anybody that reads that article is going to be on your side? Like, imagine the kind of dipshit that's going to actually think that you're alt-right or something because you said cucklord. Nobody's going to think that.
You'd be surprised if
I
they don't
would
know
be.
him, but they know of Kotaku or the editor. Like they'll just take what they say as being fact.
Well, these people are goners anyway, right? They're just donezo, right?
You gotta talk about good fans?
Brother, it's already, listen, people like us, it's already hard enough to understand us, okay? Swallow the food.
Well, it's not good.
Goners. They already can't think critically, so why bother trying to convince them?
These people are already bricked, so like you can't save them, right? So you're not gonna get on your side anyway, right? Why Cucklord? What's bad about Cucklord? I love Cucklord.
Well, it's just like it's a loaded word, right? And the word is used a lot by like people that are like super like alt-right and, you know, they're like fringe like political people. And because he used the word, then the person put that, you know, they drew the comparison there. That's basically what it was.
It's, like, it goes back to what I was saying. Like, it's like a word, right? Like, just because they use a word in a certain context doesn't mean that because they use that word in that context, anybody else who uses that word is associated with that.
Here's the thing, guys. We can all realize this, but like some articles will legit say like somehow 2 + 2 is 5,000, and readers will be like, you know what? It is. And just fucking believe it. So I just feel like journalists, if you got a verification badge, if you work for a company, you should be held liable. Otherwise, your company's shit. And at this point, I think we can agree that company's a little bit doo-doo.
Yeah, I agree.
Hey guys, I'm gonna bring up like some shit that is very close to me. I don't know how close is anyone here. I'm sure you guys all followed it. And it has to do with the topic we're talking about media and everything. I'm gonna do this without getting political because I'm not gonna go down that route. But there's been like some streamers, like IRL streamers. I know for myself, like it could easily happen. Someone could clip together the worst shit I've ever done in Japan. I've been here for a year now. Make me look like a crazy motherfucker. But if you guys know CJ, the streamer that was in Taiwan, he had a huge, insane amount of like negative stuff that happened to him in the media. And it was not like video game websites. It was like it was like the CNN of this region and whatever, like the big news places of these region. And from that stemmed so much damage that it was really bad. And I mean, what we talked about before is having each other's backs and everything. At the time when I saw this blow up a little bit on Reddit, I saw a lot of streamers actually talk about it sometimes or attempt to have each other's backs, but it was hard, I think, because there's just so much other variables that like are small.
So like what happened with that? That started off whenever CJ was in Taiwan, right? And he was with like a female girl, or obviously a female girl. It's 2018, okay? Yeah. And
he was with a girl.
Yeah. And he was with them, and they were in like a jacuzzi, wasn't it? Or something like that.
Dude, I was there, dude. Then, I was in the jacuzzi.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so what happened?
Nothing. It's just out of context things. I said the word the emote EZ, and from that it just blew out of proportion into this whole huge campaign nationwide, like not on Twitch. It was not Twitch related. It was like it blew up, and it was like this. Then it turned into a lot of different political stuff, and then it went down a lot of different routes that basically created a lot of damage for CJ. I mean, as he was doing very well in IRL and everything, and Twitch related, outside of Twitch, personal, and it kind of really blew up. And I mean, I guess
Twitch banned him, right?
There was a lot of controversy behind it. He got multiple.
Well, he was
multiple random
off the
bans,
website.
like without. He was banned off the website for whatever.
Why do you think that happened?
What?
I don't want to bring up. I guess I don't know how much I.
How much you can go into it?
Oh, I'll go into the whole conspiracy.
Do it.
Here. It's because they were trying to.
But he was banned. I mean, which okay, like I can understand. Like I think it was like a first day was okay, but then it was like a 3-day, and then they gave him a 7-day after that just to like, maybe have some time about stuff. I
want to hear Destiny's conspiracy before you continue.
Yeah, I'm saying.
I feel like Jake would probably agree, but doesn't want to get into it. But like.
I'm too scared, dude. I'm too scared of the hammer.
I'm pretty sure what it feels like to me without knowing anything, and I love Twitch America, but it sounds like they were probably being a little bit too protective of their other content creators, their other foreign content creators, and they didn't want to damage those relationships, so they figured they would just throw CJ the fuck under the bus in order to appease him. That was what I got. That actually felt really disgusting to me. Either you or CJ messaged me because I actually started talking about it on stream because it actually felt insanely fucking gross. Yeah,
I remember you talked about it. I appreciate that. It was kind of like, I mean, he's not the biggest. I mean, he was. I don't know. He's been in the spotlight for IRL, I think, since he started streaming. If you just browse it, you might find him. But he doesn't really have like the backing that a lot of like streamers have, like the network and stuff.
Do you think that Twitch banned CJ in order to appease the people in that region?
Can I like politically answer that and say like I think that there might have been a few reasons?
Okay, yeah, all right, thank you.
So continue your point. Yeah, continue. I want to hear this. This is actually interesting. I didn't know about this.
So
I mean, for me, the point is like I know that this stuff will get written about anyone that's in the public eye. Whether streamers were talking about specifically negative articles that can affect you now or in the future. If you look at like Janer's saying like job security, looking for a job in the future, they're gonna Google my name and find some bullshit you did that is out of context. But like for me, I'm looking at this like just 6 months ago or whatever it was, 8 months ago, is like I've seen damages happen throughout this whole year, and it's just so crazy to me to see how that can happen and like what kind of scale it can happen at. And yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of interesting.
I think the scariest thing about that one is that there was so much mainstream media support there in Taiwan, wasn't it?
It was, oh, dude, it is.
That's scary.
He has a YouTube video that literally, because I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure he's leaving Taiwan, but he has a YouTube video that kind of like, it's kind of like what's the word I'm looking for? God, I've been in Asia too long. My English sucks.
What it talks about the situation?
It talks about the whole situation, like from top to bottom, and exposing. There you go. It's like exposing a lot. So he actually has him live streaming while he did the interview with this Taiwanese news station, and he gave his full like story, which is what happened, because finally one station asked him for his side, which never happened. And he gave it to him, and they said, "Oh, sorry, we're not going to use the interview." And they said, he asked why. Like this is like a video, like with the interviewer right there from this big news station. And the station said, like, we can't release the video because we wouldn't want to like have the Taiwanese people not like our station. Like just said it on camera, like it's boom right there. And that video like has no exposure, so no one knows about this stuff. But it's like this kind of shit was like. Whew. It's really close to me because I was there. Like I'm a streamer out here in Asia too. Like I'm in a country, it's not mine. It could easily get flipped anytime, you know. Yeah. And CJ's a friend of mine as well, so it's kind of very.
Yeah.
That's so messed up, man.
That is.
Yeah, I think that's like one of the examples where it's probably the most extreme example of somebody being misrepresented and then being punished for it because Twitch is caving to mainstream, mainstream demands or mainstream pressure or something like that. I really think they need to go out of their way more often to back up their streamers and back up the people on the platform, because it's going to make the people on the platform feel more secure being here, right? I mean, imagine if like there's some other country and this other country says that you're a piece of shit and you get banned for it because of Twitch. That's basically what happened to CJ.
Yeah,
right. It's ridiculous.
No, you're 100%, and I think that's why it kind of hits me a lot, because I'm like, this could happen to me as well, and I think that we should have we should have some sort of protection or some sort of at least stop feeling that okay, Twitch is a huge company back Amazon.
Yeah,
and if they did the right research, they could back us up, you know, or back CJ up in that regard.
It becomes political, I think, so political that I wouldn't touch it. Go ahead.
It would be very nice if Twitch, since they're such a big legitimate company, would go out of their way to contact news companies like Kotaku for fake news and back us streamers up, because I think it's very hard to do as an individual, and most of us probably wouldn't even know how to go at it. It's probably way too much work to like legitimately sue, but it's really important to fight back against these things.
Here's the problem though. How does that make Amazon money? That's a lot of money Amazon's not going to want to spend.
Well, not even ignore that.
It does ruin our careers, and we make the money.
Yeah. I don't know how I would feel about Twitch representing me in any type of like capacity like that. Not that I'm not trying to shit on Twitch or anything. I'm just saying that like I manage my own brand, and I would need to sign something in order to offshore that responsibility to Twitch. I'd be really uncomfortable with them taking that on themselves.
Right, but also like whenever something bad happens, right? Something bad happens. It's not. I mean. It's not Asmongold or Destiny. Like people don't see that. It'll say Twitch streamer name. It's always going to be Twitch streamer name. Well, so I was just going to say, in some respect, like, yes, I agree with Destiny. Like you're probably going to need to sign something and talk to them or whatever. But like, it's on Twitch too. It makes Twitch look bad too.
The problem is, I mean, is it going to? Here's the thing. Can anyone on Twitch make that call, or is it someone on Amazon has to make that call? Because the thing is, it's not gonna...
CJ said that Twitch says it's their policy not to get involved with PR.
Yeah, because the thing is it going to read?
Which is understandable, but unfortunate.
Is it going to read Twitch has defended the streamer, or is it going to read Amazon? You know, Twitch, Amazon's subsidiary, or whatever the hell? Is it going to? It's going to read that. So like, I think it goes much higher up the totem pole on, you know, what Twitch can and cannot do when it comes to the political grounds that we're talking about, because it goes way deeper than defending. It becomes a political thing, especially if one other company that they go against decides, you know, they don't agree and they're just as big, and it just, there's so much messy liability shit. I don't know. It gets way too complicated in my opinion.
Yeah, the liability would be hilarious too. The idea that Twitch would defend somebody getting banned or having anything to do with like racial shit or bad words, like Twitch would never take on that liability. I don't blame them for it.
How do we protect ourselves at all?
Yeah.
Well, that was what I was saying earlier. The job security part is hard. Yeah.
Work on a
Collectively diminishing
actually, I have heard of like social media, the PR people. Maybe they could help, but I've never heard of a streamer having them. I've only heard of like YouTubers having them, like PR managers.
YouTubers,
Like,
that was
it's not
2018.
Twitch's job to do that, right? Twitch is the platform that you stream on. It's not Twitch's job to watch your ass for what happens to you, even if it is malicious and not like against what like totally against what you said or anything like that, right? It's your own being to do that, right? And if it is extreme, like in CJ's case, then you have to put like probably financial money into it or financial money, some sort of financial investment to get your brand back in the image that you want. Twitch is just a platform that you stream on, and if something inevitably happens because of that, then you're responsible for that.
No, I agree with that. You're right. You're completely right about that.
I think that's true, but also if it's happening on Twitch, it's also damaging their brand. Like you can't say that, let's say YouTube is better off after PewDiePie was on the bridge. You know, let's be honest. There's obviously content creators do play a big role in you know how these websites look. So I think that they should also like go to bat or at least like make a statement, right? Maybe not legally represent somebody because that could get really complicated, like Destiny said. But they should make a statement and say that they support somebody.
At the very least, maybe they can help us access these tools to defend ourselves.
Yes.
Because I don't think streamers know it all.
I don't know shit.
The only
I wouldn't know until I got into a really bad situation, unfortunately, and it was like too late.
Yeah,
I gotta say,
no, I gotta say something really important, dude. This is actually true.
Let's just all say it at the same time.
I have to go get some visa shit like right now. Like I'm gonna get kicked out of Japan if not.
I am so fucking tired. Trainwreck, start this shit like 3 hours earlier from now on.
Please.
Holy shit, and I need to sleep because I got some shit I gotta do for my kids' school tomorrow morning. So.
Fuck, dude.
Wow.
West Coast privilege is fuck right here, man.
Isn't your kid like fucking 6 or some shit?
It's like
It's midnight. This is not ideal.
It's 1:30 a.m.
1:35,
What about
dude.
the EU viewers?
Some of you guys were sleeping 6 hours ago.
I'm curious. Dude, what do you have to do for your kid's school? Isn't it like in one of those schools, like, you know, like...
What? Because he's starting school soon. They got their fucking open house.
Good dad.
I am good faith not continue this podcast.
Hey, don't dad shame him.
I need to leave so that I have Destiny come ready to go.
No, that's sick, Destiny.
Be careful, okay?
No, it's just funny because like the rest of us are just like such degenerates that like we can't even comprehend having a kid.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's an open house. What is that?
You like go and you meet the teacher and go walk through the classroom.
Holy shit, and they say, oh, your kid fucking sucks. Your kid's fucking annoying.
What the
like
fuck?
That,
They would never say that. That kid is awesome. Calm down, right?
You don't go there and make fun of the other parents' kids.
Dude, you know what? I had one of those, right? And I was French, and the only English I would get would be online. And I play Halo 2, and I was like 7. I'd say, bitch, fuck, right? And then at the open house, the fucking teacher goes to my phone and says, yo, he knows English, but he says like bitch and shit.
Nice.
What I want to know is, yo, Jake, thanks for being here, brother. I love you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, dude, I appreciate it. Everyone else,
Yo,
see you guys. See you,
Jake. Love you, brother. Thanks for being on. Yo, what I want to know is what happens when a teacher gives some sort of view at the open house and Destiny disagrees with that view.
I debate him on the spot. I actually call him a Nazi and I take out my fucking Glock and I tell him that if he wants to continue this argument outside, we can settle it like men. That's how I do it. All right, I love you. Be careful.
Yeah.
Bye, Destiny.
Peace, man. Okay, let's go on. Whatever. We'll go F ourselves. Whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna bounce too. Quick thing. When are you doing this next week too? And if so, are you considering making it earlier?
Every Thursday, it's gonna be a podcast. As far as earlier goes, I mean, we can do earlier, but I feel like a lot of you are streaming earlier. Don't you guys think?
Sure. Actually,
aren't most of you streaming earlier? Plus, this time kind of happened because like we started that podcast. It was only me, Asmin, and like two others, and this was the ideal time for all of our like streams. So that's kind of what happened because I think Asmin's very busy on.
Yeah, I can just show up later on in the podcast. Like I don't need to be here at the beginning. I think that having everybody else here is better than just having me here, right? I mean, I think it's better.
I just don't want to abuse the the originator.
Yo, I have a question. How often is your channel shows as offline and off the directory?
Oh, dude, that was happening to me all day.
A lot, dude. On top of that,
happens to me like twice a day, man.
Bro,
what happened?
Bro, on top of the offline thing, most of my followers tell me that they get everyone else's notification for live, and they've never gotten my notification for live, and they've clicked it on as well. They've clicked it on as well, and it doesn't get to their email. I've been told that for the last year.
That's fuck.
Well, you know, they just did something called like the smart notifications, where you only get an email or
I heard about
this.
that.
Yeah, I don't know if that's like a good thing or a bad thing. Like, obviously, they can get spam. You only either get an email, a notification on your phone, or a notification on the website.
No,
so, like,
dude, when Overwatch League was online, I get a phone, I get an email, dude, I get a ding.
Same, dude. Every time a streamer's on that I'm following, I get like 3 different emails: Yahoo, Cox, and Gmail. Boom, 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 and I don't click them. 2-minute reminder later. Boom, boom. Come check it out. Are you sure? For me, I don't even get the original. He is live. You know what I'm talking about? It's crazy. And it's been an issue for like a year.
Yeah, dude. Fuck it, they're against you. It's the Illuminati, man.
Dude, I'm telling you, there's something against
you, dude.
It's the SJWs. I swear.
I'm actually gonna tap out now. Good night, everyone.
Good night, Triax.
Man, Waffle, good seeing you again. Homies and everyone, I will see y'all when I see y'all.
Yeah, I love you, my brother.
Train, hit me in the DMs, fam.
Yeah, next Thursday I'll see you, brother. Thank you, man. Love you, dude.
Yo, I got a personal goodbye. Damn.
Wait. Asman, how many hours a day do you stream? Like, what is like a normal day?
Like 4 to 6 hours usually.
Dude, I was wondering, dude, what the fuck do you do with the rest of your day?
What do you mean?
Same.
What do you do with the rest of your day? What happens then?
He plays WoW.
Well, the truth is, I mean, like, there's a number of things I do, but I basically take care of my house, and I also, like, am kind of responsible for my mom. I'm responsible for everything that happens in the house. So I'm responsible for like an entire household and like another person. So that takes a pretty big like chunk of time.
Of course.
an
And
adult.
then there's also other things that I do that take time, and that's it.
Ever since
do you guys like spend time like thinking about, like, I spend like, I don't know, I spend like an hour or two like thinking about my stream before I stream.
I
like,
usually
no, like, and then that's not even I'm not even done yet. And then I get to the computer, I'm like, all right, when am I gonna hit the start stream button? All right, I gotta waste another fucking 30 minutes.
I think about jokes like whenever I'm laying in bed at night, the night before the stream, and I usually forget them in the morning, and I've started writing them down on like a Samsung document. Like all these like stupid jokes that I've thought of, like a lot of the things that like I'm gonna break the fourth wall here. A lot of the jokes that happen that are on like live stream fails, I thought that up laying in my underwear in bed the night before, and I was just waiting for the right time to use it. Yeah.
All right,
yeah,
since we're confessing, I'll confess the biggest thing ever. Okay, fuck it.
Right.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest. Okay, if I had even half of the time you had before stream to think of content, I'd be far more successful. Those 30-minute intros are me thinking of content. Those are me thinking. I'm sitting there with a 30-minute intro. I have no idea what the fuck I'm going to do that day. And even when the 30 minutes is over, I have no idea what the fuck I'm going to do. So I just kind of, I don't know. I don't know what's been going on lately. Ever since, like, I've been, streaming consistently, let me be honest. I've lost all sense of time. I literally sleep, wake up, maybe even sleep a little more after that, wake up maybe 2 more times, sleep again, maybe get 1 meal in, sleep during the meal, then I stream. It's just like, it is insane. It is insane where my schedule's gone. So the fact you guys even have 2 or 3 hours beforehand is fucking goddamn godsend.
How long do you stream a day?
I mean, it depends, like 6 to 10 hours. It depends, sometimes 5 hours, but it's been like 6 to 10 hours.
Crazy.
Dude, my average is 13.
Who's?
Yeah, you're on all the time. You're on all the time.
Like I'm at like 13.5 this month so far.
Average?
For me, it's pretty hard because I obviously want to do IRL. I want to do like IRL content, but it's pretty hard to fill 13 hours of IRL content unless I'm doing like fucking React videos, that type of shit.
Yeah.
But
It's fun.
I feel like I get kind of boring after a while, and I can tell that,
Yeah, I feel that.
Same. Everyone does.
Yeah, that's why I kind of stop, right? Instead of sitting out, I mean, I could stream for 10 hours a day,
Yeah,
sure.
exactly.
Like, I could be on all day.
So
but whenever I watch my stream, if I watch a stream that's been on for like 10 hours, I can almost guarantee you, like, if I go look at it, like, it's not really that entertaining, right? And I prefer to have, like, everything that I put on my channel, like, be really, really high, entertaining, like, energy content, rather than have the first half be mediocre and have the second half suck. And I mean, like, I think everybody has to make a decision on how they want to, like, do what they're doing. But to me, that's kind of how I see it. And I think that it's kind of like a less is more situation. but I do admire people that can stream for like a very long period of time and like still not like burn out. I kind of feel that way, but also like there are other things I want to do like with my life and everything. So I don't want to just like spend all of my time streaming because there's just other things that, you know, sometimes have to take precedence.
For sure. It's just
You're right.
I don't know how many like not competitors you have, but I feel like I'm always like a competitor with myself, and whenever I see other people streaming, I'll tune to their shit, right? I'll see them playing it. I'm like, dude, I want to go back at it again, right? And whenever I go offline after like 8 hours, right? And I see someone else having fun, I want to have fun too, and I feel bad for turning off in the first place, right? So it's like
I feel you.
I wish I was a game. I wish I had a game where I could be fucking. I wish I was a PR Omega Law player, dude. If I was, bro, I'm telling you, I would love to stream fucking 20 hours. I know it's easy to say that when you're not. I'm sure you run into your own difficulties and hardships. But like, I wish I could log in, you know, play some goddamn Reinhardt, Winston, you know, Roadhog, show my goddamn hooking skills. But realistically, I mean, for what I am, I just, dude, I wish I could do that. I'm telling you, I'm a god Roadhog. Like, I'm telling you, I should get picked up. You know, I'm telling you, dude. Like, it just.
Wait, old Roadhog or new Roadhog?
Both, dude. New Roadhog is just, it's the same thing. You just hook and you step forward. It's all the same shit now. You know what I'm saying? Easy. Worst comes to worst, you throw a little punch in. You know what I'm saying? You know, you hook, you punch, you fucking shoot. You know, it's done. You know, hook, shoot, punch, whatever. Easy kill, done, finished. Pro player. Yo, Dallas Field got me. You know, xQc got some connects.
Oof.
No, I wouldn't.
Sexist, homophobe, racist.
What?
Yeah, I think it's also like the nature of my game, right? Like WoW.
Yes.
Like, what am I really going to do in WoW? I mean, I struggle to figure out enough content for like 4 hours some days.
Bro.
And if I always had something to do, I could just like queue Battlegrounds all day and people would watch it. I'd probably queue Battlegrounds all day and people would watch it. But like WoW is like a very specific type of game, and you know the types of things that people want are you know in some ways like finite.
Mm-hmm. Dude, that's the thing for me. Like, I hella respect people that like stream for like 13 hours a day and like can play a game well and interact with chat like at the same time and be entertaining. That's super fucking cool. Like, if that's the one skill I can get during my streaming career, it's that. That's so fucking. I can't do that shit.
Yeah, I used to stream for like 8 or like 10 hours a day all the time back in like 2016, and then I kind of scaled back and I tried to just like make each individual stream like a little bit better. But I'd like to actually try to stream more. It's just that, you know, then I wouldn't be able to do other things in like life that I'd want to do too.
I'll be completely honest. What you and xQc do is actually, it's so good. You're both doing so fucking well. You've incorporated what, you know, the IRL streamers do with what gameplay streamers do. You've successfully fused the two together where it's entertaining, awesome. It fills a certain cravings certain viewers have in the communities that we like. At the same time, you're also invigorating and giving entertainment to the more normie gameplay streamers. So it's like, the gameplay viewers. So like, you've fused it so perfectly. And it's just it's an amazing thing you both have done. It's amazing. It's crazy. Like,
well, I just like the roulette, like the palette of when sometimes you can tune down the goal and you see him raiding, you know, and he comes. You know, I like to hear comes. You know, like communications, right?
Oh, comms. I thought you were saying comes. I thought we were talking some Gachi, dude. I'm like, okay, I like that too.
No, what we normally say is sometimes that, you know, need more comms, you know, when people talk.
I love that. Honestly,
I love that, hear that shit.
I would love to just be able to get on and just talk to random people. And honestly, like all the rules with Twitch about like, you know, being responsible for what people say, etc. It makes me not want to interact with people because like people will say something just to get me in trouble. 100%.
Yeah. What do you think? The best interactions I have ever is when I log into CSGO and I get a group that just interact the whole time without knowing I'm streaming, and it's just gold, dude. They just go with it. Yeah. Fucking love it.
Yeah, I love when the stream script writes itself.
Yeah.
Actually, that's like one of the best things about Twitch chat.
Yes.
Like, I feel like so much content just comes Twitch chat because of the things that they say, and then you just play off of that. That's why I feel so grateful to like have an active chat. And it's so hard when smaller viewers are like, what do I do if no one's talking? I'm like, talk.
I always think like what you should do if that's the case, like for anybody that's like just starting out, is like try to have a friend on that you can kind of play off of and then like bring the chat into the conversation. That way it's not awkward or anything like that, because like nobody's gonna want to say something in a chat of just like some random like quiet guy, right? And like McConnell and me, like xQc, I think you have Moxie, and you know, like having somebody that you can play off of, like really makes the stream better. Like I think that I've done some of my best streams and best content with McConnell.
Okay,
dude, actually, McConnell is here, and I don't know if you guys knew this. McConnell hit 2,000 subs today.
What a guy!
Really?
2,000 subs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude,
Is he a prime spammer?
Huh?
Is he like a prime spammer? Like you know those prime plug with prime or something?
No. He's just
A prime plugger.
Yeah. I don't like using the word plug. I feel like plug. I just think of like the
like a butt plug.
Yeah, that's what I said. You said it. Oh my god, I'm not gonna stand up.
Oh my god.
Not good.
So, have you guys reaped the benefits of the new sub? Mass subbing?
Yeah,
No.
dude, somebody gave me like
How do you do
10
that?
subs today.
You just gift, and then you can choose like, I want to gift 100 people or 50.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like that's as much as it was like, dude, it's free money. You're lol, dude. I think not as much as I give a fuck about people saying, "Hey, dude, I have this many subs. Look at my dick," you know. That's nobody does that. If you do it, you can have a cuck, so whatever. But I just feel like sometimes you have like small things that tell you are you doing well in streaming, right? And sometimes if you get like a lump, like 1,000 subs, right, gifted next month, you see it go down. Even what are you laughing at, right? If next month you see 1,000 subs just go down straight up, even though you tell yourself, dude, it was the gifted subs.
It still feels like
you're going backwards.
It still feels bad, yeah.
Yeah, no, I know.
So I feel like the peace of mind could not be worth the monetary gain in every case.
You just have to be mentally resilient. But I feel like man, this is like a whole other topic. It's so hard as a content creator when like your life and your job revolves around numbers and being aware of these numbers, like to try to ignore them. Even if it's good, like even if it's for your mental health's sake, it's so hard to actually do. Hello, Greek.
Hey, Greek.
Yo, what up?
Hey,
what's up, Greek?
Yeah, you know what I could picture in the back? Some oil dude just come in and just, yeah, dude, hell yeah, dude. Give him the juice like that shit. $300.
What?
Yeah, fisting is $300. Dungeon Master. Wait, am I the only one?
Are you talking some gachi?
He's talking some gachi for sure.
100%.
Okay.
Okay, dude.
Continue, boys.
Jesus Christ. Wait,
No, I mean, like, I think, dude, like, how many? I think it's pretty common from at least the people I've talked to to get anxiety from like subs. I guess like if your subs drop like 1,000, like you said, like I think I had a good month when I first started out. I had like 5K subs, and then I lost like the next month because a lot of them are gifted. I dropped to like 2K, and that gave me a lot of anxiety. But
imagine having 5K subs your first month. Hey
guys.
What's up, Greek?
Shit.
what up?
I try not to ever even look at my subs. Like the only reason I look at them now is because they're high, and if they go low, I just stop looking at them. Fuck it. Yeah, problem solved. Yeah, exactly. I just assume, damn, I'm doing great. I just don't look at the number. Who
That's
cares?
my viewer count. I took away viewer count like a while back, and I only look at it when I have to fix something. And I don't like viewer count because when it's high, it makes me feel different. When it's low, it makes me feel different. And I want to give my very best, regardless of what it is, right?
I just want to do the same. Yeah.
I've actually thought about doing it. So, do you think that's helped you? Is like,
dude, it helped me tremendously. Back in the days when Overwatch League would be online, since I wasn't that well, that much of a personality.
Yeah.
My viewership would drop like 30-35%, which is huge, right? Dude, from like 9-10K to like 6K. And it made me feel like the energy was down. I overanalyzed slow chat, and shit like that. And now it's just like, dude, like almost every day I have to fix something. I look like, oh, dude, 12K, 11K, dude. Oh man, fuck, that's great, But for 5 hours, I didn't have it. and I never have it, and it's just like I just go full juice. Right?
That's what I think actually I might start doing that. Is just like hiding viewer count. The only thing is that if I do that, then it's hard for me to gauge like, oh, are people liking this content or not?
Yeah.
Right. And so it's like very hard for me to make that decision.
Sure.
But I honestly think if like I didn't even really care at all about view counts, because I think honestly, I'll be realistic. I think you guys probably can sympathize with this. I care a lot about my view count, right? I do. And if I have a bad day, like if I go from 25 to 24K, I'm like, man,
something happened.
My stream's dead. That's it. It's over. And I need to stop that, man.
Yeah, but at the higher tiers, so many things impact it. A tournament around the Fortnite could have ended, right? A dude could have went online that has nothing to do with you. A game could have went online. Someone could have went offline. Some tournament could have went offline. So many things at these tiers that 1K, 2K is like, dude, you can't make anything of it, right?
Well, it's like yesterday, like, so I went up to like 40K viewers and I'm like, yeah, what's up, boys? And then I go down to 32. I'm like, yo, this is, all right.
Yeah, today the same thing.
And it's just like, this isn't even about the numbers. Like, obviously, both the numbers are really good. But I was doing this at like, you know, I was at 2.7K, man, like I'm not even at 3K Andy anymore. Like this is like, you know, a year ago or whatever. And it's just, I feel like it's just such a bad mentality. And
it is.
If I can get out of that, honestly, XQC, I admire you for that. And I've been thinking about like, honestly, I will lay in bed. I will think about that every day, man. It's like, should I just say, fuck it, put out the best content possible?
I'll show you what I do. So when I wake up in the morning, what I do is I pull out chat like this.
Yeah.
And then I do alerts on the right. And it looks a little bit like, what the fuck?
Damn, so you don't see anything, huh?
Yeah, so not good. It looks a little bit like this, right?
Yeah, I do the same.
So it's alerts, and chat. Like that.
That's actually a really good idea. I'm actually
it's fully covered.
I'm probably good.
And no viewer count ever. And my alt tab, when I do alt tab, it's music, and I make sure not to open any Twitch tabs, right? And it helps a lot. It helps a lot.
Yeah,
are you okay, Greek?
How do you change the title? Do you just exclamation mark title?
Greek, yo, watch out, dude. TOS.
Oh, okay.
That's fine. I had a boner, but I fucking sat on it weird.
Okay, good.
You sat on a donut?
Yeah, I sat on the Black Hammer weird.
Yeah, I want to just, like, one thing that bothers me is I'll look at my streams from, like, 2016, where I just literally didn't give a fuck about anything. And it's like, damn, like, this stream was so good. But it was like, it wasn't good, but it was good in a way, right? I knew that I was good. And I want to get back to that point. And it's not even like, I don't feel like I'm doing something wrong. It just, I want to be able to take the best of both worlds, right? Where, you know, somebody who's very, very focused on, you know, creating the best content possible and being able to entertain the most people possible, doing well, having a lot of growth, etc., while at the same time maintaining that, you know, don't give a fuck attitude.
Exactly.
I really should just stop giving a fuck.
I think it's so important.
It's hard to find a balance.
No, but dude, you have it in your head. I think you worded it perfectly. You have to put your peace of mind and your the confidence of the people in the back, like the past person, and the quality and the ability of right now. So now it's at the top, it's locked in, and you have to put the mentality, and dude, it flows. You know, you never second guess yourself. That's good content. I just check sometimes, dude. I don't have to look at the viewer count. That was good content. It was good content. I feel like it. I don't need the numbers to tell me.
No, I agree, dude. And it's so important to do like what you and Aslan have done, dude. It's so, or I guess what all of you have done in this chat besides me and maybe besides Greek. It's like find the one game where you can invest in. Otherwise, I mean, for a while, I thought variety games were the thing. I thought it was a thing, but there's this lack of a home that you feel like you don't have. And I don't feel like I have a home. And the variety gaming, it's great. Chance makes it work. But at the same time, I do think, I mean, I have to get his opinion on it. I don't want to speak for him, but I think finding that home and building a community and relating to the other viewers that you and xQc relate to are so important. And hopefully RPGs will be my home. But I want to get Greek's idea on the whole view count thing and the whole other stuff that you and Aslan are talking about, and then maybe Waffle and about Pokimane and Fed afterwards. But Greek, how do you feel about the view count thing and all that other stuff and whatever the stuff that xQc and Aslan are talking about?
All right.
Yeah, it's fucking. Yeah, it's stressful, man.
Okay,
Yeah,
can I say something about agree? Maybe you won't agree.
I'll be right back.
I feel like if you view, I should have let you answer. What the fuck? I'll continue because I'm too far into it. Basically, I feel like, if you've talked a lot about viewer count and follower count and shit and sub count in general, you've spoken about that a lot. I think your viewers will reflect that and they'll think about it as well a lot. So when it's low, they'll bring it up all the fucking time, and when it's high, they'll bring it up. And I feel like the general topic of viewer count, it just fucking sucks. I think it's just bad.
I agree.
Yeah, that's
Agreed.
true. Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, true.
Well,
It doesn't help anyone at all.
I agree.
Because
Yes.
at the same time, you'll have some people do that. They'll even say, "Yo, Greek is 20 candy, bog." The next time you're 2 candy, you'll say, "Yo, Lobby, he's 2 candy, resident sleeper." You know?
Yes.
That sucks.
And the funny thing is,
That kind of culture is so obnoxious.
And the funny thing is, it's the same people that say, just log on, just stream. We don't care about view count, just stream. It's the same people that sit there saying 0.2K Andy, 0.8K Andy, 20K Andy, and then 2 days later, 9K Andy, dead streamer. Like, it's the same people that say stream don't care about it that actually emphasize it and do care about it. So it's this crazy thing that...
You just have to drop the bomb. That's all you have to do.
You also have to
Whoa, dude, which bomb?
You
have to realize that you're like,
you go on the floor
Sorry,
and you
Waffle.
drop the bomb.
All right, Waffle, go ahead.
this happens a lot, and I feel like this isn't exactly true. This is a problem Lyric has a ton. He will listen to his chat, even when it's a small portion of his chat, but then you have to realize even chat is less than 5% of your viewers, and usually the people that are okay with something aren't talking about it. So if the people are liking your content, they're not saying anything. But there's always this vocal minority on Twitch. So, like, when you're listening to people, like, making fun of you for, like, view count or whatever, it's usually a really small percent of the stream. And most of the time, they're memeing and everything. Yeah. So, like, you have to get around that fact and not let it affect you, because
It's really good.
It's detrimental if it does get to you.
So, speaking of this, me and my friend Stay Safe, we were looking at our like unique chatters versus views and you know, average viewers and all this stuff, and like the amount of unique chatters is so much lower, and it just kind of like goes to your point that there's so few people actually speaking in the chat compared to the total number of people watching the stream, that it's really hard to judge anything off of it.
It's the other way around. I think chatters are lower than unique chatters, right? I think unique chatters are usually like 15,000. Chatters are usually 3,000. If you have like 3,000
I meant viewers. I think I might have misspoken. I meant like the view count is a lot higher than the unique chatters. Like not everybody who's watching.
No,
is,
view count's higher than chatters, but unique chatters, it's everyone ever that's came into your stream. So if you have 3K viewers, what's really happening is you don't have 3K viewers. Over the course of 10 hours, you've had 9,000 viewers filter in and out of your stream, but you don't notice that. But it's different. Does that make sense? So that's unique.
No, I'm talking about total views.
So you're talking about chatters, total views, or unique chatters?
Fuck's sakes, dude, too much data.
I think you get the point.
Yeah, my point is that
there's way less chatters and viewers.
Yes, there you go.
Yes, but that's what Waffle said earlier. The minority, vocal minority.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The thing is, I think it depends on your community, but I've tried very, very hard to make almost everyone like participate, and I think when you get like a lot of chat participation, it's really like rewarding because you get like opinions very fast, and people voice their concerns so fast. It's a double-edged sword. Like I said, when things go bad, they go way worse, and it's just dog shit.
Yes.
But if you can handle the negative, I think it'd be really good because it's instant feedback. It's always really, you know.
The problem goes back to what Pokimane said was, or what she said isn't the problem, but what she said I want to use as an example to a problem. She said that, you know, a lot of times the script writes itself, right? The chat provides the content going off of the chat. The problem is that's a double-edged sword, right? Because if you go off the chat, that's what's causing the issue, I believe, like of motivation. What you've done, xQc,
if they're negative, then you'll be negative.
Exactly.
So much dumbass shit, dude.
Exactly.
Like,
and for streamer,
I'll go into my chat,
yes,
this is the dumbest shit. Like I'll be like, I will say something that's so simple, and they'll be like, question mark, what the hell is this? What do you mean,
dude? People, bro,
dude?
I don't know, dude. I don't know if I'm just stupid, which I know they're gonna say you are, but like, They post a bowl of fruit and they say, this was what I said. This is my reaction to Trainwreck working out. It's like, I don't know what the fuck that means. I don't know if that's a meme from Greeks viewers. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. But then all of a sudden, it's just this negative,
And it's just like, and it's like, does anybody actually think this? And then like everybody will be like, I do, right?
Yes,
and it's like, yeah. It's just like everything that you say, there's just like some predetermined stupid fucking response that you're gonna get.
Yeah.
And I just need to learn to play them into myself, right? I need to learn to control them.
Yes.
It's like wild horses.
I'm still learning. Like my
my
family is Greek's family, so it's like I'm still learning a lot from him and from everything. But like, continue. Excuse. What were you saying, Pokimane?
No, go ahead.
QC.
I mean, my simple. The thing is, I feel like you're right, and just sometimes like I know what they're gonna say. I know how they're gonna troll. But sometimes I'm genuinely looking for an actual answer. Like I'm genuinely looking for a feedback or something, and they'll just
don't get it.
Yo, no, the chat is unified. I call the chat the hive mind because they're all so like unified in what they say. I'm like, dude, you're not thinking this, right? Like something is obviously like I'm obviously saying the truth. Like I'm saying, yeah, guys, I have no sponsors. Like my stream has no sponsors. I make no extra money, and they'll just say, sure cap, sure cap, or sure cap, sure cap, sure cap. I'll be like, dude, you serious? Like, you think that? And
Okay, but the thing is, like, different streamers will have different chats, and I can tell your chat is one that allows a lot more spam, which allows for that type of a response, which isn't bad. And I also feel like there's Twitch culture, which is kind of a meme culture, which I fucking love. But there's also, I feel like there's a lot of responsibility on the streamer to almost mold and influence the regular viewers. A lot of the times, the things that you say is exactly what they'll regurgitate. So if you talk bad on yourself, they will say the same thing.
Asmon Ball.
True.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Like let's just say a house. If I say I want to buy a house, right? You know they're gonna spam, right?
Yeah.
There's no house.
There's no. I think it's
predetermined response.
I just think house. It's like it's a very like complicated and stupid game of Marco Polo. And it's like, I say blacksmithing, you say, come on, bruh. I say house, you say, forehead. I say bridge, you say, like.
This would actually be such a fun game to play. But
I play that almost every day.
Guess what the chat's gonna respond with.
I play almost every day. I'll just say something, just a proper response. I love the house. The house is my favorite one. I love Four House.
I've used that one before too, actually. Like a little bit, I think is kind of funny, but most of it, I feel what the worst part about it is like. So there's this dungeon in Warcraft called the Black Morass. Okay.
The what? Sorry.
The Black Morass.
The Black Morass.
Okay.
What's it gonna be like?
Chris, tell me more.
So the worst part about this is that I remember my friend and I, this dungeon came out in like 2007 or something. My friend and I would say Black Morass to each other, and we'd laugh. Like I'd say it to him, he'd laugh. He'd say it to me, I'd laugh. And it was because we were stupid, ass. Right? Yeah, more ass. Get it? More ass.
Yeah.
More black ass. Yeah. I mean, this is really funny, right? We were 16. This is hilarious to us. And the scary thing about it is, like, now I think it's stupid, but there's people in my chat that are doing this now still, and they think it's funny, and I feel like a fucking old man. I feel like an old man. I'm like,
I think the Twitch chat funny,
and I'm mad.
Like the joke played too many times, the same music played so many times, and you're just like, this is so old,
dude.
You know what's crazy? I picture Twitch chat, like when I interact with them, I picture them as like, this is going to sound a little cringy, but I picture them as like, little brothers or, little whatever, like 12, 13, 14, 15, maybe 18. And then I get in a voice with them or I meet them and it's like, hey, what's up, man? It's like they're older or my age. And like we're playing this game of like dad and son. Do you know what I'm talking about? But really, it's like my same age group or older. And then like, it just, I don't know. It's just crazy.
Yo, Train, if you look up, can you see me?
Oh my God. I do, dude.
What's up, dude?
What's up, dude? Sexy ass.
How you doing, Asmin? What's up, man?
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Not too bad. You're looking good over there.
Thanks, man. The way that I envision Twitch chat is very simple. I was at Target one time, and this was like, you remember the "Do you know the way" thing? You guys remember that?
Oh God! For fuck's sakes.
There were these two kids, right?
Come and go.
These two fat kids, and one was about 11, and the other one was Greek, but the other one was about 9, right? And whenever I saw it, and they were saying it to each other, right? Do you know the way? No. Do you know the way? And they just kept doing it back and forth, and their mom looked like she had heard this for the past fucking 2 weeks and she was about out of her mind. And I just thought, like, just these two dumbass kids at Target. I'm like, there it is. There's Twitch chat.
And then the mom is the streamer.
Yeah, that's right.
Wait, are you I've got to ask a question real quick.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt. Are you and Fed in the same house? Or is it different houses?
Yes.
Same house.
Oh, because one room's red.
We're in different rooms.
My lights.
Oh, I thought you guys. Okay.
Do emotes still make you guys laugh? Does an emote just make you laugh or smile all the time?
What?
Let me think.
Dude, when I see forehead, I lose my shit.
You mean forehead?
No, forehead.
No, he means with the capital E. That's what we're talking about, right?
No. Forehead with 2 E's, right? It's the one that goes like this.
Forehead.
It makes you crack up every time. Forehead. Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm like a Closersberg, so like I love emotes.
I don't think I've ever used an emote.
Really?
Yeah, I'm a Closersberg lord.
Never used an emote.
I love when chat is really clever with emotes, you know? There's that like degenerate spam that's really easy to do, but when you get that one really good, smart use of an emote or response and it's just contextually perfect, those are the moments I love.
Of course, when you're late, Monka W or Monka S, point right clock.
What's that angry?
Point right red dot for the red zone.
The mad face is the cute. I love the mad face. I love no means no or you're late, and then like it's the mad face. Like I just picture like little people actually they're mad. Like it's so cute to me.
It's so cute.
Rage is so really good.
The mad face is the best.
I guess
face.
I like that one. Yeah, that one's okay. The little rage face is fine.
Or like ragey hyperclap is really good.
Dude, I actually heard on the forum that Asmongold is one of the biggest nammers.
I banned the emote. I did. I
banned it. Mine too.
Don't do the hand gesture unless you're Italian, dude.
I don't know where the fuck that came from, bro. But people just do it randomly. I'm sitting there talking about something, and it's 9 o'clock. Like I just don't know what the fuck they're talking about, dude.
Well, that's why
I banned it. You can't read anything. It's too. It screws up the entire chat.
Well, that's the thing is like I thought about. Oh shit, he's muted. I thought about like kind of just like doing streams without like really reading chat a lot, and you know maybe having a. Oh my god. You're just going through them.
You ever make up what your stream says though? Like I do that all the time.
What do you mean?
I'll just pretend like the Marco Polo thing you said. I'll be both Marco and Polo.
I do that all the time.
I know what you're saying. Okay, yeah, you agree with me.
Like it's so funny. Like I'll ask the chat something, and I'll be like, "Hey, like, what do you guys think about this?" And like everybody will be like unanimous. Like they'll say they want one thing, and I'll be like, "Yeah, okay." Yeah, a lot of people.
Unanimous.
No, I said unanimous.
No, you get it. Unanimous.
Oh, my bad. I was my brain is broken. It's too late, dude.
Unanimous.
But yeah, no. But yeah. No, that's true. I don't know. Sorry, I'm just dude. You freaking named me in real life. That's what you did. Now my brain just shut off. Just go ahead. I'm done.
The other good thing is the memes, dude. The memes they make. Like recently, they made one of me. And I don't know why. I really don't know why. I mean, I know why, but I don't know why. You know, they say chicken legs. Listen, my legs are toned. Okay, I have toned, nice. My muscle distinction and striation, beautiful, okay? But apparently I'm chicken leg Andy, okay? And they make these, you know, I got tricked. Recently they made a post that said like, real picture of woman eating sushi, and like you just see chopsticks. And then you open the picture and my other half of the body's on the chopsticks. And it's just like, these memes they create. It's like, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah, I like community memes, right? I think those are really good. And
of course,
those are the best. The overall general Twitch memes I think are generally stupid, but the community memes I think are hilarious. Sometimes they'll go to different streamers' subreddits, and they're always just saying the most ridiculous, dumb stuff. They have these like really weird pictures of streamers that they use, and it's just like it's so ridiculously weird. I like it.
Even the mean shit they like say about you, like. To me, it's like if like a homie was to say that to me, like I don't give a shit. It's funny. I don't really take it up the ass.
People also have a big fucking schnoz, but it's not big, dude.
Like, fuck you.
It's like you know, if you do like Pythagoras, the ratio's pretty good, right?
Pythagoras.
But they still TTS spam like. Oh, you can smoke a cigar under that big fucking schnoz.
Bro, are you kidding me? They took my nose and
slap it down.
Dude, they took my nose and they put 2 omega lols in them because I have such big nostrils. Are you kidding me, bro?
That's actually funny as fuck.
Oh shit, man, that's fucking funny.
She's crazy.
So we move on to the.
Go ahead.
So so I did this segment where a lot of viewers want to like ask 1 or 2 questions per their streamer, and well, not each viewer, but like just 2 questions grabbed, or like maybe 1 question. Do some viewer questions, to kind of engage us. But before we get there, one person asked, I want to get this out of the way because I feel like there were some very awkward moments. I don't care. I'm very open. I'm very weird. I'll hug you. I'll kiss you on the cheek. I'm very open. If you're a guy and you're with it, I'm with it, right? But a lot of people are uncomfortable with that kind of stuff. So a viewer asked how to approach their favorite streamer in person without making the streamer uncomfortable or making the situation weird at an event or at a meeting.
I can answer that.
Go ahead.
Don't.
Really?
Don't. One time somebody came up to me. It was like, he said, "Oh, I saw you at HEB." I didn't say hi, and I was like, "Thank you."
He said an event, not like in public.
Oh, in an event?
Yeah, at an event.
Yeah.
At an event. Yeah.
Don't grab my dick. Everything else is fine.
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Nothing to interrupt.
Let's say they do. What
I'd
happens
like
if
to
they do?
say I
Let's say
have
they do.
some different rules than that.
Yeah, just don't grab my dick.
Yeah.
Don't grab my anything, please.
Yeah.
You can slap my ass, but that's about it.
No
Wait, they grab
undivided
you?
hugs and no squeezer hugs, right?
Wait,
Here's a safe bet.
Pokey,
I think
do they
most-
grab you?
They've kissed you.
Okay, relax. Yeah,
Wait,
I've
what?
had dude.
You
I've
said
had
that.
dude
Wait,
just
what?
straight
They kissed you?
plant one on me.
What?
It
What
was.
the fuck?
Yeah.
You kiss me, I'll fucking sleep you.
Nice.
If you kiss me, I'll farm you like that. Boom, get the fuck out.
Pink eye.
Well, dude, if
Pink
they
eye.
kiss me, I'll jump
very
them off for
unfortunate.
punishment.
Dude, you're a god, Greek. That's exactly what I do. You kiss me, you're getting a fucking nice courtesy hand job.
If they kiss me, I'm gonna kiss that dick back.
Oh god, you're
that-
so fucking hot. I like that.
That's totally okay. I'm not like that, so.
Well, I'm a bit of a, I can't
I
help
think
it.
just in general, if you're not sure, just ask. Like, don't just do
Yeah, just ask for a kiss.
Excuse me, can
I
I
was
kiss you?
tuning out. What do you say? If someone kisses you, you kiss back?
That's what Greek
You
said
gotta
at
be
the beginning,
polite.
not me.
If they kiss me, I will kiss them back.
What's wrong with you, motherfucker? Wait, so this one kisses
I
you.
like to be
So
Kisses
kissed.
you
My
and just
friend.
goes for a kiss, lip kiss, straight up. You just go along with it?
Okay,
Looking
he's weird
at
at this, but if
xQc,
it
I
ever
will
happened to you,
know
you'd
when I see you
actually be
next,
so
mister.
uncomfortable.
Yeah. So this happened
What?
at like after Dream.
Wait, you've done that before?
Well, this was. Remember the guy that we met who said he was McConnell?
Yeah.
That guy grabbed my ass right before he took the picture. That's why I was in such a good mood.
Oh well. Yeah, that's a weird thing.
Yeah, he just did it. He just did it, and I was like, "All right, yo, what's up?" Like, I mean, I've had people grab my dick before, like in public. It's not a big deal, but I mean, it's true. Like, I mean, I live in Austin. There's a bunch of weird people here, and like, it just doesn't bother me. It's not like somebody grabs my dick, suddenly I'm gay, right? I mean, it's not a big deal.
Well, how do you know? I mean, unless you try. Anyway.
Yeah, it's fine. And that was a little bit weird, but yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah. So something weird that happened to me at DreamHack, like this wasn't a weird thing that happened at DreamHack, but I actually had like a handful of people message me after DreamHack, "Hey, saw you at DreamHack, but I was too nervous to come say hi," and I'm like, I hope I don't give off the impression that I'm unapproachable or anything like that. To me, that was like. That was
No, I think some people are just shy. You shouldn't.
Maybe that's what it
I think
is.
everybody gets messages like that.
Everyone, because I think a lot of people like wouldn't approach anyone at all, right? Regardless of whatever. And you being a little hot in their head, you're a higher standard than a normal person. Then it's even worse, right? Even though it's
even harder.
Yeah. So, but I'm sorry. I feel need to ask. I have to go back again. Are you saying that somebody legit went for a kiss and you did it?
Yeah. So here's what happened. I am generally happy to like, hey, picture, shake hand, go for a hug, right? So he comes at me like he's gonna hug me. And I'm like,
I love that. I always do that trick.
He just whoop,
yes, I know that one.
On the cheek.
Yeah. Oh God.
Fuck, that's fine. What the hell, dude? I thought they were going for a kiss on their lips, dude, and just went all along with it.
No, it's still not fine.
Oh, you're random. Kiss on. Yeah. What the fuck, dude? What? I was lost the whole time. That's why I asked 3 times.
I do. Normally, what I do is I pretend to tell him a secret, and I just go like that and run. I'm like, "Come here, I'll tell you a secret," and then I kiss him.
How about you, Waffle?
Pretty good ones. This one guy came up to me. He had a magic trick.
You're cutting out.
You're cutting out.
Oh, sorry. Okay, this one guy came up to me. He had a deck of cards. He was like, "Do you want to see a magic trick?" I was like, "Yeah, of course." So he lays them out. He's like, "Pick a card." I pick one, check it, give it back to him. He shuffles the deck. First, before he's like, kiss the card and then put it in. So I do that. He shuffles the deck and he's like, okay, now for me to find your card, you have to kiss me. I was like, I mean, A for effort.
Did you do it?
And like just random people asking you out and this and that. I mean, I don't know how much stuff like that you guys experience, but it's not the funnest time. I think that's mostly
a girl thing. I mean, like I've had a few people, like as I said,
I get that a lot.
I really don't get weirded out. Like I honestly don't know what it would take for somebody to actually weird me out. I really am not sure.
I'm heavily objectified. I'm heavily objectified.
Dude, I just cringe at myself not being able to interact properly with them. Because I used to play in a league, right? So we had like a lot of fans come up, and sometimes they're sort of kind of cringe sometimes, but I don't give a fuck if they're cringe. I cringe at myself that I'm not able to interact with them properly, right? And I'm just like, dude, what did I do? Like sometimes we'll ask weird shit. I don't know what to say. Like someone says, "Hey man, roast me, man, roast me," and I'm like
in real life,
yeah. And I'm like,
give me a match.
What?
Give me a match.
What does that mean? Give me a match.
Fire. He's saying
literally roast.
It's a.
Oh, I didn't pick it up.
All right, yo, Waffle. What about you, man? How do you feel about
Oh God, dude, I'm like the opposite. So instead of like people coming up and trying to like kiss me or whatever, right? I'm usually the opposite, but it's with other streamers. It's all guys, obviously. So typically, there'll be one night where I get tequila in me, and then every guy is like open season for some reason for me. I don't know what that is. PAX South 2015, whole bar, made out with everyone. Well, you made out with everyone? In the bar, yeah.
Dude, I don't know.
Is that your orientation? Is that what you like? You like it? You like kissing that?
I mean, I would, yeah, the situation. Tequila.
Oh, okay, so wait, I'm sorry. Are you gay?
Just given the situation.
Oh, I thought it was gay. I mean, I just wanted to ask.
No.
I don't know how to ask that without like seeing it like it's a bad thing. I don't want to make it seem like it's negative. It's just I don't know how to ask.
Yeah, he's just asking.
Tequila,
Are you gay? Like, is that how do you ask?
You should say what team you batting for. That's what my dad.
Yeah, what team you are.
Okay. Let's say I want to ask someone. Do I say, do you like men, or do I say, are you gay?
I think sometimes when you ask it, it makes it sound like it's a bad thing. Because if it wasn't a bad thing or an abnormal thing, you wouldn't feel the need to ask.
Yeah.
Here we go. Tomorrow, Kotaku come out with an article. xQc.
I'm educating on how to better interact with everyone.
Yeah, I'm just trying to help him so he doesn't cringe at himself,
Here's the thing, right? If somebody's gonna get offended about you saying "Are you gay" or not, fuck them. They're stupid. You don't even care anyway.
Yeah, they're dumb as shit.
Yeah, they're dumb. Who cares?
In high school, I used to have a lot of gays that wanted to I don't know, dude. Maybe it's just my gestures. I feel like I gesticle a lot with my hands.
You gesticle?
Gesticle.
Yeah.
That's right. No, that was right. No, he's right. Yeah, keep going.
You gesture in the form of testicles? Is that what it means?
No, in French it's called gesticuler. It means that you do a lot of hand motion.
Gesticulate.
Yeah. Quand tu utilises tes mains, c'est que tu gesticules.
Gesticule. Right.
Yeah.
Just keep going. Keep going.
Like in French, is it referring to testicle?
No, it's perfect.
That's just the prop. Oh.
Yeah.
Je savais même pas ce mot, wow.
Yeah, c'est un mot un petit peu plus compliqué. So basically,
what rabbit hole have we gone down? Holy shit!
Can I just say xQc in English? You guys are like question mark. In French, he's 500 IQ.
Yeah.
No, actually, he just dropped a word I've never heard of. Yeah. 500 IQ.
Yeah. So basically,
wait. Is that easy to go from question mark to, if that's the case, yo, I'll give you merci, je t'aime, comment ça va? Yo, give me the credit. Give me the credit. No, I want the 500 IQ right now.
No, he is. I can see it, dude.
Thank you. I can speak Farsi. I can speak 3 languages. Okay, I get 500 IQ too. Thank you.
Yeah, you can speak English. So French.
IQ doesn't go any higher than.
And autism. Okay, then I have 4 languages.
IQ doesn't go any higher than 100 or something.
I move my hands a lot, right? Because I was like this, that, this, that.
Me too.
Maybe makes me look a little gay sometimes. I don't know. Maybe that's how we both see it anyway. So I had like a bunch of gays that like they were always after. If there were 3 gays, they were all after me. And, I didn't dislike it. No. Wait, what I meant is
it's flattering.
There was one
it's like, dude, I'm attracted to men. It means that maybe I'm attracted to women. Fuck it, dude.
Y'all have Snapchat, right? You guys have Snapchat? Yeah. So there's one day I woke up and I had like 25 dicks in my Snapchat. I went through every single one too. Like
that's a good day.
Did you find some good dick?
You just honestly, one up and you're like, damn it!
I was laying down.
Damn it,
dude. Honestly, no. I mean, all memes aside, I'm not memeing. No, all memes aside, I actually, when I watch the porn, I actually enjoy looking at the cock. Like, there's something empowering when I look at the cock and I look at the girth and the tree branch veins going through it, like it's some sort. It's just amazing, empowering feeling. I can't explain. Does that make sense?
I used to only watch lesbian.
Something about a dick is better than a
vagina is just this thing, but a dick's so nice.
A while.
What about big, fat, nice anime titties? Though? What about those?
That's what's up, dude.
Yeah, dude. The big, rounded, nice, oily anime titties, dude.
There it is.
Holy shit!
Hi guys, thank you so much for having me on the podcast.
Having fun?
It's ran. I feel like it's ran its course. How long has it been on?
Actually, it was
30 minutes, 45 minutes, maybe.
About an hour.
4 billion hours.
3.5 hours. 3.5 hours. 3 hours. I mean, if you.
I gotta go soon. I got a meeting with Kanye West, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Oh yeah, no, actually, I need to go sleep. But thank you guys
no
for
problem.
inviting me. I appreciate it a lot. Nice to meet everybody.
See you later.
Have a good night.
Pokimane.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Okay, where's?
Okay. Now we're back on the motherfucking topics of the real.
All right, let's talk about the real shit now.
Huge ones that you can't grasp with both your hands. They're huge, circly ones.
Favorite category.
So,
I felt like there's a little bit of tension between you and Pokimane xQc. Is there a thing going on between you two?
I don't know. You tell me, buddy. Isn't she with the dude with the glasses?
Who?
The dude with the flat top. The
who?
That mythical.
TSM
Fortnite.
Yeah. That was a YouTube video. that was a YouTube video.
I think if she's dating anyone, not to be awkward here, but I think if she's dating anyone, it would be Fed in here. It wouldn't be anyone else.
Fed.
Oh wow, we're putting him on the spot.
If it was anyone, I'm not saying it is.
Oh, he looks skunky. No.
Oh, she's back. Oh shit.
Oh God, she's back.
All right, guys. I am here to clarify. I am not dating anyone. Not
Kappa?
Fed. Not Myth. Not whatever.
Oh, that's a cap. Hey, boys,
That's a big Kappa.
No cap.
That's a sure cap.
Kappa.
Have a good night.
Felix.
See you later, Pokey.
Good night. She's got to go and Skype with Mythical.
I'm poisoning the mic of chat.
Mythical, dude. That's about to be a meme. Mythical. Jesus Christ, dude. Yeah, sorry for making that awkward. I was just
The mythical boyfriend. Nobody knows if they exist.
no. But anyways, yeah. We have some questions here for some streamers.
Okay, yeah, I gotta go in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, we'll call after this thing. So to xQc, and then afterwards is one to Fed. To xQc, out of 1 to 10 rate, rate the autism level of your Twitch chat, and what time of the day is chat the worst for you?
If other big streamers aren't on, I think at 2 or 3 p.m. it goes full blown cancer. It never stops.
10? So 10 out of autism, 1 out of 10 autism, 10?
Oh, dude. It starts at a regular. I think whenever I like core following type viewership, when I start like first 3 hours, dude, it's a normal like a 5, 6, 7. Dude, when it's peak time, 2, 3 p.m., it goes full 11.
That's exactly
dude.
right, dude. That's whenever the spurgs come out of the woodwork.
It is unbearable.
Just like
dude, and you get people that don't even know how to spam.
Like, and yeah, they're just stupid. I think about that, and yeah, you're about right. Like, I feel like on the WoW section, I kind of act as like a containment area for all of those people.
I'm that too, yeah. I'm the retainer.
Yeah, every spurg that's going to be in the WoW section is like in my channel. Will be like, oh wow, blacksmithing, come on, bro.
Dude, what the fuck? Question mark? Come on, bro. What the fuck?
So real quick, someone just donated $60. Thanks for that $60. I appreciate it. Sorry, it didn't pop up, but I appreciate that. But anyways, next question to Fed. How is life with offline TV going? I've never seen Fed this happy as of lately, and especially after his birthday stream.
Greek true.
Oh shit! Well, offline TV is pretty chill. I mean, I don't know how many of you guys like have lived in like streamer house, but it's very like easy to, I guess, feel not alone. And typically, like when you're alone, like your thoughts just like race, especially if you're a streamer.
Yeah.
So it's hard to sometimes control. But when you're around other people and like they back you up or support you and like help you.
It's called the gang.
Yeah, it feels like a squad. So it's really cool.
I got one of my own. Kind of.
Yeah.
We're only a small gang, but
it'll grow for sure. But it's super cool.
Put him in the coffin.
Let's see here. I'm trying to even it out here. Destiny left already. The question on Destiny was, would you ever have another kid? I wish I would have asked him that, but
Jesus,
that's gone.
Save that for next week.
I'll answer. No, I'll take a guess. Just for content, I'll take a guess, and I hope you agree. I hope that I'm right. I answer for him, and I say no, because I want to give my full attention and my full juice power to Nathan for him to be as high intelligence, high ego, and high powering as I am.
I think he'll say yes.
He'll say yes because he wants the two kids to debate each other.
It's true. Yeah.
Wait, what? Wait a second. You give juice, like apple juice or something?
Yeah, apple. Of course, apple juice.
Apple juice is fucking vile. Dude, you know what apple juice? You know what apple juice smells like? Generally, it smells like water or piss that you've dripped on your pants that are like denim or whatever, right? Like jeans, right? Ever smelled soaked jeans?
Dude, honestly, apple juice for me is one of those times. The only time I enjoy apple juice is when I'm really hungover and I have that aftertaste of alcohol, usually whiskey in my mouth or usually something, and I drink an apple juice and I just feel so fucking great. That's the only time I drink apple juice. I can't explain. It's only during a hangover. It's the best feeling ever. But yeah, I feel what you're talking about. Kind of.
Okay, so the reason why I don't drink apple juice anymore is when I was young, I'd always wear these jeans at school, right? Mm-hmm. And I'd taste my apple juice. I'd always get I love that shit. And at some point, I dropped water on my jeans and it smelled the same way. And then later on, I pissed my pants and it smelled the same way. I'm like, dude, something's adding up, and I never drank apple juice.
Well, how do you know? Maybe your pants just didn't smell bad.
What?
Yeah, like if every liquid that got on your pants had the same smell, what if your pants just smelled bad?
I think it's just the wet jean in general just smells like apple juice, and that was it.
Interesting.
And I linked it with the piss, and then now I can't do it anymore.
All right, to Asmongold. Asmongold has talked in the previous streams about using the word normie. He said that anyone who uses the word unironically is a fucking idiot. He also said that using such saying memes or emotes IRL is dumb and cringy as fuck. So, what do you feel about using and saying memes and emotes IRL? And how do you...
Here's as I said, like, this is the old man thing. Like, if I hear somebody say PogChamp in real life, I'm not gonna like it.
That's weird.
I'm not gonna like it. I think it's
You know
dumb.
what?
Okay, like, and I'm sorry, like, I think it's stupid, and like, feels bad, man. You say Monk S, like, in real life, I think it's dumb. I know some people in here do it. Okay, I still think it's dumb. Like,
You know what?
Fuck this guy, the guy over there. Fuck, hey, I literally do nothing else but stream and then sleep and interact with other streamers, right? Dude, I speak in emotes IRL, dude. Literally, I spam that shit. I say Pog, that's a Dan's gamer. I say, what?
Yeah, Dan's gaming, residential sleeper.
It's literally part of my vocabulary.
Because emotes are so precise.
Nam Asia.
Why do you think there's billions on Twitch, but only few are successful?
Well, so I can actually take that. I can take that another step further. So I've actually, and like it kind of goes into the emote discussion, is that I kind of have tried to use less profanity in my stream, which has not really been going very well, but I've been trying to do this.
Me too.
And the reason for that is because I feel like using profanity should not be the punchline, right? And I've often used profanity as being a crutch for something being funny. And I often go back and I watch my streams, and there are just so many times where the punchline is fuck, the punchline is shit, or something like that. And it's not funny, it's not original, it's not special, it's not different.
It's kind of old,
It's not engaging, it's just boring, right? And I kind of feel the same way with the emotes, right? And I feel like a lot of these different words and everything are kind of like short form ways to complete thoughts. And if you find a better way to communicate, I think people will appreciate it and they'll like your stream more. And that's why, like, I've started doing that. I'll go back and I'll watch, like, an example of this is George Carlin. Like, George Carlin, obviously, you know, very, very well-known stand-up comedian. And he stopped, you know, like, I mean, he uses profanity. He's known for using profanity. But if you actually go back and you watch this, you know, his, like, I was going to say streams, his stand-up routines, they're not like just completely inundated with profanity. It's not like he's saying fuck in every single sentence, right? And that's what makes, whenever he does use it, funnier, right? And that's something that I've tried to work on myself.
Sure, I've actually recognize something then I feel like a lot of times, you know, I just say, dude, that guy's a cuck lord, dude, right? And I'll say, that was this, that, and then punchline him with it. I guess you're right. I just feel like sometimes, it's not that I don't use that many Twitch emotes, but I feel like sometimes it's just, I guess someone next to me that knows Twitch.
I don't understand XQC.
Okay, I'm with someone who knows Twitch, and something happens, and it's so precise, and I can only say with. That's really disgusting. I kind of want to puke now. I say, holy shit, Dan's game, dude. Right?
Yeah, it's true. I can't understand you.
Ha
I can't.
There's a question to me and S-Fan and Giantwaffle, but I don't know. Giantwaffle, what ethnicity are you?
I'm half German. That's like my mainly.
Yeah, I don't know. So there was a question of racial discrimination too. I mean, I understand. I mean, I get the Nelly part of me and S-Fan, but to me, you look white to me, right? I mean, I guess I look white. Okay, you know what? The point is, there's a racial discrimination question here of how we deal with it, and if there is any racial discrimination that we feel or see in Twitch chat or on Twitch. And for me, it's a no. I don't see any. I mean, for me, I mean, I don't see. I mean, when I speak Persian, you know, when I speak Farsi, there's a Nelly's going off in chat, and today is the day, brother. Funny. But to me, that's funny as hell,
Farsi?
right?
What is Farsi?
It's like
Farsi is a Middle Eastern language. It's Iranian. It's Iranian. Yeah. Farsi's Iranian. So like usually all the other countries speak another language, but Farsi's like the one language in Iran, and that no other country shares.
Yeah, like a lot of the other like countries speak like Arabic or something.
Yeah, they speak Arabic or they speak something like that, but we speak Farsi. It's like a different. It's different.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah. I mean,
I love XQC.
I don't know why. It's not that funny. But
what's funny, dude? What's funny, X?
I fucking love him.
When I was saying something.
I can't, dude. xQc, I just don't understand what he's saying. He's so funny, dude.
All right.
I love him so
Explain.
much. Dude, xQc, I love you, dude.
Go.
It's so fucked. I just want to know.
What the fuck?
What did you see, dude?
Asmongold's ha-haing you right now, xQc. Stop. He's gonna ha-ha you now. Be careful. You don't want to get Asmongold ha-ha'd.
You were talking about like some Arabic.
Okay, so what did you see?
Oh fuck!
I saw a perfect Anelli meme.
What the fuck?
What was it, dude? Tell me. What's the perfect Anelli meme? I gotta hear this.
I'm gonna mute. I'm sorry.
Dude, I want to hear this perfect Anelli meme. I want to hear it now.
It was just good. I'm sorry. I feel embarrassed that I'm not that much on stream. It's so bad. I can't barely breathe.
Let me think about this, dude.
Dude, just clip it and come back to it after.
Yeah, they had a small
Was it Pokimane?
No, just keep going.
Okay.
It was there again, but just keep.
Okay, question, Asmongold. Have you heard that Twitch is going to be splitting the WoW category into two for Horde and Alliance for the launch?
I don't think they're going to do that.
What? There's no way to do that.
Event they're doing.
I don't think so.
That sounds like a really poor decision.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do
That's exactly what I thought as well.
Well, where'd you read that?
Hold on. I got it.
Okay.
My viewers told me about it today.
Asmon, you have to just keep swapping characters so you can just be top of both sections before.
Yeah.
Wait a second. xQc, can you DM me the Nelly meme, please?
I got you.
Yeah, please. Same here as well. I'd really appreciate
just
that.
Post it in the chat. Just post it in the not Switch chat.
No, I'm not able to chat.
No, just send it to me in DMs. I would love to know this.
Okay.
There's no way. Is it that bad?
I mean, it's pretty bad. I don't know. Just sometimes, like I said, emotes combos just make me laugh, dude.
Yeah. I can't. If I'm trying to be serious or if I'm trolling too hard, I always crack up at the emotes every time I can. Like, I could try to be as serious as I can, but there'll always be one guy in the chat that will get me. And I always lose forehead.
Yeah.
It's the worst, man.
Yeah, DM that shit to me. I've got to see this, dude.
Yo, Giantwaffle, you look good today, man.
Yeah, you do look great. You look great.
You honestly, man, like, dude, those guys who kissed are lucky guys. Like, that beard is the smoothest beard I've ever seen. Might be the smoothest beard on Twitch.
Not, dude, his hair quality's nice. The hair quality.
And his hair quality, his eye quality, his camera quality, his mic quality.
Like it's a very nice.
He's got a good quality t-shirt, good quality chair.
It's like a manly,
nice color, like nice brownish cut, like nice color, like nice brownish hair, nice light brown skin, beautiful.
Oh god, I'm actually getting my hair dyed tomorrow.
I actually feel like there was like a difference and there's this distinction, right? Like for like Fed and xQc, it's like a cute, you know, it's like that.
Oh
pretty,
yeah,
that pretty boy, that pretty boy cute, you know. But like Giantwaffles, it's like the manly handsome. You know what I mean? Like xQc is that pretty boy, right? That pretty boy cute, right?
Yeah,
that's for the pretty boy cute, you know. And then Giantwaffles like that handsome man. You know what I'm talking about? You feel me?
The Fed's like the like a Fed. Like when he evolves, he might evolve into Waffle when he's older. Like if he's lucky.
I feel like Fed looks like he belongs in like
Fed could go two ways. He could go either my way, S-Fan way, or Waffle way.
No. I think Fed goes one way.
Sorry, S-Fan. I didn't mean that in a bad way, dude.
I think Fed goes one way.
I meant like us. You know what I mean, though, don't you? Like me and you. Yeah, he could either go two ways. He could end up like us or end up like Waffle. So just don't drink, dude. You don't want to end up
honestly,
like me.
Honestly, to me, Fed is the perfect. He fits into what I think of F Omega Lol Z Clan. Does he not look like FaZe Clan?
Yeah, he does. He's a FaZe Clan.
Exact FaZe Clan. FaZe Fed. I can't explain to you. That is the exact epitome of FaZe. I don't know why. Do you feel me? And that's not a diss at all. That's just what it is. Does that make sense?
What's wrong with that?
No, nothing.
xQc,
Nothing.
Oh,
xQc's laughing. Why?
No,
he posted.
xQc, they do that in my chat all the time. It's only an Ellie and a bomb. What's wrong with that?
Yo, send me this.
Every time I drop the bomb, they always do an Ellie slash and then they throw the bomb.
Wait, what is it? Yo.
Those are bombs of peace.
Drop me that DM. X.
It's on Discord.
It's on Discord.
Do you want to see my muscles?
Yeah, show them.
I gotta see this, dude. Give me... Oh, fuck it.
Oh, fuck.
Holy sh... Oh, it's on Discord. Oh, it's on Discord. Okay, I see it.
Is that your trapeze? Oh my god, dude.
Dude, your traps are fucking big. Your traps are big.
Trapezes.
Trapezes, it. Trapezoids.
Is that you call that?
Oh, yeah.
Is that you call that?
What is it called? Trap.
Is that it?
What's it called? What's it called? The trap.
Okay, your turn then, Asmongold.
Trapeze.
Don't you that's it me, mate.
Hey, I'm chilling, dude.
Well, yeah, well, don't throw stones when you live in a glass house, mate.
Yeah.
That's it. What do you mean, mate?
Okay.
What do you mean, is that it, mate? This took years of fucking prep and bulking. See that?
There we go. Okay.
Yeah, you bulked for a while. Now you just gotta cut it. You gotta shred it out.
Trapezius. The trapezius. Interesting. Whose skinny army mode is that? Whose skinny army mode is that? Oh, it's XQc.
Yeah, I can do that, but with my ball sack.
Oh, nice.
You want to see? Let's hop out of this call. I'll show you real quick.
After.
Wait.
What? Hold on. Yo, thank you 693's back, Greek. Thank you 693's back. Yo, thank you 693 to 300 Bonaruski Pepperuskis. No message needed. Don't even shout me out. Oh.
Who? Who?
Nothing.
6ix9ine?
Yeah, 6ix9ine, dude.
6ix9ine here, yeah.
Whoops.
Wait, what's going on?
Yo, thanks to the 300, brother. I appreciate that, man. Nothing. Basically, your equivalent of what's that guy's name that gifts you all the subs? What's his name and then donates you? Greek, I'm talking to you.
Who?
What's that guy that donates to you and gifts for you? What's his name? Bo Khalid? Bo Khalid?
Hamad?
No, Khalid, dude. Bo Khalid.
My Habibi?
Khalid Habibi.
Yeah, is he here?
No, dude. I'm saying it's my boy and it's our boys. Wait, actually, have you ever met him? Have you talked to him? Actually, I don't know if he's your boy. I've met. Thank you. We've hung out. But anyways, the point here is.
I barely leave my house.
That's true, and that's actually the second question to the next question. Next question for each of you: one.
Oh
okay?
God!
One dream sponsor each. You ready? Greek God, I'm starting with you. One dream sponsor, and be honest. One dream sponsor.
Probably Grinder.
Okay. Fed, what about you, dude?
Fuck, I actually don't know. Probably Red Bull or some shit.
Okay, Asman?
The one that gives me the most money.
That's the correct answer.
Savage. XQC, what about you, dude?
Coca-Cola. They're big. They're not really in esports. If they were in it, they probably have the juice, the money, and I rep that shit since the beginning.
Okay. Well, what about you, Waffle?
Since the beginning. Since 1948, you've been repping Coca-Cola.
Oh, wait. What was that, Waffle?
Pepperidge Farms for Milano cookies and goldfish and like puff pastries and all that fucking delicious shit.
Nice. S-Fan, what about you, dude?
Probably Red Bull. It's like all the Red Bull stuff that goes with my stuff.
Yeah, I'd probably want that's a great question, actually. I'd want yeah, I don't know. That's actually a great fucking question. Wow.
Nah, if I have to be honest, think about it. Imagine Pornhub being your sponsor. That's a dream sponsor. They're like, yo, we need you to shoot real quick. And then you just go in, do the job, and then...
I'm not sure.
Dude, imagine how many viewers you'd get.
I don't think that's how it works.
That's not how sponsors work.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah, you do. You have to.
That's a deliverable. He's saying that's a deliverable.
Yeah, what about if I have to test the product, mate?
I'm gonna go to bed, ladies and gentlemen. I have to be up in 6 hours.
Yeah, well...
Yeah, same. I've got to go soon as well.
We're ending it right here. Right. Last question from the viewers. Last question, and then we'll end it right here. Okay, guys? Last question is, do you ever leave the house? That's the last question from the viewers, and that's to all of us. Do you ever leave the house? Let's start with Waffle and to S-Fan, and I'll move along from there. So, Waffle...
I mean... You can start with XQC so he can leave after his answer.
No, don't go
I was gonna wrap it up all together, so just go ahead, Waffle.
Take your time.
So I work at an office that's 10 minutes away from my house, so I have to leave every day. But besides that, I work about 15 hours a day, like Omega lol. But I basically wake up, I go to the studio, I stream for 15 hours, I probably hit up Wendy's on the way home, and then I go to sleep on the way, like at night, and I repeat that every single day. I have 1 day off a week on Sunday, and then I just go skydiving all Sunday, and that's like my entire life. Like 7 days a week, every week, the whole year.
Okay, nice. S-Fan, what about you?
Great life, right?
Actually, it's kind of the same for me in a way, because I'm at the stadium. So like I basically wake up, drive to the stadium, and then do like football practice and stuff like that, and then I stream from the stadium, and then here we are.
Okay. Fed my.
Do you mind if I? Oh, okay.
Dude, there's like the rare moment when like I order Chipotle and I have to like look outside and open the door slightly. But other than that, no, not really.
Okay, fair. Greek, go ahead.
I've got like 1% left, so I don't know what's going to go on here. Yeah. But yeah, basically what happens is before stream I wake up, I go out and get groceries, prepare a meal for after stream, take a little quick jog. Then afterwards I go to the gym, do a quick workout there, jog back from the gym, and donate to a charity of my choice. And then I start the stream. And then after the stream, I go out for another jog to the store, get some healthy food, groceries, stuff like that for the next day. If I'm having an early start, and then I come back, and then, yeah, I go.
Cool.
So,
yeah. Let's go into xQc, then Asmongold.
What?
X?
I mean, but that's not true. It's normally like 100% true. Like, I just don't go out, like, ever. I just, now I'm blessed. I'm living, so someone is, like, housing me. So she does, like, groceries and shit and stuff. So I never go out. I wake up, I get 2 slices of bread, a Coke. I go back up, I boot it up, and then I get some tacos delivered. Del Tacos and shit like that. Then I'll fucking go to bed, dude, and then I'll order pizza.
You said somebody is housing you. What do you mean by that?
A friend of mine, a good friend of mine.
So like, do you pay them?
Kind of. If you get his drift, yeah, with that smile on his face.
Oh, okay.
I'm helping. Like, I mean, she lives with her parents, so I'm chipping with the rent and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're doing something else. But anyways, Asin, what about you, brother?
When do I leave the house?
Yeah.
Well, I'll walk down to the store sometimes, and there's like 3 other things that I do, but that's pretty much like I don't leave the house a lot, and I feel like compared to a lot of people here, I probably leave the house more often than you guys, which is like kind of weird because
yeah.
Like I'm usually the guy that never goes anywhere, but you guys never go anywhere even more than I don't ever go anywhere. That's weird.
You have like the most normal life, I think, out of all of us.
Well, it's like, and that's what the fuck, man. What the fuck? Like, how is that even possible?
Dude, I went to the sauna once in the last 2 months. It was to go to Target. Dude, I still think back, dude. I got so mad. I got so mad. I go to Target. It's so hot as fuck, dude. I could feel my boxes going to my crack. Right. I get inside. There's elder people that are blocking the way. They're being slow. There's garbage music on the radio. There's fucking kids crying, man. I can't find my shit. Dude, I just felt like just knocking on all the aisles, dude.
Yeah, as far as I go, I just...
That was a good...
That was really good, yeah. I don't really leave. I mean, even in Canada, I went to Canada to visit my girlfriend, and even then, I stayed in bed. I didn't even spend time. I just slept. I just love sleep. It's so nice. Sleep is just great. But yeah, I don't really leave unless I go to the gym. So I just gym, sleep, stream, and then I guess to get gift cards. That's pretty much it. That's all. So yeah, I guess not really. Holy fuck.
So wait, I'm the only guy that goes out between all of us?
I have to. What the fuck do you do?
Yeah, I have to a lot too, because obviously I do like groceries sometimes for like my mom and I. Like if it was just me, like it would basically, I mean, like this house would be a shithole. Like I'm not even kidding, and it's bad now, but you have no idea. Like, actually, yeah, it is pretty bad now. You guys want to see my desk?
Yeah, show your desk. Give me a sec. Actually, yeah, just go. Here we go.
There it is.
That's the bonus desk right there.
There it is.
And I'm actually, I've done this myself. This is something I've created. It's 3 Pepsis with this barbecue tray on there with 2 other drinks on top of it, or plates on top of it. I put this together. I've created this. I need to eventually clean it, right? But that's what the entire house would look like, probably, if it was just me, to be completely honest.
Jesus
fucking
Christ.
animal.
Pretty good.
All right. Well,
I have to clean every 3 days.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's not my house, so obviously I can't.
Oh, right, yeah.
I can't stack the mold.
Yeah.
Did you ever like actually do something really vile, and you sort of want to push it as an experiment? You let it happen, or you put it in a position where
you want to see it?
Hell yeah, I want to see what the fuck.
So this right here is my Gatorade bottle, and this is my webcam stand. It's been here ever since I think 2013 or so, maybe a little bit before then. And I've just kept it here at this point, and I don't want to get rid of it anymore, right? Because it's like kind of a thing, and it's like that. And I also have a Wendy's bottle, like Wendy's like fountain drink from 2004 in like my old room, and I've kept that there as well. And I even have a picture of it on my Twitter too. So I've been keeping. Yeah, it's like I don't want to get rid of them now. At this point, there's like sentimental value, right? I mean, like.
Well, didn't you say one time
my YouTube channel? Like I started my YouTube channel right off that fucking Gatorade bottle, boys. Like, come on.
Jesus.
I had a thing at my old apartment when I moved in. At some point, after a couple weeks, I had sausages and pasta that I put in the pan, and I didn't eat it because I forgot it there, right? But I put a little bit of water in it, and it just sat with a little bit of water inside the pasta and the sausage at the bottom of the pan inside the sink. And I never cooked food even once after that, right? Just because I'm fucking lazy. So then it made a thick fucking brown mold, right? And then it had like some sort of a network on it. You know what I mean? Like a network.
Yeah, networking.
Yeah, I know.
And then above the network, at some point, there's like a spider web a little bit, like a flying moss.
Yeah. No, I think I have some that are like that. Let me see if I can show one.
Isn't that just mold?
That's mold.
Well, no.
Yeah, I used to wait. I used to have a mold.
It was huge.
Yeah.
I loved it.
What you're talking about? Is it?
You can't kill. I don't think you can kill moth. It's against the law, isn't it?
Look.
Oh, show me.
Here it comes.
Oh, fucking yeah!
Nice, dude. You can't throw that away now because it's actually living.
Man, that makes me happy.
Like Peter's gonna come after you if you try and throw it away.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Aspen, did you say one time you had like you or one of your friends threw up in your bathroom? Isn't there something about that?
Yeah, I threw up in my bathroom in 2012, and then in about 2016, I started smelling this like really, really overpowering like hickory smoked barbecue, like just like this scent whenever I would go in to take a shit, and it made like taking a shit the best part of my day. And eventually I went to Target with my mom and we bought new shower curtains and we replaced the old ones, and I found out that the smell that I was smelling was that throw up whenever I had thrown up in 2012 was still on the shower curtain, and it oxidized and it created this smell that was like the hickory smoked barbecue. And so it was just there for years because I didn't shower there anymore because our water got turned off whenever we were poor. So I stopped really showering in that room, and I never really got back in the habit.
Yo, real quick, shout out to Thank You, the $500 Rooskies. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
693 is a freaking legend.
He's a legend, dude.
Hey, Habibi, thanks for donating, man.
Appreciate that, bro. That's 800 tonight. Insane. Thank you, dude. I love you, dude. I wish I could go in about it and be more grateful, but I feel unprofessional going off. I feel weird, because these are everyone's viewers. And
you.
What?
What face?
Oh, I think that's 1%. He said his phone was on 1%.
No, I was just pretending to lag.
Oh, fucking break. That was actually good. You got
what the fuck?
I had you going there.
That was good. That was really good.
Yeah, but no, seriously, my thing is really actually 1%, so it's probably gonna lag out in it.
No,
I got you.
Yeah, fuck you.
Times 2, boys. No, but I seriously got a ditch though.
Yeah, no problem. We're actually wrapping it up right now. Let's
just wrap. I got
before Greek leaves, shout out to Greek for joining at the end. I appreciate him. Greek.x, guys. Twitch.tv/Greek.x, Twitter.com/Greek.x. Amazing guy. He's helped me out more than anyone can ever even think. Him, Asmongold, even Mitch himself. Like, everyone's really given me a platform. xQc's hosted me a couple times, supported me. Everyone fed. Waffle in person has been extremely supportive. S-Fan. I appreciate all these guys so much for giving me a platform and helping me out. Greek, you've helped a lot of smaller streamers out. We love you.
Stop spamming Greek ditch, you son of a bitch.
Anyways, Greek.x, thank you, brother. I appreciate you, dude. I really do.
Okay, bye, everybody. Bye.
Good night, everyone.
See you, Greek. Shout out to xQc, guys. Twitch.tv/xQc. Amazing autism streamer, amazing gameplay streamer. His Reinhardt's great, but my Reinhardt's better. But one day we'll have to play. Shout out to Asmongold, guys. Twitch.tv/Asmongold, Twitter.com/Asmongold. Love him. Shout out to him for always coming in here. Gang shit. That's right, dude. Yo, Asmon, thanks for making this stream what it is, dude. You started it first. You were the first streamer that came in with some sort of platform and decided to join here and made it what it is. So thank you so much, bro. You'll never be forgotten. I love you for making it work. He does his stream into all craft, into dinner, into my stream. It's nuts what he puts into Thursdays. So shout out to Asmongold. Love him to fucking death. Thank you, Asmon. Appreciate that, man.
Of course, man. I'll see y'all later.
See you later, Asmon.
Later, brother.
Shout out to Giantwaffle. Yo, thank you, brother. We're staying extra overtime. It's late as fuck over there, I'm sure. You're still in the studio. You got to drive back home. Thank you for your support, dude. Love you so much, man. Twitch.tv/Giantwaffle. Twitter.com/Giantwaffle.
Yeah, same thing.
Awesome, guys. Check them out. Twitch.tv/Giantwaffle. GIANTWAFFLE.
Sorry for not talking a lot. There's like 10 people's a fucking lot. So I was just trying to process it.
Yeah, no, so that's how I felt the first time.
Yep.
Kind of overwhelming, but you'll get used to it.
Yeah, being the new person, you don't want to like just talk the whole fucking time. Then everyone be like, "Can this guy shut the fuck up?" I'd rather have people wanting me to talk more than talk too much.
And it was a great time. I had a great time with everyone here. Looking forward to next Thursday. If you guys are interested, I'll DM you guys. If not, don't worry. Following Thursday after that. But anyways, thank you so much, Giantwaffle. Fedmeister, guys. Twitch.tv/Fedmeister. Twitter.com/Fedmeister. Same thing. Yeah, Twitch.tv/Fedmeister. Awesome, amazing dude. Came second time in a row. Helped us out, hooked us up. I love this guy. Great. Awesome in person too. Met him in person. Same person in person and on stream. So it's really great to see that. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that, dude.
Hey, thanks for putting this all together, brother.
Yo, thank you, man. I appreciate that, dude. Thanks for supporting it, dude. And then finally, S-Fan TV, dude. S-Fan TV, a WoW streamer. Him, Asmongold, and McConnoret are part of a tripod team. Thank you so much, S-Fan TV. Twitter.com/S-Fan TV. Twitch.tv/S-Fan TV. Check him out, guys. Awesome streamer. Awesome guy. Yep. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate you guys coming. I'll see you guys. I'll DM you guys. We'll talk about it next Thursday, okay?
Okay. Sounds good, dude.
Right. Love you guys. Okay, so guys, I really appreciate everyone's support. I appreciate everyone's support that's watched the podcast. I really hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. It's an amazing, amazing time bringing streamers together. I'm working on making it better and better and better each week. Please check the Reddit out. My Reddit is going to be where you post the questions you have for streamers that are on the podcast, and it's also the place that you post topics you would like us to talk about that maybe you as viewers want to hear instead of hearing our POV as streamers, as far as the topics we think are important, not our opinions of them, but the topics we feel are important. So definitely reddit.com/r/Trainwreckstv. Go there for next Thursday. Get it done. Also, second ever media share stream Saturday, boys. Second ever media share stream Saturday. Gonna be a great time. Make sure to tune in. Twitter.com is where you want to find me for any events, for Scuffed podcasts, for guests that are going to be on, etc., etc. So Twitter.com/Trainwreckstv. And the best part about that is if you want to follow back, if you care about the ratio, if you want me to follow you back, $1,000! $1,000! You can read this one out loud. No bets needed. Glad you're blowing up on the podcast. I predicted from a year ago you would have the potential that you are now realizing. Really glad to see you reaching it. God damn, I'm so happy for you, bro. Have a good one, dude. Thank you so much, bro. What the fuck? $1,000 altogether, $1,800. In fucking insane, dude. Thank you, 693. Amazing. What the fuck? $1,000, $1,800 like it's nothing in 5 minutes. You're a fucking god. Amazing, dude. Fucking amazing. That is actually fucking insane. Thank you so much. I love you so fucking much, bro. Hope to see you soon. I miss you, bro. It's been a while, man. It was great meeting you. Great hanging out with you. Hope to see you fucking soon. I miss you, bro. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for the support. The support has been unreal, both emotionally, when we've talked in DMs on the phone, and both The monetary, obviously. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate that, man. And to all the subs today, guys, amazing support on subs. But guys, twitter.com/Trainwreckstv, twitter.com/Trainwreckstv, guys. That's where you're going to see the guests, podcasts, all that kind of stuff. You want to follow back, tag me in a post. Say, hey, Trainwreck, great podcast. Hey, Trainwreck, you're a monkey. Hey, Trainwreck, you're stupid. Whatever you want to post it. I'll follow you back as long as you tag me in it right now. So twitter.com/Trainwreckstv, and then YouTube, guys. I'm growing my YouTube, youtube.com/Trainwreckstv1. You can see all the old podcasts there, all the old podcasts 1 through 4. You can see there. It's a great time today, guys. Thanks for all the bits, all the subs, guys. Life of Pablo, thank you. Pretty Mother of 4, thank you. Mike the Messiah, thank you so much. Blam, tier 1 sub, thank you. TP, tier 1 sub, thank you. Grime Wizard, tier 2 sub, thank you, brother. Zakor, tier 1 sub, thank you. Gucci, tier 1. Django, Twitch Prime, thank you, brother. Trihex, tier 1, 2 months, dude. Oh, wait, forgot to share the surprise. My fellow apes, Triart 7, thank you. Trihex, Wardle, tier 1, 2 months, thank you, brother. Elfredo Bandito, tier 1, 3 months, thank you. XH, Twitch Prime sub, thank you. Soda Pop, and tier 1, 9 months, smiley face, thank you, Chance. Appreciate that, dude. Mazolol, tier 1 to CJ Ride, thank you. Thank you. $500 off stream, no alerts on. Thanks for the $500 as well. Chicago Ninja, tier 1 sub, thank you. Bode, tier 1 to Australia, thank you so much. Bode, tier 1 to Dimbrock, thank you. Zevi, tier 1, 4 months, thank you. I Want Socks, tier 1, 9 months. Gucci Dolphin, Twitch Prime sub. Guys, thank you so fucking much. I fucking love you guys. Thank you for your support, all of you. You've all been an amazing, 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 amazing person, amazing viewers. Thank you, guys. I hope to see you guys tomorrow, and I hope to see you guys Saturday for the media share stream. They've always been so fucking fun, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know where the fuck you get your videos. I don't know where the fuck you get your weird cursed videos. But anyways, I'll see you guys. Next podcast is next Thursday. Next podcast. See you then. Twitter.com/Trainwreckstv. Let's host the biggest dumbass on Twitch, the idiot. He's just such an idiot. He is an idiot. Yep, you know who I'm gonna host. I love you guys so much. Have a great rest of your night, guys. Love you all so much. Have a great night. Twitter.com/Trainwreckstv, guys. Twitter.com/Trainwreckstv. See you later, Ape Gang. Twitter.com/Trainwreckstv. See you guys Saturday for the media share stream. Love you. Peace.